Hello, everybody. We are live. What's going on, Philadelphia? We are live from the Henry James Saloon. I've got Jason next to me. I have got Nick Sirianni's budding roots, and we are getting ready for Eagles-Chargers, which is just a mere 20 minutes away from kickoff here, but we're already enjoying the victory because the Dallas Cowboys got the absolute crap beat out of them. We're drinking plenty of Liquid Death. And it is Bobby Dubs behind the mask, everybody. Hello, it is. Hey! We made it. We're going to see Tyree Jackson today for the first time. I've got some more tinfoil hat stuff to throw at you in that regard. Vince Quinn, well, first and foremost, why the sunflower today of all days?
Because why not, John?
Why not?
I am embracing the chaos that is the Nick Sirianni era. I have no idea what to expect game in and game out. I don't know if they're going to run the ball. I don't know if they're going to blitz. I don't know if I want them to make the playoffs or not. I have no idea what anything is by any given second. My whole life is the Alonzo Mourning. That's my whole life now with this whole team. So I've just decided to embrace the chaos that is. I am a flower. We will see how tall I grow, how many seeds I bear, and we're just going to ride the wave. We're just riding the wave.
And Dubs, are you here to kill
I'm
the
a
flowers?
embodiment of the fact that this team scares me. That's why I got the Jason thing going. I'm hoping, we kill the Chargers, but I'm feeling the flower. Jason loves the flowers. I'm from the Garden State, New Jersey. Crystal Lake. You know how we do it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Well,
Garden State,
I love
Crystal
flowers.
Lake. It's all over the place. Shout out to everybody outside of Chicago. We were just talking about you. Jeff Schramm, if you're out there, thanks for listening. Good
What's
afternoon,
up?
Alvin. The flower power is strong. The flower is blooming today, Taylor says.
Blooming,
I believe he's saying that because he's got money on the game, but could just be me. I don't know. Overall, fellas, I feel really confident about today, and maybe it's Vince's sunflower. It could be that I know that when Bobby Dubs protects himself from all of this craziness that happens with this team, it usually leads to good things. But I don't know. I like a semi-tight-ish. Actually, I don't. I kind of, dare I say, it's not going to be a blowout. I just think the Eagles can handle this team because they can't handle the run, and I hope Nick Sirianni's running game has blossomed since last week.
Yeah, well, good luck with that. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, ask me after the first quarter. I have no idea. They could win this game by 30. They could lose this game by 100. It's spin the wheel. I've become like nihilist sunflower Eagles fan Vince. I don't know what that means, but that's what I've become.
We're in a perfect spot right now, gentlemen. As far as the Eagles go, they're finding really, I'm not going to say the perfect opponent. It was good to play somebody that was 0-7 last week.
Yep.
But you're getting an opponent, number one, after you ran roughshod literally last week, you playing a team that is the worst against the run in the entire National Football League. 32nd as far as attempts at running go. 32nd as far as yards go. 32nd in yards per carry. You are sensing a theme here. They are very bad. The Eagles ran the ball very well last week. We need to do it again.
You literally
Not
cannot
only that,
find a better.
You are catching Justin Herbert in one of the worst runs of his career. He has had 60% or lower completion percentages the last 3 weeks. The last 2 games, he's 3 touchdowns, 3 picks. He's been god awful, less than 60% passing. The Eagles defense is kind of hot. They only gave up 6 points last week. The defense is getting turnovers. This is the game you got to have. You're clicking. They are not. You can have the recipe for what has ailed their team for the last several weeks or so. This is prime for the Eagles to come up and get a win here.
Well, yeah, and let me follow this up for a second because one of the big storylines this week we've talked about a little bit, Odell Beckham Jr., right? So He's available. The Browns are getting rid of him on Tuesday. He hits waivers. We'll see what happens, and the Eagles could feasibly claim him. Now,
it's not going to happen.
Well, let's talk about
that number 8.
Let's hold on. Let's talk about it because
I don't know if Vince knows this updated information, so I want to make it clear
okay.
as well.
Well, yeah, drop it on me.
But Adam Schefter this morning, as Francisco Rojas getting the hot and honey wings here. By the way, I'm hungry, so hungry.
Beautiful hot and honey wings.
Adam Schefter basically said, "Now, if you're not a contending team, which I don't think Odell Beckham Jr. believes That
No.
the Eagles are a
Well,
team?
no. And here's I read that exact report,
Okay,
and that's why I'm asking the question, because he doesn't say Super Bowl contender. He says playoff contender. Are the Eagles a playoff contender?
Interesting.
As it stands,
If they win
yes.
this game, yes. That's where I'm at.
Because of the
Right?
NFC, because of the flux, we're looking at a team right now. Minnesota's 3-4. None of these teams that are not contending for divisions are going to have really good records.
So all right. So for Dubs, they're a playoff contender right now,
They're a
John.
playoff contender. You got 17 games this year. You got to remember that. We got an extra game. These things are going to come into handy down at the end. We got all the different protocols of what happens if a team can't play. You never know what's going to happen this season.
I think Adam's just being polite. Honestly, like
Okay.
when he says that, he means I want to either play with Russell Wilson. I want to go play for. You get me into the air
The
raid system.
Saints
the
have been thrown around a
The
lot.
Saints have been, they were kind of in there and they're kind of not. But like, I don't think the Eagles are a playoff team, and I don't think beating the Chargers is going to end up changing OBJ's mind. I think it's going to be way more trouble than it's worth. At that point, the Discord convinced me of that. And for $7.5 million, I would take the ride, absolutely. The Eagles absolutely won't do that if there's going to be any form of, hey, I'm going to demand a trade the moment I'm here or whatever.
No, if he's going to be crotchety, you can't go and do it. And
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like, would I like to have OBJ on the team? Yeah, I'd love to have him as a flyer, because what else do you have? No, we need to start Quez Watkins, Vince. I'm sorry. Hank Baskett was always the number 3 or 4 wide receiver, and that's where he should be. So if you had OBJ, I'd be good with that. But salary cap space rolls over. So if you're not spending on OBJ now, you could spend it on him in the offseason. You can spend it on Devontae Adams, Chris Godwin, Allen Robinson, all those guys. So it sucks now if you don't get him, but right now the Eagles are a playoff contender.
Yeah.
All right, Nyla Sunflower is torn apart by this because, look at the NFC. It's just
We say that, Vince, and
It's terrible.
This team should absolutely crush the Chargers if they're a playoff team. Because just like Debs was saying, you cannot find a worse team to run against. You cannot. This is the one big positive that is going for the Eagles, and not only that, their entire right side of their offensive line has gone down in back-to-back weeks. And not that Ryan, whatever his name is from the Packers, Bugla, or he wasn't that good to begin with anyway.
Yeah.
So now you have that. You have every opportunity to go and do basically whatever you want on defense. The only thing that really scares me is there is not one linebacker that's going to be able to hang with Austin Eckler. And, that could be a problem all day long. But outside of everything else, every matchup, offense, defense, the Eagles have an advantage here because of injuries, because of Herbert and the streakiness, like you said. And the Ravens absolutely kicked the shit out of this team.
Yep.
Running the power running game for the first half. So, if you don't do that, this flower means nothing. Nick Sirianni's learned nothing. Making Jalen Hurts go in and out from under center to RPO to shotgun, absolutely. Score 14 points, throwing them all day, and then end this. Please get a win at home, and they will be a playoff team. How about that?
Yeah, and I mean, by the way, did you see the Lions my God, my God, we're going to if you don't think they're going to the Super Bowl after the Lions game, you clearly don't watch football.
That was the momentum shifter. Right there.
No, they totally rebounded now. Everything's perfect. So, but the Chargers aren't that good. There are a lot of opportunities where when you look at the matchups, the Eagles match up really well. Call an easy game. Make this easy on yourself. The avenue is there. Are they going to do that? Who knows? But I want to believe they will.
Opportunity is there, like you said, regardless of whether we want to think it or not, but they are in a playoff race. There's 7 teams that are going to make the playoffs. The last seed, I need everybody to know, those teams, it's 7 teams separated by 1 game. The team with the 7th best record is 4-4. I mean, there's a bunch of teams that are going to be 3-5, 4-5 at the end of this week. They're right there.
Absolutely.
And it's not out of
the Saints are dragging ass today.
Carolina's where we have a tiebreaker, people. The team that had the best.
Not that it matters overall for the division, but as we talked about, the Broncos, who don't look that impressive. Even the defense really threw off Dak Prescott and all that. But it's just, not that matters for the NFC picture. It's just to the point of everybody at the bottom of the barrel has an opportunity to go grab a wild card. So the Eagles need something more. Unfortunately, I don't think they got it at the trade deadline. And
no,
And
Well, honestly,
but we'll see.
I don't know if they need something more. Like, the Vikings suck. They're going to lose to the Ravens most likely. We'll see
They'll
how this
be
plays.
3-5.
But, yeah, Carolina lost. Atlanta's really bad. San Francisco's not good. Like, those are all the teams that are ahead of you. They might be, like 8th in the NFC after today. Like, it's so dumb.
Exactly.
So with the schedule being this bad the rest of the way.
Exactly. And then you're playing nobody.
Yeah, it's Phillies baseball, man. It's September Phillies
It's
baseball.
right there
don't
for
say
you.
that.
It's the same-
Why
it
would
is.
you say? Why would you try and convince me of playoff anything and mention the goddamn
I'm
Phillies?
not trying to convince you. I'm showing you how chaotic and dumb the whole
We don't
thing
want
is.
that type of
That's
negative energy, Vince.
Nihilist sunflower, John. We're on a roller coaster, and nobody makes any choices. It's all fate.
Well, we're about 5 minutes away from kickoff time, or at least getting some jerseys on the field. I'm sure Ian Eagle is tightening his tie. And I just want to remind everybody that as we're here at the Henry James Saloon, I mean, I am destroying a brand new sandwich that I didn't know existed on this menu. I am finally
looks
making my
amazing.
way through because Ian Tolino, shout out to you. You're
Yes.
probably not even watching us because you're at the game right now. But my goodness, I had so many cheesesteaks yesterday, and this place just pumps out the best cheesesteaks on the block, and that is true with all the famous ones that are around here. I'm enjoying the Hank Jim right now, which is their chicken cutlet with pepperoni, some spinach, some sweet peppers. It is delicious.
Put that up to the
and
camera
12
because
bucks.
it's like
Yeah.
smothered.
Yeah.
Like
My
the
goodness,
thing
look
is
at that.
absolutely
Layers.
covered in
Layered.
spin. Yeah.
The lighting's not helping me that
Oh.
much, but you just gotta believe that this
Just a
Take our
big,
word for it.
delicious,
It looks
goopy,
delicious.
amazing thing.
It's all going down, of course, with the wonderful, refreshing, and 100% recyclable Liquid Death. As always, we take it with us everywhere. It is murdering your thirst across all of Philadelphia and across the nation. You've probably seen it everywhere. It looks crazy. It's supposed to be crazy. It's an attention-grabbing, wonderful, non-plastic water receptacle, and that's like one of the best parts of being sponsored by Liquid Death. It's
Yeah.
just like. We know you need to drink water, whether it's the sparkling, whether it's the flat. Might as well make the environment safe while you're in a party atmosphere at a bar or whatever. And
Absolutely.
it doesn't feel like I'm pressured to drink more beer or whiskey or whatever. It's
Yeah,
great.
I mean, as a sunflower, John, let me tell you that I
Need
really
water.
believe in the cleanliness of the environment. And it does mean a lot to me that Liquid Death is very recyclable
Yes.
and does care about that deeply.
Indeed. Your roots cannot grow unless you are saving the environment. So
Exactly.
there
Yeah.
you go. Or doing your part to do so. Also doing their part into jacking me up about what we're about to see in the next 5 to 7 minutes. Are you ready for the tinfoil hat, everybody?
Yeah.
Yes,
Tyler,
give it
Go
tinfoil
give it
hat.
to us.
Tyree Jackson was supposed to be tight end 1. They couldn't move Dallas Goedert in time. They couldn't move Zach Ertz in time. And unfortunately, Tyree Jackson got hurt at the same time because I am in full belief that this is supposed to be the air raid system. And they need Tyree Jackson as more the speedy wide receiver Kyle Pitts type and not the all-around Mark Bavaro, Dallas Goedert, looking. So there's too many people that are talking about this from, like, the team media-wise. Everybody's like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Oh. There was major notes about – and listen, apparently a lot of people missed in the preseason during training camp, so take it for what it's worth. But the Jalen Hurts-Tyree Jackson connection, at least by the scribes, was pretty strong. It's actually one of the reasons why everyone started turning in and be like, hey, I know that they're trying to tank or whatever, but it doesn't look like it on the field, and these pair and on and on and on. So I'm just curious how much action that you expect for Tyree Jackson to get, because I wouldn't be surprised if it's right on the 30%, 40% tight end 2 type of snaps here, Vince.
Well, yeah, and one of the things is world-famous Hall of Fame blocker J.J. Arcega-Whiteside
Yeah.
is
Inactive
not
today.
available for this game.
Absolutely.
So with that, I know Rager's supposed to play, but he's been coming off an injury. Like, there is an opportunity for Jackson to get a lot of snaps today.
Could
I'm
be
very
the coming
curious
out-
to see it.
It could be the coming out party, like Prime. They don't really handle things inside that well. They got problems stopping people right at the point of attack on the offensive line. He can get off some breaks, get into coverage, find a soft spot in the zone. You can see a lot from Tyreek Jackson today.
Yeah, but more importantly, you might want Tyree Jackson. You might want Kenneth Gainwell. You might want who else? I don't know. Devontae Smith. We got to know who Dubs dude is today.
Oh, Dubs, dude. We talked about it earlier. We talked about how bad the Chargers are at stopping the run. And if you're going to dominate in the run game, it starts up front. He's a close personal friend of the show. Top dude is Jason Kelsey.
That is
and the
right,
rest Of the
baby.
guys on the
Hey,
offensive
Jason
line.
Kelsey time.
Jason Kelsey.
Jason, I need to get the guys pumped up. Let them know we're steamrolling. We're running guys over. It's the whole team. That's what's going to happen today. The whole offensive line is going to star. We're running the rock right down their throats. We're going to show the world why they're dead last in that particular category.
Taylor chiming in with it, trying to get Lane couldn't stay off the juice, and Kenneth Gainwell's not big enough to run, and Landon Dickerson's not even the best center, on the line, et cetera, whatever you need. Get pumped up today. Yeah, but it is like. Dubs is right. I would actually include the entire offensive line.
That
Jordan
looks
Mailata.
perfect. Jason Kelsey Sunflower looks perfect on our screen right now. Look at it.
It really does.
Jason the Sunflower.
Make the roots go. Oh yes, we are having a good time.
Water him, Jason. Give him the fertilizer.
Oh, you
Let
heard me
the
after the
line
game,
grow.
fellas. You
Let
heard
them
me after the
grow.
game. I was in the locker room. I said roots on 3, and I meant it, baby. These roots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. All right? One of these days, and today, Chargers,
Yeah.
these roots are going to walk all over you. That's what's up.
Get the sunflower up at the top of the bar and let's start smashing some bottles already.
Hungry roots grow faster.
Hungry roots grow faster, baby.
Put the water in the xylem. Put the water in the xylem. Oh, man, we're going to learn all sorts of stuff about gardening, about
There's going to be an entire environmental science class today.
Yeah, well, we got to make a liquid death garden now. Apparently, like there's
Part of the rain cycle.
Exactly.
Great for watering plants.
There's a lot of stuff to do, but especially running the football would be on the top of that list to get it going early. I will actually be furious if they don't. Furious, gentlemen. Would you ever believe me hearing something like, the real Pusher Steen Barney, who is hanging out back here? That's what something he would say.
Yes.
He would say, "You got to run the ball today," and I am with him. This is not only that, that's going to free up guys like Tyree Jackson and et cetera, et cetera. Go pick on the secondary once you have this up 14-0 on the ground. That's where I like. Vince, is there anything else standing out for you coming into? This week as we got a few minutes here.
Yeah, because the run game is going to be the main thing that everybody obsessed about because, one, everybody in Philadelphia just loves to do that. Babies are born and they're like, how much did the Eagles run on Sunday?
Exactly.
So, like, it's
only 30% of the time, Dad.
Yeah, it's not enough. Jordan Howard needs more carries. So, like, that's a major emphasis for everybody. Whatever, fine. But the big thing for me and the biggest thing about last week and the way they dominated, that was the blitz game.
Oh, yeah.
Blitz all the time. So it's
Especially against Herbert.
Right? I want to see those linebackers constantly going after it. If they're in the backfield, Josh Sweat's in the backfield, Fletcher Cox is in the backfield, Hargrave's in the backfield. That's what it's all about. So blitz constantly. That's how you win this game.
And I hear Prem from the Vet Alumni Pod playing the wonderful Alan Parsons project, which means we are so close to kickoff. It's a wonderful 52 degrees. As the buds are being admired at the Henry James Saloon. We have Ian Eagle's beautiful face. We see Justin Herbert coming onto the field. I'm getting pumped up because the run should start today. And ladies and gentlemen, the Chargers have deferred. They have deferred, and they will be kicking off to the Eagles. So we'll see Jalen Hurts to start here. Avante Maddox, by the way, Mike K reporting this, is wearing a Tyrese Maxey jersey. You love to see it.
Wow.
Congratulations to them, and please make Ben tradable and in shape, and let's just get him out of town.
Yeah.
We will have some Merrill in our ears. We will have some great music and hopefully some good takes along with the ride as the Chargers are lining up to kick off right this second as we are underway here in the first quarter.
Let's go.
We are going to get a return here, taken out from the 5, and I believe that is Quez Watkins to the 20 to the 25. So a normal start here for the special teams. And Vince Quinn, let's see if they run, huh?
Well, yeah, let's see what they run. But I do like Quez taking the kick because, by the way, the number of times, and credit to Matt Maratea, who mentioned this in his piece in the newsletter, but Jalen Reagor loves the sideways stuff, and his judgment on returns, I think, has been pretty bad. Seeing Quez get a return right there, getting positive yardage past the 25, it's a nice start. And here's the Eagles getting their first start here. As Jalen Hurts is lining up for his first play of the game, He's under center, and we get a little
It's gonna be a
snap.
run
And,
ball.
the
Immediately
masses are
Boston
thrilled.
Scott.
The masses are freaking out.
We did it.
Oh,
One
baby.
run to Boston
A
Scott.
3-yard gain. We love it.
Boston Scott making the people happy.
There we go. So
Give the people what they want.
interesting that they just run at Joey Bosa there on the first down. Well, I guess
They
we'll
ran to
find
the
out in
left.
a moment.
They ran to the left. Not
Little-
sure where Bosa was lined up on that one.
Little bit of tempo here. Well, not really. I checked that. 2nd and 7. They do go shotgun. Probably going to be RPO. They got 3 wide receivers out to the right. Here is a quick little screen out to Quez Watkins and gets about a yard or 2 and is met with a lot of charges. Is there a lot of water on the field? Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah.
How did that happen? I see splashes of water coming up. Don't know if my eyes are playing tricks on me or not here, but a
gonna have
not
a
so
third
manageable
manageable.
3rd and 7 coming up here. 3rd and 6.
3rd and 5.
3rd and 5. All right.
Got 2 yards on that little dump to Quez.
So it is nice and steady here. I would expect probably another somewhat screen here.
Yeah.
As they empty out the backfield. It's
Gainwell.
Kenny Gainwell out
Goes
to
out
the wide right, and he comes back and motions back.
Whoa.
Now
Oh,
Jalen
he's
Hurts
so
is looking.
open.
He is got some pressure. He's going out
Run
to his
now.
left-hand side, and he throws. He fires,
got
and he's got
it.
Dallas Goddard
Got
to the
it.
45, to the
Touchdown.
50,
Let's
and
go.
thinks he gets
Reed.
across midfield for the Philadelphia Eagles.
First down.
Yeah, that's right, everybody. So moving right along, and
That's a great look in his progressions. He didn't have Gainwell, who was his target, coming across the formation. He was able to hold it, keep looking. He found Dallas Goddard, who got open in the zone, found him. Great gain, first down.
And
that's what you need to see from Jalen
One
Hurts.
of the things that really helped on that play is they had Kenny Gainwell motioned about. He went across the field first, cleared out that space for Goddard.
they go empty set again. Jalen Hurts is alone in the backfield in shotgun. Looks to his left. Plenty of time. Now looks to his right across the middle. Incomplete. And it looked like Dallas Goddard, who's screaming for a flag right now, does not get one. 2nd and 10. Excellent coverage from 24,
Yeah.
who I don't remember who the safety is.
And that-
one more time. Chris Harris Jr., who is getting the start today.
Wow.
Chris Harris Jr. all over Dallas Goddard.
Adderley.
Interesting move, sir. Oh, Adderley. My bad.
Monsieur
My bad.
Adderley there. But, yeah, excellent play. I mean,
Yeah.
in the air, completely sideways, turns his body to get in front of Goddard, swats the ball down. That's
You got to go right back to the ground here. You go back to the ground, see if you can get it back to a third manageable.
They're watering the flowers, T. They are indeed. And let's see what happens here. 2nd
happy
and 10.
man.
Shotgun, RPO. Boston Scott faked that way. Plenty of time to his left-hand side. Couldn't connect with
I don't
Dallas Goddard.
understand the play.
Now the 3rd time, I believe, they've targeted him. So they are definitely trying to make something happen with Dallas, and that kind of ruins my theory here early on.
Yeah, and it does hurt your theory a little bit. Also, only one run so far, so people are going to be
Yes.
furious about that.
Yep. I believe John Hightower
just
just
saying
checked
it.
into the game
He
at
did.
82. So interesting here as this has to be the long ball. They are going 3 wide to the right-hand side with Devontae Smith, Quez Watkins, and the speedy Jonathan Hightower, who we haven't seen since God knows when. And offsides is coming on Jordan Mailata. He's pointing to the D end on the left-hand side, but I don't think he's going to fool him here.
Yeah, big flag here. See what happens.
Jason Kelsey
Wait,
also
Jason
pointing-
Kelsey's adamantly pointing too, yeah. What do we got?
It's
Oh,
all
it is
right.
encroachment.
Kelsey is correct.
Let's go.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah, baby.
So the Jason Peters flinch works for Jordan Mailata as
And now we got a 3rd and 5 instead of 3rd and 10, which is what you could have had if you had ran the ball on 2nd.
See, there we go. We're back.
Yeah,
there it
we're
is.
back.
There it
I hate
is.
to harp on it.
Appreciate it,
No,
Peter.
I don't. I
Thank
like
you
the
very
hard
much for
one.
watching, man. We're going to try and keep it going now, as Empty said here. Vikings are heading to overtime with Baltimore. Jalen Hurts has no help in the backfield. They go 5 wide. There is a jet motion from Kenny Gainwell, and there is going deep to Jenny. Oh, my God, and it's caught. Oh, no. Oh, no. Wide open Dallas Goddard. Perfect touch, perfect throw. It is dropped at the 10-yard line for a wide open touchdown.
Gotta catch
Oh,
that.
my God.
Hurts blew it.
Gotta catch that.
Hurts blew it.
Oh, you know what? That was an overthrow, wasn't it?
It's
I
an
don't know,
overthrow.
man. You got to have that ball, too. Both are true there.
That's a tough. I mean, it's
He couldn't track it,
That's
but it
more
was
on
a
Hurts
better
than
throw.
Goddard. More on Hurts than Goddard. He had time.
Agreed.
Set.
100% agreed.
Didn't make it.
Man, oh, man, that's a touchdown. That's very
Oh, that's
frustrating.
brutal.
Sit boss, coffin corner.
There we go.
Also, don't eat fries and drink water at the same time. Excuse
Oh,
me.
yeah. All right.
Go.
Downed at the 2.
We'll take it.
You love to see that. By the way, this is a weird thing. There was a video going around of this college punter yesterday. Did you guys see this? This guy's punting 80 yards down the field. 80! 80 yards!
Mule.
He's done it multiple times this season. I don't know how he does it. Like,
Draft him in the second round this year.
yeah, exactly. There we go. They will take him in the second. But my God, when you see a punter that's that ridiculously good at moving, like he kicked from his own 12 and it landed right in front of the end zone on the other side of the field. I mean, that's shocking kind of stuff.
So where are the Patriots taking him, Bobby Dubs? I don't think it's a buck.
Yeah,
Actually.
is he
They're
left-footed?
due.
They love left-footed
The Eagles are
punters.
trading all 3 firsts to pick him 1 overall. That's what's going to happen. Punter, first overall in the NFL draft, first time ever. That's
They've
what
been
you're
waiting.
doing.
When a punter is that good, you do consider him drafting
No,
in a
you
mid-round.
don't.
In a mid-round.
You do
Yes.
not. Everyone
Yes.
is trying to find Ray Guy, and guess what? He doesn't exist
He
anymore.
exists now. He is the guy.
The guy.
I remember.
He's Ray's son.
I remember a
The
certain
guy.
Alex Henry that could. That was the most accurate kicker in the NCAA.
Yeah, we're not going to talk
And
about
what
that.
happened to him?
We're
And
not
then
going to talk about
and then
that.
Became a punter, and then he actually wasn't a punter, and then it got real confusing because there was 2 Henrys.
Yeah.
What an awful time. Never ever. Let's never ever talk about drafting a punter ever again. So what? How does Vince remember the Pats have left punters? Yeah, left-footed punters. How do you remember that crap?
Yeah, Belichick loves left-footed punters. I've read multiple articles about that, believe it or not. I've had a lot of free time over my years.
I can't imagine. I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah,
in
well,
the
let me
least.
explain the methodology of it, by the way. He does it because the idea is when it comes off the punter's foot, the spin of the ball is different than a right-footed kicker. So the idea is you're going to get the returner to bobble the catch because they're not used to the rotation. They don't field it.
You know what I think about that?
Not buying it.
That is Bill Belichick being way too meta. That is exactly that. You know, if I just find a left hand, they'll never. How many punts has? Look that up. Do they lead the league in drop punts?
I would have to search that, but that's been a long-running thing. So you'd have to go back a couple of years and see how it compiles. I have no idea. But it's a fun thought. Yeah, I have no idea if it works or not.
Jags just beat the Buffalo Bills. They were a plus 700 on the
Whoa.
money line. Congratulations.
That's
to anybody
good, though,
that did.
because the Dolphins are going to get a win today.
They are going to get a win today.
So you want to see Jacksonville that's a huge win for Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Huge.
So no movement on the tankathon from them then. They stay equal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, they don't really move anything. So here you go.
Oh, man, look at this. They're on their own. They're
completely
pressure.
backed up on the half-yard
Yeah, like
line.
they're
First
sitting
and
there.
10 after a beautiful punt. They go Eckler right up the middle there. That finds some room for about 3 or 4 yards. Manageable 2nd and 6 coming up for the Chargers. And this is what we're talking about, fellas. I am petrified of any linebacker trying to match up on Austin Eckler in the passing game, and I just hope they keep running the ball here.
Well, yeah, I mean,
you don't want it.
No,
It's not good.
Austin Eckler is a hell of a player, man. I mean, he does everything. He's been doing it for a couple of years now. He's one of the better running backs in the NFL. The Chargers love using him. So
Single back, it is Herbert under center. He goes into play action now to the right-hand side, and he misses his target. Keenan Allen intended. How did T.J. Edwards end up covering him? Let's fix that, Jonathan Gannon.
yeah, but what a gift, because a ball does not go through the hands of Keenan
No.
Allen like that very
That's an
often.
overthrow.
I mean, that
Oh,
guy gets
okay.
over 100 catches a year when he's healthy. So
Yeah,
that's
there was-
woo.
So the good news is Herbert is still having some of those accuracy issues he's been having the last couple of weeks. He's still not on target, so look like the slump may continue. You have to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Get off the
Vince
field on third down
Lobiando,
here.
by the way, inside the link right now saying the vibe check, very, very good. As we get 3rd and 7 here, and the link crowd does sound loud as I hear it coming piped in from Merrill
Bring
across
some
the way here at the
pressure.
Henry James Saloon. 3rd and 7, shotgun, and Herbert is back, throws to his right-hand side.
Oh.
It is caught for a first down, and oh man, they keep rumbling doing. So it's going to be about 20 yards on the pickup and a first down for the Chargers here.
Well, Justin Herbert's going to make throws when you give him time. He had time
Who
there.
the hell is Guyton? Who named Guyton? Oh, Guyton? Where's he from? Yeah, atrocious. Okay, their third wide receiver's been atrocious. Just caught a nice 20-yard gain.
Yeah, the two starters are nice, though. I mean, you got Keenan Allen, who we just talked about a minute ago. Mike Williams is really, I mean, he's having maybe the
Great
best year
year.
of his career. He's been fantastic this season. So, wide receivers for the Chargers, pretty good.
1st and 10 here for Herbert. They are going to throw again to the left-hand side. It is caught. Keenan Allen and Vontae Maddox are picking on him on that side. Interestingly enough, I figured that Darius Slay would automatically just be on Keenan Allen, and you just deal with what they deal, but Jonathan Gannon going zone, and it's kind of pissing me off.
Yeah.
This is not going to be a fun drive if it continues this way. So,
Got to get aggressive.
other not great thing on this first
You got to
drive.
send pressure.
Exactly, and that they haven't had any of that from the line thus far. They go I formation this time, heavy to the left-hand side. Fullback goes in motion. It's a pitch out to the left to Austin Eckler.
There we go.
There is
Yeah,
nothing
there you
doing
go.
there. Steven Nelson called that out right away. It's going to be 2nd and 9, maybe even 10. I don't know.
Yeah, and
2nd and 8.
Avonte Maddox was sent on a run blitz there as well. He works his way around the offensive line from behind the line of scrimmage, and on the backside is able to come around behind the running back and make the tackle. I mean, you see a play like that. It's like,
It's
Avonte,
nothing but athletic during the run. I just don't want him covering in the secondary.
well, Avonte's had a solid season. I like Avonte this year.
Also, I have not seen one snap of Alex Singleton yet thus far.
It's a good point.
Which is
it's Davion Taylor and Edwards are leading the way here.
And here we go. A 2nd and 8 RPO out to the right-hand side. A quick throw to, I believe that's
Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen again, who is right next to
Tackled by
Steven
Darius Slay.
Nelson, first down for the Chargers.
That was Slay that time.
That was Slay?
Yes.
Oh, it was Slay. My bad.
Yep.
Man, 2s and 3s. I got those single digits. I was for them this season, and now I hate them.
He's like,
I'm like, oh, yeah, right.
Yep.
It doesn't compute for some reason. It's very college. Very, very college. 1st and 10 here for the Chargers once again. They go 3 wide to the left. Somebody's in motion from left to right. It is a RPO. They pull it down for Herbert. He's in motion. He's going to pull it down and keep running.
All right.
And what
who's-
what we got there, Vince? Gain of 4?
Yeah, he didn't get a whole lot there. Now, he got tackled by 21. Is that Vincent? Who's 21?
Actually have no idea.
All right, yeah, Kyle's going to the phone on that one. We're going to figure that one out.
He's got fantastic dreads, whoever it is.
No, yeah, he's got
Julio
great hair.
Henson Jr.
And he made a
There he
nice
is.
tackle.
Asante was
miss
Jr.
Julio.
was healthy the whole time. He just switched sides. There it is. 2nd and 7. They handed off up the middle to Austin
man.
Eckler. Big 7-yard gain. Nice little fake draw or a delayed draw on there. Andre Chicheri, who is
Shashir.
25-year-old
I have no idea.
from San Jose State. His 2nd year at 26 years old.
Whoa.
My goodness. All right, so a late bloomer.
All right, yeah, jeez.
Where did he come from?
He got held back in 2nd grade 5 times, John. We've all been there.
We have definitely all been there. Yes, sir. Dubs, what are you feeling here? You feeling touchdown, or you feeling they're gonna eventually let this thing just bend enough in the red zone?
Yeah, I think they're gonna make him.
Ooh, there's Herbert.
Oh.
He under pressure, firing, and no pressure once again. Play action has been working well for the Chargers. Another catch for the one they call Keenan Allen. Not a great start for the defense.
Not a great start, but they are sending the pressure now. Like Chichir, our new favorite Eagle, apparently. They sent him corner blitz, was coming around the outside, was pressuring Herbert a good bit there, and he had to get rid of the ball. Herbert
and
just
the
makes a nice
closer
throw.
in they get, the smaller the window becomes, the better you can get at getting at the quarterback.
Yeah.
Down in the red zone where you might be able to force a field goal.
Feels like a field goal drive to me.
Herbert under center, hands it off to Eckler for just about 2.5 yards here. That'll get him to about the 30, 25, somewhere around there.
Wow. Ryan Kerrigan on the field. That's a rare sighting. Enjoy it while you have it.
All right.
'Cause,
So,
man, he
We have a
stinks.
Ryan Kerrigan.
By the way, Chicheri was claimed actually just before the season started on September 2nd. First 3 games with the Eagles, he was on special teams as a gunner, so I didn't even notice him.
All right,
I
there you go.
apologize to you, sir.
Well,
There
they're
you go.
shaking things up, and this is what you got to do. I mean, they've got 9 corners on the team. You might as well try some other guys out.
Yeah,
Exactly.
please. As it is a play action. Screen out to the left-hand side to the Chargers, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, and running and stumbling out to the 2-yard line. It takes just about everybody. So Chargers are in striking distance here early.
Yeah, I said this was going to be a field goal drive. I'm an idiot.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
not
not
looking like
going to
it.
happen. Yeah, it looks like the Chargers are going to cruise down the field here and put up a. I mean, this
In
is
the red zone,
this is
I
a
look
hell
for
of a
Jared
drive. You're talking about a team that started like Herbert took the first snap of this drive in the end zone. He was standing in the end zone, and here go the Chargers all the way down the field.
98-yard drive.
So just 2 yards out now from getting the touchdown and sealing the deal.
Love seeing Vince's-
I look where Jordan Cook.
And Herbert is throwing quickly to the end zone. Slay on Mike Williams there, and he says no, thank you.
That looked
Incomplete
like a
second and goal.
flag, but I'll
Yeah.
take it. They
It
were
was kinda
ripping each
handy.
other up a little bit there, so you take any gifts you can get. That was, look at this contact here. He's on him, he's grabbing, he's trying to separate. Oof.
He's good.
Not a perfect ball, which is the key. That got thrown behind him. Williams had to, fall backwards.
I tell you what I
and reach
enjoyed
out.
most about that, Vince, is your boy Ryan Kerrigan just playing jumping jacks and not rushing the passer. That was really fun.
He's great form with those jumping jacks,
think
though.
he's
He's
been on
been
the field this
practicing a lot
entire
on the
drive.
sideline.
Second and goal.
We're
Second
not going to
goal.
have the Ryan
Second goal.
Kerrigan
Here's
bashing
Herbert.
here.
He
We
is
will not have
handing
the Ryan Kerrigan bashing here.
handing it off to
He's
Eckler.
leading the league in unproductive snaps.
Dub's
Okay?
still
Leave
trying
Ryan
to
Kerrigan
desperately
alone.
defend Ryan Kerrigan for no particular reason. Third and goal. So you might be still right here. You know,
Maybe. This is, all right, let's see what
Hey.
Gannon's got in
We
store.
need- We need bells, people.
this is.
You're
They're all
sending
behind the bar.
everybody, right?
Unfortunately, oh my God, we're going to correct that as soon as this drive is over for
You're
sure.
sending everybody on this one? Just getting after him?
Yeah.
My goodness, so the
Jailhouse.
Dolphins beat the
Heavy
the
front.
Texans
I would go
17-9.
some sort of bear,
That's sad.
give me 5 guys on the line.
All right,
The
so they
pressing-
spread them out. They're going to go 4 wide. They have Austin Eckler, who's going to leak out for sure. They're going wide receiver screen. It's incomplete to Mike
Perfectly.
Williams.
They read
Hey!
it perfectly.
There he is, Chichiri. Again, what's his last
Chichiri.
name? 21? My goodness.
Cherry.
Who needs
Cherry.
Who needs Anthony Harris? Somebody please tell us how to pronounce his last name properly, because I know I'm not saying it right.
Yeah, there's no way we're saying it right, which is going to put you at 24.5, by the way.
Yeah. I think let's just start it at. We're at 30. We've lost count at this point. We know we've missed some. Fourth
Looks
and
like
goal.
they're lining up
Here
to
he
go
goes.
for it.
Just like I said, it's fourth down territory for the Chargers. I gotta imagine that they're gonna run it right up the middle here. So, 4th and goal, and they are keeping it. They're spread it out a little bit. Man in motion. Herbert goes out to his right. He fires that way. It is caught, and it is short. It is short. They stop. Darius Slay with a
Darius
huge
Slay.
tackle.
Big play,
Fletcher
Slay.
Cox pointing the other way, and it is a huge stop for this defense. Vince Quinn, put a little water on your flowers, sir. Woo!
Sean setting it down on me. Let's go. Let's go.
You think
Okay.
Nick looks at weakness on any team and then go against and take
And
advantage?
you know
Yes,
what?
Chris. Every freaking time if they don't come out and run this ball now. What a great momentum shift.
Darius Slay feeling the thug life. He playing snatchies out there.
This is wonderful. Well, Barn, Francisco, do you want to take one of my seats? I'm going to finish this thing here and root on. Here comes
somebody here.
the
Francisco, do you want
realest real estate
All right,
ever.
Dubs, we're going to trade you out too.
It is
Francisco in
Barney.
here.
Push the
All right.
scene on the Twitter, and he is wearing a wonder. I mean, look at the leather on this fella. Fantastic. Tell us why Nick Sirianni needs to run the ball on this drive, because I'm with you this time.
So it's really easy. It's a really easy concept, actually. We have super huge offensive linemen, and I don't really know why he hasn't really figured this out already. I mean, we have some of the biggest line in the league, offensive line in the league, right?
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you play to their strengths? Why wouldn't you have them run block?
We've been saying that all year about Sirianni.
Yeah.
He played to everybody's strengths.
You have a running
They haven't been doing that.
You have a running quarterback.
Yeah.
You have 3 capable running backs. Use them. I really don't understand.
Yeah,
No.
What's the problem?
Even Jordan Howard, right? Who hadn't gotten the ball all year, right?
Yeah.
Practice squad, right? Boston Scott didn't do shit all year. Look what happened last week. When you do what you're supposed to do, Vince Quinn, right?
Well,
Am I right or
yeah.
wrong?
No,
I'm
it's
saying.
it's a simple, obvious thing. By the way, just a little small storyline with the Jordan Howard conversation. I know his name's going to come up a lot today.
Yes.
He's a practice squad guy that they've elevated for the second time. So,
Yes.
do they put him on the active roster after this week or not? Because you're going to have to cut somebody if you want to use Jordan Howard the rest of the way. So, just something to monitor.
Yeah, I'd take Howard over Boston Scott.
All right. Well, so far
100%.
this season
I'd
they have
keep
not
them both.
done that.
I'd keep them both.
Well, that's the thing. Do you create an additional spot to keep Howard? Because here's the problem: Howard doesn't play special teams.
Well, unless they
Well, who are we taking away?
Well, that's the question.
Well, they
That's
just
what it
cut Eric
depends on.
Wilson, so unless they pick up Odell, I think that's your spot right there.
And maybe that. And let's.
And Eric
I think they already kind of made room
Well,
for
they
Jordan
did
Howard
bring
the
in
rest of the way.
Vincent.
So.
Yeah, we'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
But that's going to be one of those major storylines, and we'll see how much they use Jordan Howard today. So it is going to be a major talking point. They ran once on the first drive. They did have an opportunity to get deep down the field and make some stuff happen, but Jalen Hurts overthrew Dallas Goedert just by a couple of yards. Is like a little bit overthrown. Goddard really could have taken that to the house if it was a nice ball. So
yeah. It was that close to being a touchdown. It was that close to it being 7-zip right now.
It was a bad
And
throw.
we have an update. It is Sature. Andre Sature is the last name.
All right.
Saturate. Okay, well, with 9 corners, you could say they've saturated the market. Now, we move on. My God, we move on. So the Eagles are at their one now after the Chargers started on their one as well. Hurts
Just get
in the
out of here.
end zone, throwing it down the field. Ooh.
Ah.
All right.
Yeah.
Aggressive ball. Well, no, not a fan of the call, Francisco. Is that what?
Nah, run the ball here. Get out of the end zone, right? Old fashioned, just get out of the end zone. Woo! What are we doing? Right, Vince?
Well, it was an aggressive call. I don't hate being aggressive, but Hurts
But
right
you know,
now
at
not hitting the
same
throws.
At the same time, Hurts, I trust him in this situation to where he can drop back. He's not taking the safety. He's not Dan Orlovsky. He's not doing that.
Well,
So,
2nd and 10
You know what
now.
I'm saying?
Are you running on 2nd and 10 in your own end zone? They're lining up. Howard's in the backfield,
Honestly,
it looks like.
I think
That's how
I
you run the
would
ball.
just to create just a little room for 3rd down.
So
Because you don't want it to be
let's
3rd
see,
and 10.
Hurts
That's the worst
with
possible
handoff,
scenario.
And Jordan
Ooh,
Howard
is that a
doesn't
safety? Nah,
do
that's not a safety.
anything.
Forward progress?
Yeah. I
Wow.
still like the concept behind that because it's 3rd and 10. But if you know,
So, yeah, 3rd and 10, Eagles on their own one, which, by the way, they're on their own one because of a great stop.
Yeah.
A great stop if you're just joining us.
that was
On, like,
goal
4th
line
and
stand,
2,
man.
the Chargers were going for it. Eagles caught an extending receiver from the Chargers, pulled him back, and so now you got 3rd and 10. They just haven't been able to convert so far. So, Sirianni, I mean, it's a tough play call for him. I don't know what there's no easy answer on a
don't
3rd
take
and
the
10
there's
in
no
your own
right,
one.
there's no right
Safety.
play call right here.
Yeah.
It's just
You're-
kind of like
Yeah.
So
3rd and 10 on your own one.
Chargers seem to
throwing
be
the
playing
ball.
conservative. They've got a couple
Up,
of guys
false start.
back. They're only rushing 4. Hurts stepping up in
Get
the
out
end
of
zone.
the-
Oh,
right.
man, that
Get
was
out of the end zone.
all right.
right.
Scary for a moment there. Hurts gets about 2-3 yards.
Sit pause, just make sure the punt is safe. You know what I'm saying?
didn't really
Well,
start
yeah,
out
and
on-
that's
in
the
great
concern
position
now
there.
because you're only about 3 yards out. So Sipos is going to be punting probably a yard or 2 shorter than the distance he normally has to punt.
Correct.
So it's going to be a condensed punt formation, and if you're the Chargers, you go for it here. I mean, you
you
have
guys
to.
were-
Punt
ridiculous.
block, man. You're playing Madden. You're picking punt block, right?
All right, and great protection from the Eagles
Yeah.
special teams. So that's what you love to see. They get
Okay.
the ball down to midfield, and they missed the return guy, and now he's getting back, and oh man, the Chargers take it to the 40. So short field for the Chargers to start this drive.
Okay.
And
All right, defense got to show up again.
well,
right?
yeah,
Let's
and,
go.
and for Francisco and Barney, who are joining us now on this drive,
Yes.
you guys were not with us on the first drive for the Eagles
Right.
defense. What do you think of Gannon so far? They have been aggressive. Is it what do you want to see here?
They were very impressive in the red zone. No, they weren't impressive for most of the drive, but the red zone, when they had to make it happen, they made it happen. A lot of teams are going it for it no matter what on 4th, right? And they did what they needed to do to get the stop. So I'm happy. I'm content with how they did it, and I'm happy with how it ended. But I'd like to see some early stops.
All right, and we just get news that Avonte Maddox is questionable
right.
to return to this game, who had a solid season so far in the slot, and that's a big loss.
Well, I think you were saying
Devontae has always been questionable.
Get out of here, Dubs. He's stunk the last 2 years, I'll give you that. He's stunk the last 2. But Barney,
well,
what do you
I mean,
want
we
to say?
just traded for like 3 or 4 cornerbacks, so I mean, it's time to try some of them
young
out.
guys.
Well, yeah, and so
Depth,
now
depth.
you got Saturé, which I think I blew his name already after I just
Tay something.
Yeah,
Tay
which-
Gowan, I don't know.
I'm trying. But they have him, Kay Vincent now, so
Right.
does
guys
Zach
got any
McPherson count as being on the roster?
I don't
know. He doesn't seem long for this
How
world.
many snaps has he played this year?
Not many,
3,
and they're
right?
all special teams
Yeah, like
pretty
you-
much. So he's been a non-factor so far on the season. But for the Eagles, it is nice to see other corners on the field because they weren't a dime team. Like, you need flexibility in the NFL of today, man. Everybody's got at least 3 good pass catchers. You got to be able to defend that.
And you know what?
Absolutely.
Maybe it's a good thing that you don't have your normal starters out. I mean, in this case, you don't have a bunch of guys making business decisions, taking plays off. You got a bunch of young, hungry guys out there who actually might make some plays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
It's a young team, man.
that's how Rasul Douglas, became a star in everybody's eyes here because he stepped up and made plays because he didn't have to. He wanted to earn a contract.
Yeah.
So, seen a lot of guys do that. Jalen Mills is another young guy who stepped up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so I like the idea, the philosophy of let's get a bunch of corners, let's develop these guys. They take an
you
investment in
never
a
know.
position.
Why not?
It could end up really, really bad. I mean, we all know that. But
Yeah.
it could also end up really, really good. So, I mean, let's see what we have. So.
Yeah, you just want one or two guys to come out of that group and keep developing. I mean, it's the same thing as quarterback, right? Quarterback, offensive line, they got positions they like. They constantly churn.
Exactly.
Tyree Jackson is one of the stories of today. We'll see what kind of snaps he gets. Really no factor so far in this game. Eagles two offensive drives haven't really made much happen. Now the Chargers are at the 40 as they start their drive. Eagles 40, and Herbert drops back. Nice, easy catch. To Jared Cook, who, my God, the career of Jared Cook, guys. He's been in the league forever now. And for somebody that's played on so many teams, still has it in his late 30s, hell of a player.
He's like the Ryan Fitzpatrick of tight ends. You know what I mean? I feel like he's just been on every single team you can name.
Yeah.
Rams, Chargers. I mean, just pick one. You know what I mean?
If you could get Jared Cook and Josh Johnson on the same team, you would have the whole NFL covered,
Basically.
I think. Yeah, it's completely unbelievable. But 9-yard gain there for the Chargers. So what you're looking at now, 2nd and 1. They're at the Eagles 29. So, again, a short field for the Chargers to start this drive. They got an fullback in the backfield. That makes me kind of happy. There you go. So nice short gain, easy for the Chargers. Nice first down.
Miss Leonard Weaver.
Yes.
Leonard Weaver. Remember
Leonard Weaver shout out. Yeah.
Yes.
That's a fullback for you.
That sucked, man, for his leg to go out the way it did.
That was an ugly injury.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
I was so excited when we got him. Remember that? That was like the 09 team, right? That was.
It was in that.
McNabb,
Yeah.
Westbrook, D-Jax.
He was kind of like the last great fullback, I feel like, Leonard Weaver.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
I
John
don't know.
Connor was good, you know what I mean? But, I mean, you got Juszczyk now, but, I mean, there's no real good fullbacks out there anymore.
No, there's very few, and
There's
there's
dying breed.
it's a dying
Mike
breed.
Oscar.
Tight ends in
Yeah.
that spot now, right? Yeah.
Chargers here, 1st and 10, handed
Oh,
off. Okay,
nice play.
only 2 yards. Fletcher Cox makes the tackle.
I like that.
The
That's what I
tackling's
say.
been good today. I'll
Yeah.
say that. So tackling has been solid so far. They've been sending pressure, run blitzes. They're not getting gashed in the run game.
Yeah, I'm talking.
No, I mean, honestly, I haven't really seen any weakness in Gannon's defense as of right now. I mean, I really want to poke holes in it, but as of right now, they haven't given many points. You know, so, yeah, I like what I see. Keep it up.
So the defense has been okay so far. Again, they slowed the Chargers down the last drive. They went 98 yards, couldn't go the full 99 and punch it in. And the Eagles punted on a short field. Jared Cook again, wide open.
That's 6.
That's a clear miscommunication. That was, I
All
mean,
right, here it is again. We get another goal line stand. Let's go.
Chachere, which I think that was Chachere. Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, why not?
It's another one of those young cornerbacks.
Rhymes with Tanqueray, Chachere. So Chachere, he goes over and he makes the tackle ultimately on Jared Cook at the 2. But look at the space, guys. I mean, there's no one within 5-7 yards of him. He's just got all
I
day.
need Jim Johnson to come down from the
That's
heavens. Another goal line stand here.
That's bad.
Let's go.
Yeah, I don't think Jim Johnson's coming back anytime soon, especially not with Jonathan
Come on,
Gannon
man.
coaching this team.
Nah.
All right, I'd
But
really
we'll hope
love
for
to
the
see a
best.
nice little goal line stop
Eagles
here.
got a lot of guys up on the line of
see?
scrimmage.
Gannon's fucking with their heads.
Oh.
Look at that.
Did we?
That's
Okay.
all John Gannon.
So, play clock was running down for the Chargers. Terrible clock management there. And so, on the 1-yard line on a first down, they have to call a timeout early in the first quarter.
It's like angels in the outfield, right? It's like Jonathan Gannon. Jim Johnson comes down. he's the wings on his back. You know what I mean? That's what it is right now.
He's such like Christopher Lloyd just coming down, like blessing them right now. Okay.
Yeah, there we
That's
go.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Wait, have you ever seen Angels in the End Zone?
No.
Neither have I. So,
Right.
okay, there we go.
I didn't realize that was made.
I don't think it's an American filmed classic. You can yell at me if you want in the comments. Still haven't seen the program either. Someday. Have you
It's
guys
a real
seen the
thing?
program?
It's a real
Have you
thing?
ever seen the
The program.
Yeah, so you don't know what it is.
I don't.
I didn't know either until
You guys
this
don't know-
season.
no, wait, you've not seen the program?
The program.
Oh,
Okay,
it's
I'm just making
Barney's
sure.
seen the
How
program.
have you not seen the program?
That's
I
my
feel like I have
question.
seen
I
the
don't know.
program, though.
You've never seen it?
I've
Have
played
you?
a
I don't
ton
know.
of video games, so there's that. So here we go. Let's Eagles defensive line bunched up in the middle of the field here. Chargers look like they're going to hand off, and they do.
Nice!
But TJ
All right,
Edwards
there you
and
go.
who else?
There
Derek
you go.
Barnett, I think. Nice,
Darwin Walker?
nice play. Darwin Walker gets, there we go.
Thinking of all the Jim Johnson.
We're just calling all these guys
Bunkley
down.
with the stop.
So Derek Barnett breaks. I mean, Derek Barnett trucked a guy and then gets the running back by his ankles. T.J. Edwards back there on a run blitz.
I like
the run
it. I like
blitzing
it.
so far has been good for the Eagles today. Again,
And
the
they needed
run
that.
game.
They needed that.
They've been beat more by the pass than the run, and it's
Come on,
really
come on,
not
come on.
close.
Come on,
Josh
Sweat.
Sweat.
That was a good effort.
Man,
Not
so
really.
Chargers get the touchdown. What happened? Justin Herbert, he went way out to the side. Josh Sweat was charging down on him, put his hands up. Sweat, obviously a huge guy. Herbert able to get the ball around him, throws it to what looks like the tight end lined up at fullback. He goes on a leak route, and he's like 5 yards ahead of T.J. Edwards. He's not close.
There's only so much you can ask for your defense right here. Another goal line stand. It's tough, man.
Well, yeah, and
Chargers are
now
gonna score like they did.
I hate to say this early in the first quarter, but this has been a perennial Eagles problem. When you can't sustain drives, by the time it gets to halftime, early third quarter, you think about the defense being gassed. Have a drive here, get a couple of first downs, a lot of stress on the defense early.
I mean, I think that's one of the biggest reasons why you run the ball is to get your defense off the field. I mean, they're clearly gassed at this point in time because they can't stay on the field.
Yeah,
You know what I
and
mean?
so
Like-
we'll see, because right now, 2 runs on the day, I want to say? I mean,
mean,
Boston
not
Scott
many,
had a
yeah.
carry on the first drive, and then Jordan Howard had a carry out of the end zone, which didn't go anywhere because he stinks. He stinks. He's a bad running back.
And
But
listen,
anyway.
I understand. Running's
You don't
not,
want Jordan Howard to
running's
do well,
not
man.
sexy. You could run the ball and get stopped 5 or 6 times, but you know what you're doing? You're demoralizing the defense. You're weakening them. You're basically making them. Yes. So you're just getting to that point where you basically got to keep running the ball, take time off the clock, cause their defense to actually make mistakes.
You gotta get
You
some
know what I
first
mean? Get
downs,
them
though,
tired.
Barney. You gotta get some first
do
downs.
have to get some first
Keep
down.
running the ball. You get freaking
Yeah.
Listen.
running to the ground every time.
It's
It's not gonna
not-
work.
Like John said, yards don't always matter. Sometimes you just got to weaken the defense, keep running the ball,
Yeah,
demoralize.
but first downs matter.
Well, first downs matter, but also, this is the worst run defense in
I know.
football.
Okay, run the ball then. I agree with you. I'm saying
Yeah.
you gotta make sure we're getting
First, first downs matter, I agree, but on that same token, we're not getting any right now passing the ball either. So what I'm saying
They
is
got a few on the first drive. They had maybe
Oh.
2 first downs on the first drive.
second drive at their own 1 yard line. So we're not even. Are we really gonna like sit here and say
Yeah.
like, oh?
No, so we're not going to
Flat,
bury
man.
it yet. I mean,
Yeah,
we're
can't be buried
maybe
yet.
we're what, like 12 offensive plays into
Yeah.
this game, maybe.
Now
So
we can. This should be hopefully a normal drive. Now we can judge for
yeah,
real. I'm just saying.
yeah, being backed up on your 1 yard line. So if you miss the second drive of the game, Eagles make a stop against the Chargers at the 1 on 4th down. So
Yeah.
they start on their own 1. They
Right.
went aggressive deep on first down.
Right.
Then
And
they
they ran
handed
it
off
twice.
with Howard for 1. That didn't go
And then
anywhere.
Hurts, couple
And then
yards.
Jalen Hurts scrambled out of the end zone. Almost got safetied, by the way. Pocket completely collapsed around him. He breaks out of the end zone, and he only gets about 3 yards, and the Eagles punted. Chargers score in a short field. So,
Right.
lumpy game so far for the Eagles. Not a terrible game, but not a good game either. You want to see execution and mainly accuracy from Jalen Hurts.
Anything you guys would like to see the defense do different there on that last drive where the Chargers just scored? Anything you guys like to see different?
Well, yeah, I mean, the main thing is you wonder, there was that pass to Jared Cook where he was wide open on the left,
what
and
are
it's
you
just
doing? Right.
that's just execution.
Right.
Otherwise, the run blitzing has been good, the tackling has been good. They've held the Chargers' run game in check, but
Yeah.
they're just getting sliced
I just-
apart.
I
in
just
the
want
pass.
to. We got to keep pressuring Herbert, man.
I mean-
Because that's what the Ravens and the Patriots did. They got to Herbert, and that's why he wasn't as good as he had been first 5 games.
Yeah,
Listen,
so
Herbert's going to score. I mean, we know it. He's a good quarterback. He's going to score. We can't hold him to 0 points. But, I mean, they did hold him to 1 touchdown in 1 quarter. I mean, that's not horrible.
right,
You know what I mean? It's not like they have a bunch of
Now
blown
it's the offense's
coverages.
turn to,
So, Yeah, now we just got to see what we have in the offense.
Yep. So,
So-
by the way, we are live at the Henry James Saloon in Roxborough. We're literally sitting at the bar, and if you want to
Delicious
come on
food.
out, the cheesesteaks are amazing. We had them yesterday, by the way, and we had it side by side with that place down the street. You don't have to wait an hour, and frankly, it tastes better. So come down to Henry James Saloon. We'll get you on mic if you want to hang out, say hi, watch the game with us, and also we appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching the live stream wherever you are, and the comments are always appreciated, the likes. All right, John's wondering what we
love
think
to
of
see
Kenny
more Kenny
Gainwell this
Gainwell.
drive.
Oh.
Yeah, he should gain well if they. Okay, that was.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, I'm just.
Stop it with these puns.
I'm going to take
I
myself
hate the
off the
gain well
broadcast.
puns.
I'm throwing myself out.
Yeah.
But the Eagles.
Sunflower.
They start on the 25 now, so a normal start. There was a touchback. Hurts in the backfield with two running backs with him.
Jordan
They hand
Howard.
off to
Jordan
Jordan Howard.
There you
8
go.
yards.
Keep
Jordan
running the ball.
Howard.
All right. So the Eagles line does its job. Jordan Howard runs straight because that's all he can do, and he gets 8 yards.
I hope he gets like 150-yard rushing today, Vince, all on straight runs.
I'm never going to
Just
give him
to piss
credit.
you off.
I'm just never going to
I'm
do
not
it. You
giving
need to
credit
accept this.
anymore. No credit for you anymore.
No,
Vince.
the well
Like I
is
said,
poisoned,
easier to
okay?
block
The
when you have
well
your
is
offensive
poisoned.
lineman falling forward and not going back.
He
I
is
mean,
not dynamic, and if he was, he would have gotten 15 there.
If it
now,
works, it
we
works.
We get a second play. It's another handoff.
Jordan Howard!
Jordan
Get
Howard.
off him!
Get
Get
off
off
All right, and if
Get
he,
off him.
so
Run
Jordan
the
Howard,
rock!
of course,
Run the rock!
Get off Jordan Howard.
of course, he gets 15
What's
yards
up,
there.
Vince? What's up,
As the
Vince
Eagles
Quinn?
offense does
What's
its
up?
job,
Yeah.
and they're no huddling. Wow. All right, so we got some
Everybody
tempo
on
here.
Twitter, get at Vince Quinn. Let him know what's good.
Okay, so hold on. Oh, end of the first quarter. That's why the Eagles were getting up to the line of scrimmage. They don't snap it. So now we hit the end of the first quarter. 7-0 Chargers. But the Eagles now running the ball. People excited. The Jordan Howard train is rolling.
He's a killer. I know killers. That kid's a killer.
I don't know. If, oh yeah. I trust Dubs knowing killers. That's for sure. But tell me what Jordan Howard does that Miles Sanders doesn't.
Hits the hole.
One, and what else?
It's about
Everything
it.
else. That's my point. Other than catching a football, which is kind of meh at this point between what? Yeah, there you go. He scores. Jordan
Yeah, he
Howard
scores
scores
touchdowns.
points.
Yeah.
No matter where he is, by the way, he could be from his own 20 or on the opponent's 20. That's all. I just want to point that out.
Yeah, no, I mean it's whatever. He's a guy. It's the bar's just so low. That's where I'm at. The bar is so low.
Too much rushing bias.
It's like,
That's
it
what
ain't
we
exactly
do, Taylor.
murderer's row around here in the running backs room. We take what we can get.
So, yeah, I mean, they absolutely have to score a touchdown on this drive. Otherwise, I do
Absolutely.
think the game is over. I know that it sounds like ridiculous, but they have to get some momentum going here. Jalen Hurts has to find some form of confidence to throw a football at some point in this game. It's they need to keep the ball on the ground, and it's
Yeah.
just like they're trying to
You need
do
a sustained
everything.
drive. You can't let Justin Herbert get back on the field if he's hot, if he's making the correct reads, making the correct throws, and getting his team down the field. They went 98 yards. You got to let that guy sit and cool off. You got to run the rock here. You got to have a sustained drive. What's going on, Jalen?
Seamus and Patrick from the Nosebleeds have showed up, understanding that
Oh,
Vince Quinn
week.
is all rooted up here. We got the
I'm a killer.
fantastic. So this is what I'm saying. Got to get down here at the Henry James Saloon. And by the way, if you're a sports podcaster, we are kicking off on November 19th with Trill Bro Dude and his wonderful Sixers podcast, You Know Ball. If you're a sports podcaster in the Philadelphia area or just want to make the trip to Henry James Saloon and get paid $50 plus get $50 in free food, all you got to do is DM me, Vince, or Last Out Media for Last Out Media Live happening on November 19th, and then every Thursday from there on out. We're probably going to skip Thanksgiving, obviously, because
Yes.
Henry James
Yeah,
Saloon
I would
won't be
think
here.
so.
But, yeah, we love doing this here, and if you have ever thought about live streaming at the bar and getting paid for it, well, now you can. So let us know either at It's Vince Quinn, at John Barchard, at Last Out Media in the DMs as we get some action as the second quarter starts. Jalen Hurts once again under center, and Jordan Howard pushing his big butt forward for about 4 or 5 yards.
All right.
Oh, nice, Jonathan, Brandon
Whoa.
Staley, and Jonathan Gannon in
they
each
were
other's
best
weddings
friends
here.
From like,
Whoa.
high school or something. They just said a graphic. So, yeah,
How
they're from
about
the same
that?
hometown.
So yeah, like I wonder if
That's his boy.
Jonathan Gannon was just like a year ahead or more of Brandon Staley, if he would be like the next. Ooh, we've got to get him as a coach.
Yeah.
I mean, they sound similar. That's all. Not
Not
Second
after
and
this
6
season.
under center. Play
you go.
action. Jalen Hurts has time. Throws it in the middle, and he has got
Got
a wide
it.
receiver. It is
Devontae Smith.
Devontae Smith for what was that, fellas? About 15, 20, 25, somewhere around there.
Yeah, 15-20, I want to say.
Look at that.
He got good yardage.
Great job by the offensive line there.
Oh.
Devontae with just a little ooh.
No, we're talking about 25.
What's that?
Talking about 25, 30 yards.
Oh, 25 or 30 yards. My
Yeah.
bad. Yeah.
Here we go. Right
As,
back to the ground.
Jordan Howard RPO. His fat butt doesn't go 4 yards. It only goes 2 this time. But, man, yeah, just how is that possible? How is Jordan Howard more effective than Miles Sanders? Someone explain that to me.
Well, part of it is
Just runs hard.
it's really
Run
hitting.
the
I think
hole.
it's more about hitting the hole, and honestly, it's the quality of the offensive line.
Yeah.
When the line does its job, he's getting you 5 yards because he runs straight and he falls forward.
Right.
So that's fine. But Sanders, he makes it harder on himself, and he doesn't take advantage of it. I mean, these holes are there for him too. He just doesn't use
They are
them.
the
Hurts
fourth
RPO.
best
It goes
red
to
zone
Jordan
touchdown
Howard once
team.
again. And another about 5 yards, 6 yards there. It's going to be 3rd and 2 here. Oh, nice. There you go. Avonte Maddox, by the way, did come back and was warming up out of the locker room. So we'll see on the next drive whether or not he wants to test. What was that, hamstring? Ankle? Something like
knee.
that? 3rd and 3. So a little shorter than that. They only give him 5 yards. 3rd and 3, they spread everyone out. 5 wide, and I believe we've got Dallas Goedert in the slot to the right. And now taking down to 7, now down to 5. We've got whistles all over the place. It's a timeout for the Chargers because Brandon Staley is shaking his
in
boots.
There we go. Great minds think alike.
There you go. You owe me a liquid death, sir.
I'm a liquid death.
So looks like you're going to get points here, Vince Quinn, in some form or fashion.
Yep.
That's good.
No, it's nice to see that. And also, just worth noting, there's 12:48 left in the second quarter. Chargers, 1 timeout left.
Yes, that's big.
It's a nice thing. Nice
That's
thing.
big.
Yeah, you wonder, like, I'm choking on my own water.
Yeah,
again. This is
don't die.
unbelievable.
Don't die on liquid death. It's good for the
Murder my
branding,
thirst,
but it's
not
bad
murder
for
me.
your health. So don't die.
Don't die.
But yeah, no. Looking at the Eagles' offense, this exactly we worried a little bit about. Okay, is the defense gonna get tired if you keep going at this rate? Offense wasn't moving the ball well. Now you are running the ball. You are getting deep in territory. You got a great shot to put points on the board here. You're getting a minimum of 3. So everything lining up well for the Eagles on 3rd and 3.
And guess who's in the red D end zone? That's the one they call Tyreek Jackson. Tyree Jackson.
Let's
Tyreek
go.
is somewhere else. I
Yes.
don't know where Tyreek Jackson is, but
Tyree.
Tyree Jackson is on the field here. As 3rd and 3, they don't go empty set this time. They do have, is that Kenny Gainwell to his left there, fellas? I can't tell.
Yeah, it looks like game side to the right, or it's Rager.
And it is Jalen Hurts scrambling to his right. He's going to get the
Go,
first down.
go.
Can he get more? He does not.
Yeah.
He plays it smart, makes the business decision as he should have, gets out of bounds for the first down. There you go, scrambling, rambling.
Scott in the backfield.
Boston Scott was indeed in the backfield there. Looked like he had Rager for a second, but looks like Dickerson got away with a hold there.
I think
Driscoll, my bad.
Yeah, Driscoll's like, nope.
This
So-
drive, 6 runs, 1 pass. That's what
RPO
you-
quickly to Boston Scott
Scott.
there. Sorry, Bob. What were you?
I was just saying, as you see on this drive, got 7 run plays to 1 pass. That seems to work. That's the recipe. There's no need to go away from it. Go with what's working. You are getting big chunks.
Oh,
in
and
the run
tempo
game.
here. Tempo.
Tyree has had snaps
Another
in his
run
Boston
play.
Scott
Boston
on a
Scott
little.
again doesn't get much, a yard.
Eagles offense not able to create holes on these last 2 runs here.
Jordan Howard up the gut,
Jordan.
Vince.
We have Jordan Howard chance behind me here at the Henry.
No
Yeah.
field goals here either, fellas. Absolutely field goals. This is 4-down territory.
Agreed, by the way.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Boston Scott coming in here on 3rd and goal. Boston Scott going off.
It
Jordan
is Howard.
coming off. As Jordan Howard lines up to Jalen Hurts' left, they go a 2-man route outside to the right-hand side. It is to Jordan Howard. He pulls it in. Touchdown! There it is! Oh, Jordan Howard does score touchdowns! Woo! Whoa! There it is, baby. There, play the song! Yeah! Eagles fly on the road to victory. Fly, Eagles fly. Jordan Howard, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high. And watch Jordan Howard fly. Fly, Eagles fly.
on the road to victory.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
Hell yeah! We haven't heard a single bell yet. We have not. It's ridiculous. They're behind the bar. They're behind the bar.
So close.
They're so close. We're going to correct that. It is 7-7. Hey, a pretty good drive after. I mean, it's kind of crazy how much the Chargers have sucked up the plays just by like having that 99-yard drive, the short punt, threw the offense off completely. We were getting worried that they were going to go completely away from the run game, and they do nothing but.
Well,
Exactly.
yeah, I mean, here's the thing, though. This is, again, it's a nice drive. It's a nice score. But this is where the frustration comes from. This is how you start the game.
Yeah.
The worst running defense in football. Why does it take you the third drive when you're doing all these deep shots and whatever? Like, do the obvious thing. They never love doing the obvious thing. You know,
Not at all.
you're a DJ at a party. Play the hits.
Exactly.
Play the hits. I don't want Bruce Springsteen acoustic covers. Play the hits.
I don't want Bruce Springsteen, period, but Bruce
There you
Springsteen,
go.
period. Yeah.
But, like, play the hits, man. He won't do it. So
Yeah.
to see that work, it's like, yeah, Nick, this is what you should do. So maybe he's with it.
All right.
Maybe he doesn't.
Some wonderful roots growing for the running game in the Eagles offense so
They're growing,
far.
though. They are growing. See, look at this expansion. We're wiggling out. We're
Exactly.
getting bigger. It's a nice
Wiggling,
thing.
wiggling. Yeah, you're a hit on the internet. So like this is
Oh, I
this
am.
is great. Yeah,
Am I
it's
getting
fantastic.
hit? I must be
getting
getting
hit,
slammed
really.
with Jordan Howard tweets.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's just
As you should.
now it's just all about. I think it's a amazingly enough, like Justin Herbert doesn't look too sharp thus far. The Chargers offense does like overall, but honestly, they just need to slow up Austin Eckler, in my opinion. And the next things that come across is just I think that the corners have done an okay job handling Allen and Williams and all that for the most part.
It's the tight ends.
Hopefully they keep locking that down a little more. I'd love to go away from zone here. I know that's like anti-Jonathan Gannon to a T, but one drive of man would be really, really nice.
Yeah, it would be nice because that's what's killing them so far. It's the passing game. It's the linebackers in the passing game. It's
Yep.
the tight ends. So that's the thing that's really been devastating. When the corners are getting beat, they're making the tackle pretty quickly. So they've been all right. You just got to keep blitzing. And what? Let's lay it on me. Lay it
Yeah,
on
no,
me.
he's just saying, don't worry. All of us here and the entire bar at Henry James Saloon are giving you enough shit. So, like, about Jordan Howard,
I
for sure.
can, I can handle it. I can handle it. He stinks.
Going to my first Eagles game in Philly on January 9th, what should I expect? Chaos. Savage Raccoon. Nothing but chaos. And honestly, if you want to come out for a cheesesteak tour, let us know. We had really a lot of fun with Ian, so definitely come out.
It was amazing. The cheesesteak tour was so great. I needed like 3 cups of coffee to be able to drive home because I was just like meat sweats and everything.
So many meat
But
sweats, Doug.
It was incredible.
What should you expect when you come to an Eagles game? In the words of the immortal Clever Lang, pain.
But not today. And Vinny's saying the mood check is probably pretty high again in Lincoln Financial Field as we got Justin Herbert taking the field under center. It is a play action, and it is a corner blitz that almost ends up working out perfectly.
They've called a couple of those
They're
today.
trying.
And that's what
They're
you want to
trying.
see. Be super
Flag on the
aggressive.
play. There's a flag on the play. However, it looks like it's going to go.
Burgers?
Burgers?
No.
Any burgers?
Dennis? Burger? No.
Burgers. We got a burger action. What did you get here, Dubs? By the way.
I got the classic Henry
Dubs
H.J.
is
burger.
stealing your ketchup.
Beautiful.
I'm going to steal his ketchup and give it to you.
We've got
Dennis
a
has ketchup now.
got a roughing the passer by Steven Nelson. By the way, on that blitz. So we're going to tack on another 15 there.
He fell,
Well deserved.
He fell like 2 seconds after the ball was out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's explaining to Fletcher Cox right now why he fucked up. It's okay. It's okay.
That's okay. I'll take it because it means you're getting around the quarterback. You know,
Yeah.
like
It means
keep
you're aggressive.
bringing
You're
the
being
pressure.
aggressive.
That's okay.
Takes him just past the midfield. Justin Herbert going to go under center. They got wide receivers in motion going from left to right. They hand it off that way. It's a jet end around, and it's good for 9 yards. And the Chargers about 2nd and 1.
It's a nice
Gonna end up
tackle
with
by
it here.
McLeod, but after he gained 9 yards, doesn't do us any good.
Probably a lot more jet sweeps coming and end arounds coming from the Chargers.
Yeah, the running game is not going so far.
Uh-uh.
And you know what the other thing is, too? They really haven't involved Eckler much so far in the passing game. I don't know if he's caught a pass. Maybe one? I don't think he's, that's part of his game. I mean, he's a well-rounded player. You're really not seeing it.
Yep. Not at least today. 2nd and 1, at least thus far. Right to Austin Eckler. Nice little hole off to the left-hand side to the 30.
He doesn't have a
and
reception.
he's
Doesn't even have a target.
up to the 26. A flag coming. I believe that's a hold on the Chargers. So that was just some sprints for Austin Eckler there.
All right, yep, and they're moving backwards.
And that's another thing. This is maybe the 3rd straight week in a row where they've actually worked on the penalty thing. They're not getting flagged. They're not making mistakes. There are certain things that you're going to have to give them credit Nick Sirianni is implementing to where those mistakes are being corrected. They're not making the bonehead errors.
Yeah.
And that's keeping them in games.
No, it is a nice thing to see that they have cleaned that up. You got to give for the problems I have with Sirianni, you got to give him credit when it's due. And for the penalties, that is a big one. Big one.
Chargers going to go empty set here as Austin Eckler is motioning out to the far side, and they're going to look that way.
Oh.
But it is instead to Jared Cook, I believe, once again for a first down.
Who is covered by Derek Barnett.
Not great.
It's not good.
I guess he's not getting that $11 million. If you're having him dropping freaking coverage.
No, he is. He's a shutdown corner now.
Oh, so that was so weird. So they had T.J. Edwards come in on a delayed blitz that never really went, and then he just ended up in the muck and not even in coverage.
That's
so
an
crazy.
interesting game plan. Let's see how it works for him, Colin.
Tim's saying he'd like some Milton Williams involvement, and yeah, I haven't seen him. I don't think we've seen him yet thus far. Oh, look at this. The Eagles are looking, and
whoa,
are they looking to blitz here? Are they actually going to send 6? Because it looks like at 1st and 10, it is pistol, and it is a wide receiver screen out to the left-hand side to Keenan Allen. Gets a couple of yards, not much there.
Yeah.
So, hey, some interesting new looks with these different linebackers on the field. I think they all heard you, Vince, and said blitz more.
Yeah, no, and I'll say this. This is the one compliment I'll give to Jordan Howard today. He's sort of the anti-Alex Singleton. Singleton always falling backwards, Howard always falling forwards. That's not the case really with T.J. Edwards. He's coming out. He's making solid tackles. Davion Taylor, for the few plays he's been involved in, doing the same thing. So you like seeing that from the linebackers, no doubt.
As they go empty here on 2nd and 7, in motion from left to right around Herbert. Goes Austin Eckler. That's a fired out to the left-hand side and nothing
Another
doing
short tackle.
as there is
Marcus Epps?
Marcus. See, I was going to say Mike again.
Yeah, you always
say
great.
Mike.
Yeah,
He's not joking out there.
Not joking. Really nice play by Marcus Epps there, as just read the screen completely. And we've got 3rd and 6 here. And interestingly enough, they haven't taken too many deep shots with Herbert's arm. Speaking of Alex Singleton, he's in on this play. It's to the left, and it is caught and short
by Marcus Epps.
Back-to-back great plays from Marcus Epps. They're going to force a punt and a 4th down. Unbelievable. Unreal.
Woo!
So here you go. The momentum is starting to shift, which isn't really a real thing. It's just a thing we like to say in sports.
No. Momentum is a real thing.
It is not real at all.
It is.
Not
It
real.
is 100,000%
Because the Chargers are coming
real.
out in tempo. 4th and 2. They're going to go for it here from their own 30.
Oh.
It's a pitch out to the 27, and it is not doing. And look who it is. It's Steven Nelson and Alex Singleton on the stop. They once again are disrespecting the defense, and the Eagles are telling them, go home. And there we go. No punts. It is no punts, no field goals for the Chargers. Eagles turnover on downs. Unbelievable.
Woo!
There we go.
Woo! Now, you love to see, for the Chargers, they're like, the Lions game last week, the Eagles, as they ran away with that, part of it was Detroit was playing one of the worst games, one of the worst coach games of all time. Chargers are playing a decently coached game, but the Eagles defense stepping up twice now on 4th downs already, a quarter and a half in. Huge game-swinging plays so far from the defense. You love to see it. To see it.
And Pack 6 is saying exactly the things that I'm thinking. And no, I don't think they're running the same with Miles Sanders in. Sorry, I'm just like,
no.
Just going to keep pounding that home. And that's another good trade candidate again in the offseason. Because, it's showing. It's
get
showing
him out of here.
He's nowhere near any of the top guys in the league. And if he's nowhere near any of the top guys in the league, you cannot pay him money.
And someone will buy in on the talent. That's the thing. You look at, he's got touchdowns over 70 yards and all that stuff. So the highlights are sexy, and someone will make that investment. It's an Eagles problem and whatever. Let them make that mistake. You don't need to hang on to Miles Sanders. I wanted to believe in a year ago. If you asked me a year ago, is Miles Sanders going to be one of the best running backs in the league? I would have clearly said yes. I
a
think
lot
he
of us
sucks
would.
now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's Felix Jones.
I thought he was going to be on that McCoy talent level wavelength, and he's not quite there.
It's a shame.
You can also text us anytime too if you're feeling a little gun shy in any of the comment sections on social media. 215-509-5833. Johnny from Virginia checking in. Tell me I'm nuts, guys. I see Hurts as being like Mayfield. Tell me that we can't make this offense like the Browns. We have running backs. We run after the catch with wide receivers. We have a solid offensive line and, of course, the tight ends. It won't be as exciting, but it should move the chains and put up points. I mean, yes, I think that's just been said by a lot of people. Ashley Woods, Bobby Dubs, Francisco Rojas. You will see no more diehard, please throw the ball and don't even think about running. But, you've got to bring Jalen Hurts along. We know that now after a few weeks. This works. Just stay here, and especially against really bad run defenses. Like, that's why they keep having success. It's not like it's Detroit and it's the Chargers D. It's just what you're supposed to do.
Well, yeah, and here's the other thing too: is obviously for now, Hurts' legs are one of the best parts of his game, if not the best part of his game. But when you think about how the league's evolving, there are guys now that are getting better as passers over time. Yeah, obviously Josh Allen's historic, but Lamar Jackson's figuring it out. The guy needs more time. You got to see what he can do.
They come out 1st and 10. Jalen Hurts is under center. It's a play-action pass. He's got a little bit of time, some pressure, rolling out to his right, pointing for directions, going to take it himself for a couple of yards. I think he gets about 5 or 6 with his long, wonderful deer running type legs. And he has got 2nd and 3. I think we'll call it 2nd and 6. Nice decision there. You know what's funny is 2nd and 4. Look at that. He leaped a little further than he did.
See his legs, man. I mean, that is the best part of his game right now. He's so effective with his legs, and it's everything for the Eagles.
You got to use his legs to get yourself ahead of the chain.
Absolutely.
1 second and short.
2nd and 4 upcoming.
Hot and honey
and we got some hot and not over here, my friend, but some delicious wings. I want to steal as Boston Scott takes it to the right-hand side for a first down and a little more. He is to the Eagles 40-yard line, and they are running the ball again effectively.
There you go. Yeah, and it's look at the heavy package there. Ryan Kerrigan. Is that Ryan Kerrigan on the field? Oh, it's never mind. I looked like it was 90. I thought it was 90. It was 80. It was Tyree Jackson.
Tyree Jackson,
what?
I think he's had
I was about to have a heart attack.
Jalen Hurts under center. He hands it right back off to Boston Scott yet again. Another 5-yard gain. And, man, oh, man. I'm liking this. Keep it up. They can't stop it.
No, the offensive line is a great unit, and the Chargers' run defense sucks. Like this,
so bad.
This is what it's all about. Grind them down, beat them up over the course of the game. See, like, 4th quarter Jordan Howard in a situation like this, that's a valuable thing, right? But it's the last nice thing I'll say. So you have that. Just keep at it. Keep at it.
2nd and 5, and it is right off to Boston Scott. Tries to go off tackle left, cuts it back up inside, gains a few. It's going to be about 3rd and 1. And Merrill saying a long 1.5 yards.
All right, 4-down territory to me.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about it.
Never kick field goals again.
They are, no punts, no field goals for the rest of the time.
That's right.
I like that idea very much.
Why not? Especially now, I mean, because you're going to be giving the ball back to the Chargers at the half, by the way.
Yep.
So don't play conservative here.
This has really neutralized Joey Bosa this entire last 7, 8, 9 minutes. They're running away from him. They're running up the gut. Offensive line's doing a great job. Eagles just called a timeout to kind of talk this thing over. So Merrill says about 1.5 yards. Broadcast is going to actually mark that too. So I actually love a Jalen Hurts bootleg here.
Yeah,
I think it's prime to get him under center here. Just a simple boot out to the right-hand side, get his legs going, and let's get a first down and keep the chains moving.
Yep, let him make the play, make it nice and easy, have somebody dragging across the field. It's just what he does best right now. You got to lean into what he does well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a random person pointing out, too, that just you would figure Gainwell would have much more of a role after Sanders goes down, either passing game, running game. Disappeared. Boston Scott, Jordan Howard are up.
Yeah,
he just goes away.
They don't believe in Gainwell as a runner at all, and it's to the point, and they probably don't believe in him as a pass blocker. So he's not earning any snaps.
Makes a lot of sense. 3rd and 2. They are going to go in shotgun. Here is Jalen Hurts handing off right to Jordan Howard, who plows through and keeps it going for about 4 or 5 yards. Good enough for a first down and a lot more there, Vince Quinn. I think you, my friend, are going to have to apologize to the pollen around your sunflower for disrespecting Jordan Howard so much
Look,
today.
all right, let's just address this right now, okay? You know he's played the last 2 weeks? The Detroit Lions and the worst run defense in the league.
He can't control the schedule.
Talk to
That's
me
all
against.
I'm
Talk
saying.
to me after the Saints game.
Jalen Hurts, empty set, looks to his right-hand side, fires it over, finds Quez Watkins, gets the old arm bar.
That was a violent tackle, man. He got him by like the
Jack
shoulder.
Tatum tackle there.
That looked like an Uncle Phil throwing Jazz out of the house. Like that was my God.
Nice route, okay ball, good enough. Good enough for 7 yards as Jalen Hurts goes under center. They go heavy with 3 tackles, and they don't even go that way. They go off tackle. Jordan Howard again, 4 yards in a cloud of dust. That is getting everybody fired up in the bar. Boring ass football. Yes. Dennis is shouting, please give us more boring football. I couldn't agree more. 6 rushes, 1 pass on this drive. Good for 38 yards. They go heavy set once again. Jordan Howard up the middle for 5, maybe 6.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Dub said it today. They have run the ball on 15 of the last 16 plays.
All right, we got to get Dennis on the third quarter.
Oh, yeah. The beers are flowing nicely.
Oh, yeah.
So interesting here, because Vince, weren't you saying that since Jordan Howard's brought up on the practice squad, they've got to make another decision? Right?
Yeah.
After this, so it's probably all you'll see of Jordan Howard anyway, right?
It could be. I mean, you're in a spot now where it is clearly working. It's working, So are you going to cut somebody else to create the roster spot to carry 4 running backs when the thing is you don't like using Gainwell at all right now? Sanders isn't effective for you. You don't like using him either. I mean, are they willing to cut Miles Sanders?
Yeah.
No. Right? Probably not. Probably
I
not.
could see they would carry 4 running backs, though, eventually, if they wanted to.
I mean, historically, the Eagles have done that. Obviously, Sirianni's a new animal, but they have done that on previous times as Rick Astley is playing at the bar. My God, what a day this has become. But yeah, I mean, maybe Jordan Howard's on the team next week. I would honestly, if Howard's not on the team next week, I know a lot of people are going to riot. So you got to keep him on the roster for now. Like, what do you need? A 5th corner that you won't use?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
know.
Cut Ryan Kerrigan. Like, I don't care.
Well, because they got to. Yeah, you're right. They've got to bring. One of the 2 corners that they traded for eventually on this team.
Yeah.
After they kind of get their legs underneath them. But honestly, the way the secondary has been playing today, maybe not. I don't know what their plans are other than probably not having Darius Slay or Steven Nelson or one of those guys around.
Yeah. So you're going to have options. I am like, there's enough guys that you can take off the roster, linebackers especially. But again, it comes down to special teams and the roles those guys play. Yeah. It's not sexy. We don't know exactly all this. Oh, well, this guy is, he's the 3rd guy in your punt block formation. Like, nobody knows and nobody cares. But the Eagles obviously know that, and those are decisions you have to make. Like, those plays matter.
Like, after the day, you can't cut Chichera, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
Because he's playing well today. So that's not a guy you can cut.
No, and like going back to special teams for a moment, right? Not sexy, but early in this game, Eagles start a drive at their own 1. They only get 2 yards. They have to punt from the end zone to short punt formation, and they hold. For them to hang on and make a clean punt, that stuff matters. And when it goes bad, it's catastrophic.
Yes.
So is that worth keep getting rid of a guy to have Jordan Howard on the roster? Maybe, maybe not. But that's a tough decision.
I don't think he does. I think they just knew that they were playing Detroit and one of the worst run defenses in the Chargers, and just makes it easy while Miles Sanders is resting up and trying to figure out what to do with Kenny Gainwell. Now we have bells, Tim. Now you're hearing some bells ring.
Lineman inside the medical
2nd
tent.
and 5 here for your Philadelphia Eagles.
Also not a good thing against the run. Chargers have a lineman in the medical tent.
Yeah, they are definitely stacking the box here. Is 2nd and 5 RPO, and Hurts keeps it himself. He's got Dallas Goedert as a blocker and gets the first down. And with a half a yard to go. Way to go, Dallas Goedert sticking his neck out there as the Bobby Dubs Whiskey Sour Special, I believe, comes out at the appropriate time. I love that.
And, that's one of those things where it's weird to say, but this would have been a game where J.J. Arcega-Whiteside makes a lot of sense for this team. Instead, you've got 3 tight ends on the field. That's what they're leaning into. So, fine. It's fine by me.
Totally fine. Totally fine. As it is to Boston Scott here on 1st and 10. Dennis yelling, run that rock. Couldn't agree more. Pickup of about 4 there. So it'll be 2. So pickup of 2. And 2nd and 8 here. You got to make Jalen Hurts throw 1 football at some point in time, and I think this is your shot to do it.
Well, yeah, I mean, the other thing is you're playing the
should be able
clock.
to play action.
You got to play the clock a little bit, too. Again, Chargers would be getting the ball back. They've only got 1 timeout, but you want to run down the clock as much as you can, so it's part of the art of the drive here. So a lot for Sirianni to juggle.
And Hurts keeps it again on an RPO.
All right.
And he's going to run it up for about 3 or 4 yards. Make that.
You see that block by Goddard? Yeah. That was so funky. So
been the lead twice now.
So Goddard, lead blocker again on this play as Hurts keeps it. And Goddard is ahead. He's running in front of the guy that he's supposed to block. Hurts gives him a motion to basically stop, and Goddard sets a pick with his butt. And then Hurts goes around that and gets
3rd
a couple
and 5,
yards.
a great opportunity to take a shot at the end zone because he can't. He's going to go down to the 2-minute warning. Damn it.
All right.
Man.
That's okay. Again, clock management game, man. Get a couple of yards here, be close enough to go for it on 4th down, keep it moving, score a touchdown with, 40 seconds left to play.
Chargers looked like they were playing 0 coverage and absolutely just going to bring the house there, so I am praying they come out and do that again. Like, that's what you want. You suck them in, you just force the safeties up, and then bang, there's nobody across the middle. It's a perfect Dallas Goedert tight end leak play coming up here if Nick Sirianni's smart and they throw that again.
Yeah, and
like
that's what the elite play callers do, right? It's this stuff where Sean McVay, you hear it all the time, you run this play to set up that play and set up this play. So it's all about making the defense think one thing and take advantage of exactly what you know they're thinking. So Sirianni, I don't know if he's got that gear in him. I hope he does, but when it's so hard to get him to do the simple, obvious things at times, it's hard to believe he can do the complex, next-level things. So we'll see if he's got that bone in his body. Obviously, every Eagles fan in the world hopes he does. So,
absolutely, you want a coach you think on his head, see what needs to happen, and make the proper adjustment. That's what you want in a football coach.
Willing to go ham just saying, is getting confused because of your awful Jordan Howard takes. He's blaming me for your awful Jordan Howard
They're
takes.
not awful Jordan Howard
Unbelievable.
takes. Talk to me after the Saints game. I will die on if he goes for 80 yards and a touchdown against the Saints, let's talk. For now, it's the Lions and it's the Chargers, and I don't care. They're blocking and he's running straight. This is, again, the Sirianni stuff from last week. Oh, he's running the ball. He's doing motion. That's not an accomplishment. It's not an accomplishment. The bar is too low. Up your standards, people. Running backs going straight is not an accomplishment.
Vince Labiondo checking in and saying, you look very handsome and he would plant you in his garden at any time. Couldn't agree more.
I need a few more drinks before we get there, Vince, but I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Well, take a sip of Bobby Dub's whiskey sour there, and you'll be just fine.
Yeah, there we go. Ring the bell.
Ring the bell on that one, yeah, for sure.
What are you drinking there, Dubs?
It's a whiskey sour.
Whiskey sour? All right.
Jack.
There you go, a little Jack for Bobby Dubs. I got Johnny Walker at home. I'm excited for that. That's going to be happening.
Wonderful. That little victory celebration at the end here is where, once again, if you're just joining us live at the Henry James Saloon in Roxborough, as you heard the great Prem from the Vet Alumni Podcast spinning the tunes for us. And we're very excited for this 3rd and 5 as now they go empty. Chargers playing a little deep here, so obviously. 3rd and 5. They've got 5 wide. I believe I see Tyree Jackson out there as well. It's a quarterback keeper to Jalen Hurts, and he's up to the 10 for a first down, a big 10-yard gain. What a call. Using the legs, and making the Chargers fall asleep. Great call.
Yep. That's one of the questions. Going back and forth, the Twitter response today from everybody has been fantastic. One of the things I was talking with somebody before the game, they were like, hey, Eagles are going to run for 1 million. It was like 222 yards today. He said, that's great. Who has more yards, Jordan Howard or Jalen Hurts? And honestly, like I think it's a really good discussion. I'd be curious to see where it is at halftime. Hurts has been phenomenal.
Well, here comes another Vince Quinn touchdown, courtesy of face mask, please. Hello. Oh my gosh.
Maybe around the neck. He might have gotten wrapped around the neck.
Might have been Jordan Howard.
I got his hand down quick enough.
On first and goal, gets about 3 or 4 yards. But yeah, he's adjusting his neck. Yeah. Man, I'd like to see a replay, please. The Chargers using their last timeout.
Good.
They actually think they can get the ball back, and that's ridiculous.
Good. It's a terrible play by them. Let them do it.
You'll love to see it.
Yes, and again, as we're about to hit halftime here, and hopefully with some good celebrations. Thanks again to our good friends over at Liquid Death, who are absolutely murdering my thirst, keeping my throat nice and clean, and thoroughly hydrated. The 16.9-ounce can is doing a lot for us. And go to your nearest 7-Eleven or wherever you like to shop and go find your Liquid Death, or go to liquiddeath.com/bell for free shipping. As Jalen Hurts in shotgun. To his left, it is Jordan Howard. RPO to him up the middle. So about 2 or 3 yards there, and another 3rd and goal. They're going to have to make old Jalen throw a pass here and get his legs moving on the run.
So 3rd and 5, essentially. But, yeah, you are in the goal line. Hurts' legs have been incredibly effective so far. And here's the other thing, too. You're in a situation now, as we talked about the clock, 25, 24, 23, plenty left on the play clock here. Chargers no timeouts left. You can kick a last-second field goal, walk off the field up 10-7 at halftime. There's no losing situation here. You don't have to force the touchdown, but if you're close, you get to the 1, you get to the 2, you call a timeout, and you go for that 14-7 lead.
And that's exactly what they're going to do here. Is the play clock's going to run down to 5, and then 2, and then 3. There's the timeout. So now there's 28 seconds here left in the half, tied at 7. What are you dialing up here, Bobby Dubs? 3rd and goal, 5 yards out from the end zone.
I'm going play action. You get a tight end drag. I need Dallas Goedert dragging across the formation. Middle of the end zone, touchdown. Eagles, we up 14-7.
Vince Quinn,
allow
what's the
me
call?
to write a sunny script. All right, here's what's going to happen. Tyree Jackson on the RPO, middle of the field, touchdown.
Bang, bang, bang.
The crowd goes nuts. We stop talking about Jordan Howard.
And Kyle Bennett will literally run out of the bar because he put a plus $1,800 bet on an anytime touchdown from Tyree Jackson. So I'm rooting for that as well.
We're ringing it for Kyle.
$1 Jordan Howard scores a touchdon right here.
Oh, well,
he's
not on the field.
There goes Barney's
so there's
dollar.
$1. So 3rd and goal. Dallas Goedert in the slot. They go 5 wide. I'm calling for the QB sneak once again. I'm going to tell him to do it twice. Do it twice. Get him down to the 2, then get him down to the 1. 4 down territory. Play clock down to 1. Jalen Hurts backing up to his left. Fires. Throws. Trying to find a Devontae Smith in the corner of the end zone. And let's see. What do you say? What do you say? Field goals?
But I'm not a coward. So
I think you got to take the points here since you are not getting the ball back in the second half. I think you kick the field goal here and unfortunately be really pissed off about it.
And they're
going to kick the field goal.
They're going for the. It's fine. I mean, I would go for it, but it's fine. I'm not going to bug out about this one.
What do you think? Yeah, Stephen K saying bad pass there. Yeah, I don't know. Seems like a bad play design on top of a bad pass too.
He didn't give him a shot at all.
Jake Elliott's field goal up and good.
All right.
21 seconds left. 21 seconds left to go. So there you go. There you go. If you guys keep saying that, I'll buy it. We're all watching the same. I just don't think there was any good place to put that ball in the first place anyway. But wasn't a good throw. Not a good. All around it was. I didn't like anything about that last play call, other than them being 5 wide. So that was pretty much it there. So with 21 seconds left, I would imagine a nice little deep kick here, and that'll be it for that. So first half impressions, and we can hand it off to some others here during halftime as well. Wanted your thoughts if you're watching wherever you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, any one of our Twitters, the Henry James Saloon, Facebook, my Facebook. Could be a lot worse, just like everything else. I think they're in control of this game. for the most part if they just, continue to stick to the game plan and just roll with whatever Jalen Hurts mistakes give you here.
So great squib kick first off.
Yeah.
But they botched the return there. He bobbled it, had to pick it up, didn't get a whole lot of yardage. Now you're down to 15 seconds. That's a nice thing. But, yeah, initial impression so far, honestly, this is more about the defense than the offense to me.
Yeah.
The offense was supposed to be able to move the ball today. You were supposed to be able to run. You're supposed to be successful there. Could you stop Justin Herbert? Could you stop Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Jared Cook? Jared Cook so far, no. But generally, the defense has done their job. Hold on for 15 more seconds, and I'll be pretty thrilled with what they've done through 2 quarters.
Yep, same as well as there's Austin Eckler on a screen. Gets the stats padded for a nice 10 yards. Helps your fantasy team with the reception as
And
well.
that'll end the
That's
half.
going to do it for halftime. here.
I'll
So
take this
we'll
score
probably
at the end of the half all day long. They look like they found the formula. They're like, okay, we're going to run it down their throats. Run. You got that. Now this game is going to come down to how many stops can you get on defense when it comes to Justin Herbert. The minute you can get a bunch of stops, limit their attempts at scoring points, you're in a good position to win this game. You put 2-3 more drives together where you come up with points of any kind and you can get a few stops, I think you're in a great place.
Well, yeah, and that's one of the major things to talk about here because think about how the Eagles play football, right? It's all about playing downhill for the defense. Chargers can't run today. So you've already made them a generally one-dimensional team.
Yep.
When they can't even front the run anymore and they exclusively have to play catch-up, that's a huge opportunity. So for the Eagles to be up at halftime, you just got to get those stops, keep running the ball, keep wearing them down, and this could be a blowout by the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't know if it ends up being a blowout, but certainly if you keep doing that, it's going to steer that way. And, man, I don't know what else to get Jalen Hurts' confidence up in the passing game. You would figure a game like this takes a lot of pressure off you, but it's almost now it's like, crap. If I'm gonna throw a limited amount of time, then I've got to be perfect on those things. So I don't know. That's got to get figured out at some point. And that's the only thing where I could see this being a little detrimental in the second half. It's just, you're gonna have 3rd and 5s. There's gonna be a lot of 3rd and 5s. You got to be able to close them out here.
Well, yeah, but a lot of those 3rd and 5s are coming because he's not been accurate today. I mean, for the shots that they've given him, he has not been good today as a passer. So that is the Jalen Hurts experience. His legs are incredibly valuable when he's got the run game, but finding those easy short throws, they don't have those in the offense all that much. On the first drive, you saw one of those rare plays that was perfect for him, which was Kenny Gainwell comes out of the backfield. He goes wide. Kenny Gainwell motions back in. Snap. He's crossing the field. Dallas Goedert comes behind him. Nice, easy catch to Goddard. He keeps moving. Where's that? You know what I mean? Those are the plays that a guy like him needs, and they need more of that in the playbook.
Yeah, it's interesting to me because we were talking about it even kind of pregame here, too, where those massive tight end drag routes that they were running, even though, maybe it only lasted for a couple of weeks, but it was really effective, and then they never really went back to that or that setup again, or maybe that's because of personnel shifting all over the place, but, it is very strange to me, very, very strange, and, constantly telling the opponent's defense, I have not seen Jalen Hurts do anything but roll out to his right many times. They're making the ball, trying to be on the right side of the field. It's getting very Mitch Trubisky not throwing to your left type of thing, it's almost like they're taking more and more and more off his plate, and I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing, to be honest.
No, it's not, because when you get against good defenses, again, the Saints, as they come up in a week, or 2 weeks, that's one of those teams that they're going to force him to throw to his left. Yeah. They're going to make him do it. And for Hurts, that's when it's the big boy, are you actually a real potential starter or not? How can you, because one of the things they talk about with playoff football, it's always we want to make you play left-handed. They take away your dominant hand. That's going to be a bit of what it is. That's what you need to see. For now, he doesn't have it.
No. Doesn't have it right now is oh, nice. I didn't see how that ended up. So
Okay.
Kirk Cousins gets to cry in his soup once again tonight. That's fantastic.
Which helps the Eagles' playoff odds.
It
baby.
does. It does.
I'm going to look
Can't
at the
believe it.
standings. I'm going to check the standings and see
Well,
where they're
now
at.
that we're kind of have this half of football, and I was saying pregame essentially, like, Vince asked a great question, Dubs. Is this a playoff team or not? And would you say if they hold on and win this game that you're willing to go ahead and say that as a wild card team, as you're looking at the rest of the NFC, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, and et cetera here?
Exactly. They're doing what they're supposed to do against the team they're supposed to do it against. And this is the team looking at who they're playing down the road here, where they have the potential to string together a bunch of victories and maybe even get on the positive side of 500 if things work their way coming up here. This is the team that could absolutely potentially make the playoffs.
Yeah, so, okay, this is unbelievable. All right, so given the way things have gone today, specifically with the Vikings getting that loss, they're 3-5. If the Eagles win and improve to 4-5, they are the 8th team in the NFC.
So they literally will be a playoff team if they win this game.
And that's also, I don't know what the Falcons situation is. Are they playing today? Or they won? So they had a bye already. So that's the difference. So they would only be behind the Falcons for a wild card spot. And the Falcons, who they beat earlier in this year, so the Falcons had the bye. They're 4-4.
Yep.
So Eagles 4-5. But the team that's right there at 4-5 as well, Carolina, who they beat. So the Eagles will be the number 8 team in the playoff race with a win. Wild.
Unbelievable.
Wild.
And not to mention that, the Falcons kind of helping you out today by beating the Saints with the last second. What is that? Is that Koo's freaking third one of the year? Now coming to think about it, that's crazy. That is nuts. So, yeah, I mean, and doesn't look like Jordan Love's having a good time in Kansas City right now either. So, there's the Packers' downfall as well. And let me just say this, because I do see random person saying the same thing. It was really enjoyable for the Broncos to just absolutely shellac the Cowboys today. And Bobby Dubs, Kyle Bennett has officially made this DAC savings, and it is November. And the reason why we call it DAC savings is because the Dallas Cowboys are now in the real spot of football, and this is where they always falter. The hype train is up, and then the Denver Broncos come in, they knock it off. So I don't think that you're going to see the same Dallas Cowboys for the next 2 to 3 weeks.
No,
I think there's
at
least another loss coming.
Yeah. You know how they played during late in the season, especially going into November, December. They tend to falter. They rest on their laurels, and you're going to see a lot of losses coming soon.
Yep. And just I don't know. There's a lot of things yet to be settled here, Vince Quinn. So good vibes if they end up winning this game. And again, the Chargers are not a terrible team at all.
Yeah.
No.
They're an inexperienced team. They're a talented team. They're just banged up right now, and you're getting them at a good time.
If you go and look at the Chargers' schedule as well, they're 4-3, and they're a good team, but they've played a lot of great teams on the schedule. I mean, look, just like the only bad, objectively bad team is Washington, but they played Week 1 Washington, which would have had Ryan Fitzpatrick. So you're getting the best version of Washington. But otherwise, this is a solid team, but this is a good measuring stick game, right?
Yep.
First-year head coach, it's a guy a lot of people think, middle of the season, maybe we should have hired this guy instead of Sirianni and whatever. But for everything that people love about the Chargers, for the Eagles to be up by 3 at halftime and generally look like the better team, that's what really matters. They look like they belong today. The Lions stuff looks like a little bit less of a mirage, and this gets you excited for that easy stretch in the back half of the year.
Yeah, and I'm ready for it. I welcome it. I welcome any positivity when it comes to a playoff run. I think it's the most important thing for this team moving forward. And, Jacksonville and Miami keep accidentally winning games. It kind of still puts them in the same spot. So, like we've been saying all week, you ride with the picks that are already out there that Howie Roseman already gave out and, transfer it up. And you've got 3 first-round picks to deal with. And this is the other thing, too, that we've been saying all week. It is pretty evident, no matter how we want to slice it, we got to just accept this at this point. Whether it is Russell Wilson and you get the ultimate prize, the Eagles are definitely trading for a veteran quarterback next year. Seeing that Liberty game and like Matt Corral and the whole like and Willis and all that stuff. You're just going, yeah, probably not. Like you're going to reset. You're going to have Jalen Hurts meet it. No, doesn't make any sense to me. But I think Derek Carr is possible. And I'll even argue with this right now. I mean, Derek Carr is probably going to cost you less.
Oh, yeah. He's definitely going to cost you less.
Going to use more resources. So what's the better value? Getting Russell Wilson and saying, who cares? Or holding on to some of that stuff in free agency and cap room with Derek Carr?
Well, it might be a little cheaper to get Derek Carr, but Russell Wilson's a Hall of Famer, and I'm all in on that. I mean, you got to take the quarterbacks to that level when they're available, and for the Eagles, that's what they want. So if it turns out that for whatever reason you can't get Russ and Carr's your consolation, I'll take it, but Russ should be the goal regardless of the price.
Yeah, there's very much like I even hate to. It's funny that I'm going to compare this. Like, there's a very much Alex Smith vibe with Jalen Hurts, very much so. And then Gardner's here. We can look into that however we want to. Like, somebody's frustrated about the passing game, and somebody has to be, whether that's the owner, the coach, the offensive coordinators, whatever it is. You're going to have to make a switch at some point for somebody that can actually throw.
Yeah.
That's just the truth.
The way they're getting by now is not sustainable long term. And, I mean, it's fine. Like, this was a let's see what happens kind of year.
Right.
For Jalen Hurts, honestly, he's exactly who I thought he was at the beginning of the season. He's fun. He's likable. He makes some clutch plays from time to time. He's got great legs on him. But he's not a dynamic passer.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have it. And could he get better? Maybe. Do I believe he's going to get better here? Not really. So that's the thing. I mean, if he's got value in a trade because he started so many games and someone else thinks they can develop him, great. Send him off in that package and bring on Russ or Carr or whatever it's going to be. But otherwise, I mean, you don't really regret running a guy out like this and seeing what you get. So for now, it's just, it's a second-round quarterback. That's what he looks like.
And it's painful because you see what they can do when they have some parts of the offense going, the running game going, they're not making mistakes. You look at that team and go, if they have a quarterback that can make the throws when he needs to, when there's wide open throws to be made that can go for touchdowns, that can extend drives, this is the team that can put together several wins. The only thing holding them back right now is a quarterback who can be accurate and who can make the throws when they matter.
Yep.
Because if you got a running game and you're not going to beat yourself making mistakes, which they have not for the last several weeks, all you are missing is a quarterback who's going to be accurate and make the correct read and the correct throw at the correct time.
And that has not been Jalen Hurts so far
right now, and it hasn't.
No, but and you get in this weird space, right, of trying to figure out, okay, what are the problems with the offense, and if they keep winning like this because Hurts' legs are so valuable, you can't bench him.
No.
So it's not one of those spots where it's like, all right, well, Gardner Minshew's going to fix the team. Here's the question. Is Gardner Minshew that much better of a passer than Jalen Hurts that it makes up for not having the legs that Hurts does? Minshew can move a little, but he's nowhere close to the runner that Hurts is.
Well, it's the sad thing is like, yes.
You think it's worth it?
Because it's...
So he's better then. I mean, you're basically saying he's better.
I'm just saying
anybody's
going
doing.
You asked a thrower specifically. Anyone's going to be a better thrower on this team. I actually don't know if Jalen Hurts' legs are more valuable than Minshew's arm, but I just know that if you want to get Quez and Devontae into a rhythm, and if you want to go and attack Dallas Goedert and you want something that looks more like your system, you should probably go with Gardner Minshew.
It's worth the thought because that's the one thing is if he is better as a passer, this is the trade-off. Hurts' legs have been great, and they drove him last game. They're helping a lot this game.
Yeah.
But they want explosive plays.
Yeah.
Like, Hurts gets you 7 on the ground, fine. But it's not 97 with Quez, you know what I mean? And they are taking those shots, and they're not landing them. So
And look, I so badly want Jalen Hurts to look like Lamar Jackson light in the worst way.
Yeah.
But you got to accept that reality, too, and his legs aren't valuable enough to completely build an offense around either and just stick with that. So you just, he's way further behind than I anticipated he would be in terms of a thrower.
Yep.
And he just needs a lot more seasoning, and I hope there's a way that whatever veteran quarterback ends up here, that you can still hold on to Jalen Hurts. I would rather give a pick away than Jalen Hurts.
The second half.
Love him as a backup. And if he's backing up Russ, that's the dream.
I
would love that.
Out. And
We
it's
got a
going to get
nice
about the
little
32.
return to start the third quarter from the Chargers up to the 31. That's where they'll go. As Evan Washburn, who I don't even remember being anybody, is on the sideline for CBS. You know who Evan Washburn is?
Yeah, he's been around, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
A
He's a
long
guy.
time? Is he a former football player? Anybody? No?
No, I think
Doesn't
he's
look
just
like
a
one.
reporter. I just, you
Looks
know.
like a dude who went to Syracuse and
Yeah,
licked
probably.
his butt up to his way up the corporate television ladder. Anyway. First and 10. He's probably a very wonderful man. To not Jared Cook, but
Mike Williams.
Mike
that is
Williams.
to Mike Williams for second and about 8 there. So, hey, Eagles getting off 34 plays to the Chargers 29. 115 yards on the ground. 54 passing yards. Exactly what we're talking about there.
Yeah,
Can't really sustain that.
But the biggest difference in this game, Chargers 0 for 2 on fourth down. That's everything. That's
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah.
game right there.
That is right. Second and 1. Fake jet motion is a
Barnett.
pitch out to Eckler,
Yeah.
which could be a tackle for loss, and
And
it
it
is.
is.
About 3
Offside by
or maybe,
Derek Barnett.
was that 4 yards there, Dubs?
Yeah.
3-yard loss, somewhere around there, so it's going to be third and a chunk.
Derek Barnett making tackles and not penalties. I love to see
He's
it.
been sharp today. He's been making an impact today. There's no doubt about it.
It's not always him. How about that, Nick?
Hey, there you go.
So a nice, hey, wouldn't it be really, really sweet for a 3 and out to start the third quarter? The link is getting up. We hear Ian Tolino loud and clear. Hope you're well, brother. 3rd and 4. They spread everybody out. They go Austin Eckler to Herbert's left, and it is a quick slant out to Keenan Allen, who gets a few more than just 4 and cross midfield. So
Lucky he got tripped up right at the touchdown.
yeah, that was a touchdown. Vontae Maddox gutting it out. It looks like here.
Rodney McLeod getting his ankles.
Derek Barnett trying to chase back there too, but yeah, thank goodness for that. A lot of green in front of Allen. Fresh set of downs. Eagles defense stays on the field. Justin Herbert. They go pistol this time in shotgun. Now they switch to just Austin Eckler to his right. It is a play action pass out to the right hand side. Another first down and a lot more. Who is that, guys? Number 5? Probably their 4th-string wide receiver.
Palmer,
Some dude I've never heard of for 15 yards and a first down there. So not great. Not great.
Nope. No, Chargers moving the ball pretty well, and that's how the game's generally gone. I mean, the passing
Exactly.
offense has been good, and it might be that they just give up on running the ball now. I mean, really, like it's just it hasn't worked for them today.
And it's looking like your best bet defensively is really them driving down, getting cold in the red zone, and again forcing a 4th down stop.
Herbert looking, and he is floating it out to the
Oh,
left-hand side.
man.
My goodness. There was a double bracket coverage there.
What a pass!
And that was going to, I think that was Jared Cook as well. My goodness, what a catch.
Woo! You got up
There were some
there,
arguments on the sideline, but I couldn't tell what they were arguing for. It looked like a really clean catch there.
man. Wow, that was great
Josh
defense
Palmer, my
too.
bad. Josh Palmer on the last one. Who's 89?
I mean, Darius Slay gets up there. Parham, Donald Parham.
Oh, Parham Jr., my bad.
Yeah.
So they go 3 wide here. And it is Eckler looking out to his right, fires that way into the ground to Mike Williams. And Darius Slay saying he keeps constantly pushing off, throw a fucking flag. Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Yes, Jess, you can have the ketchup. I'm not holding it hostage.
And just can
I'm
have the
not
ketchup.
holding it hostage.
You haven't been drinking it? You just
Straight out of the bottle.
ketchup is how sunflowers grow, by the way.
Yo, Hitch, cut that.
That's a GIF.
Cut
All
that
right.
clip on Twitch, please, God. We need that forever.
Oh, no.
Here comes to Austin Eckler on 2nd and 10. He goes absolutely nowhere.
Nathan
Bobby
Nada.
Dubs, look who it is again. It's Derek Barnett setting the edge and making
There
plays.
he is.
There you go. So 3rd and 10 here. Chargers can still pick up a first down, even though they're flirting close with the red zone. And Dennis, as soon as this drive is over, I'm going to have you take Vince Quinn's seat, actually, so he can eat. And
Take my first
you're going to
breather
hear a
here.
lot from Dennis. It is a 3rd and 10 here. As a man, Herbert is backed up. He is rushing to his left, and he is just stood up by Alex Singleton.
Absolutely
No one
not.
was
Let's
open.
go.
We get
Fourth
some
down.
flexes. We get some fist bumps. It's going to be fourth down.
Absolutely a field goal.
And I would assume a field goal here on 4th and 9.
Yeah.
Eagles defense has been great. And it's funny, too, because we've been talking about Hurts and his legs a lot. Herbert can move, man. And that has not crushed the Eagles at all today.
Nope.
He's made a play here or there, but he has not
Yeah.
been dominant with his legs.
I'll give him whatever he wants between the 20. They get inside the 20, they become the 85 Bears, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, no, they're doing a great job today. The defense is really holding up against a solid, not amazing, but solid offense.
30-yard
Amen.
attempt
Oh, he's
is
got it.
just sneaks in there.
Hey,
All right.
Into the right corner there. As a 10-10 game. Yards
Welcome,
don't
welcome.
matter. Dennis coming up and chatting with us again from the
Ignorant Thinkers Podcast.
Ignorant Thinkers podcast. What's the bottom of the hoodie say again?
Tokyo is Tuesday.
Talkerish Tuesday.
Yeah, that's the name of the
I
show
love
every
that.
Tuesday, 8 p.m.
Dennis, shout out your handles and everything so everybody can.
Ignorant Thinker Podcast. I'm on every social media platform you can think of. TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. YouTube as well.
So running the ball is obviously been working. It's been the Chargers. It seems like it's a pretty obvious go for them too.
Right.
More Jordan Howard and keep the pedal on here.
I agree with that, but what's wrong with Kenny Gainwell?
I don't know. Nothing apparently. Just not a part of the game plan as much this week.
Yeah,
We've
they
seen him
clearly
split
don't
out
trust
wide.
him as
We've
a
seen
runner.
him kind of everywhere else. Haven't seen any Kenny Gainwell. Maybe you have seen him out there, but have not. Just been mainly Boston Scott and Jordan Howard.
Jordan Howard, yeah.
Yeah, they don't see him as an effective runner.
I don't, yeah.
Probably tells you
I don't
what's
understand it because before Miles Sanders got injured, it was Kenny Gainwell. As soon as he got in the game, he got the ball.
Yeah.
I just don't understand it.
Hitch, thank you, man. Thank you for clipping that. That'll be fun.
One of the best things I can say is, though, we win this game, we got just as many wins as we had last year.
Yes.
There you go.
That was one
Already.
of the best things I can say.
Check that off. I wasn't even thinking about that today, Dennis. There you go.
Right.
You can match the win total from yesterday or from last year with just one simple win against the Chargers. So, yeah, KD3 saying Kenny just a few snaps. So it's a good question for Nick Sirianni after this game. I think either way in a win or a loss. What's going on and why Kenny Gainwell isn't there?
I can actually say his play calling is
There
working.
is
I don't have a play calling issue with him. His play calling is working.
yep.
So I'm going to have to say he's doing a great job.
Is it a great job or is it just the obvious thing to do?
Yeah.
But I guess the obvious thing to do for Nick Sirianni is a good job at this point.
I think it's a great job because I think he will still pass the ball.
Well, yeah, they'll probably come out after all this. They'll come out throwing for like the first two drives here and
Nah,
make
you
us
gotta-
all
you
sit
gotta
on pins and needles.
You got to keep playing boring-ass football. Keep running the route. You got to keep doing it.
Yes. Yeah,
Got to.
I don't think
Can't stop it.
there's
The
no. Yeah,
Chargers
the
can't
Chargers
stop it.
have given you zero reason to do anything else.
Exactly.
So
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Don't fix it, yeah.
they are. You know what the hilarious part about this? I believe the over/under was supposed to be 50 in this game. What? And I don't
On
think we're
what
going to come
planet?
close to that. Unless there's a explosion of passing plays here in the fourth quarter.
we ain't
You
coming
got
close
to
to that
touch
at all.
back. Then they'll start.
Hey, Jonathan
25.
Hightower.
Jonathan Hightower activated off the practice
Yeah.
squad.
Seen him for once or twice now, actively taking kickoffs. That makes sense. They're just looking for anything. They're looking
my
for
son,
anything
Jalen
to get
Hurts.
going. That's what I'm saying. There's no, and it's clearly all mostly Jalen now. Can we say that at this point? They don't have a passing game because of Jalen Hurts,
It is what it is.
or are we still like
And
up
you
in the
can
air?
only do but so much to cover up a gaping hole in your offense.
Yeah.
You can run the ball all you want. Eventually, he's going to have to make a throw that's going to be a first down or that's going to be a key point in this game.
Probably going to come right now. As I lied completely. It's a
There
handoff
you go.
to
Run that
Run that
again.
rock. Pound that rock.
another 5 yards.
Change of carry.
So that's good. I mean, 3 yards. Man, how am I calling this so wrong today?
I don't know.
What's wrong with me? Help me. Help you. Help me. My eyes.
Ladies and gentlemen, help him out. In the comment section. Help him out.
Man, Nick Sirianni is
Snap,
pissed.
but I think that's a bad spot.
Maybe
I'm not worried
see?
about the spot. Run the ball, Nick.
He was definitely close.
Maybe
to
it's the rest
30-yard
making us
line.
crazy. 2nd and 7. Here you go. Here's definitely a pass or a QB run as empty set. Nobody in the backfield for Jalen Hurts. It is a run. It's a design run out to the right-hand side. Maybe gets 3 or 4 there. They trust his legs, not his arm, boys. It's going to be 3rd and 4.
I like it. I like
Lord.
it. I like
It's
it.
a
3rd and 4. I like it.
manageable. You get
Third
to
and
a
manageable.
however you can.
Sounds a lot like Saturdays and not Sundays when we're talking. It sounds like we're talking about Big Ten football, to be honest with you, and it drives me crazy.
Hey, any way we get this win, I'll take it. I don't care how it comes.
If we start to get excited about punts, you change the channel. But until then, you know what I'm trying to say.
Ranked 32nd in rush defense. Look at him.
160
They give
yards
up
about.
160 a game. They got 120 so far, and we still got a quarter and a lot to go.
Eagles are 5 for 8 today on
Get
third
under
down. Didn't
center
even pay
and run the
attention to
rock,
that.
Nick.
But I love their average down to go on third is 4.9 yards. I'll take that all day long.
3rd and 4.
Third-
They go bunch out
They've
to
been
the
living
right-hand
at 3rd
side.
and 4 this game.
Devontae Smith now switches over to the slot. They're going to pass it, and Jesus. Sacked, and I
Driscoll
believe.
runs into Jalen Hurts' leg.
Don't see that too
I hope
often. I believe
Driscoll's
Driscoll's
okay.
down now, too.
I actually like Driscoll
That is
more than I like
unbelievable.
Isaac
Let's see what happens.
Samanalo. Wow.
Got bull rushed
So just
right
got
back
bull
in
rushed, and looks like Jalen tripped over at the same time as well. What the hell happened? Joey Bosa ate.
I mean, he went against the great Joey Bosa, man. I mean,
He did.
that guy's getting $20 million a season for a reason. All
It's a
right?
simple trip. That's all it was.
He get 20 plus million
That's
a
the
season
first
for a
sack by
reason.
either team today, so we have kept Jalen Hurts clean for the most part.
So here is Sipas,
Sipas to God.
not a left-handed punter, so Bill Belichick would be furious as it's going to bounce around a bunch of Chargers and land somewhere just beyond, well, Merrill says the
I did not know
34.
Bill Belichick like left-handed punters.
Yeah, I found that out today, too.
Left-handed punters
I
is
did
where
not
it's
know
at.
that.
So a nice, soft 3 and out. Not what you were expecting after a lot of success here. But, I mean, this is kind of like this is the problem. You can't be too predictable in the run game here either. So far, they're just coming right back to the RPO and all the rest of the stuff. So
I don't like the RPO. I say get rid of it, go back on the center. It's crazy because just 20 years ago we were saying we want more shotgun. Now I'm like, I want more in the center. Like, I don't understand it. I remember when Andy Reid first got here, Donovan McNabb was never in the center in the beginning. I mean, never in shotgun in the beginning. And then he started to develop a shotgun. Now, the shotgun is everything. Nobody goes under center. It's like, it's just, it just is what it is. I want more under center. Our offense look more fluid that way. That's the way I want it.
Yes. This is probably one of the most important drives here of the game.
Yeah, they need to stop. They need to stop turnovers.
I think they need a turnover
Chargers cannot
here.
go down and get points.
What was that, Dubs?
I said the Chargers cannot go down the field and get points
No.
on this drive.
I think this
Not
is what
with the way the offense sputtered in that last drive.
Just field goals.
Asking for this game to turn on you if you give up a score right here.
Absolutely.
I think this is when the defense gets the turnover.
That'd be nice.
I think JG, Jonathan Gann, I think he got one on his sleeve.
Yeah, JG is honestly, the defense doesn't need to do much of anything other than probably dial up a few more blitzes. Dave Zangaro saying Josh Driscoll got pushed into the back of Jalen Hurts on that sack, then came up limping, and now Driscoll is heading to the locker room, so you're going to get some O-line carousel.
Matt
Maratea here with
the
a
haircut.
stylish
I
cut.
gotta get out the way. You people have to see this haircut. It is absolutely amazing. Get your
mean-
ass over here.
The
He's got a Guinness. He's a man's man.
I've never seen a haircut give somebody so much control.
yeah, like what? I have a lot of questions. What went into the decision? Do you feel like you're a mature man? Have you grown into a new? Look at this. It's chopped out like it just
You
looks
do look like
phenomenal.
Romo.
everybody.
I do have to be. You do look like Romo.
I mean, that is Anthony Romo. He is a Paisan, right? carrying on the great tradition of Italian
First down,
quarterbacks.
first down. Let's go, Eagles defense.
And just like every true Italian drinking a Guinness in a liquid death, as Herbert, looking way downfield, goes for the kill shot. Darius Slay is there, and it doesn't matter. Mike Williams comes down
Mike
with
Williams
it.
with the
An
catch.
amazing catch for about 80 yards.
It wasn't
They are
80,
in the
it was-
red
it was a
zone.
good 40,
First
50,
and
45
10.
yard
The
catch.
literally last thing that we just said could happen happens. And buckle in, folks. Man, Mike Williams has just been truly sensational. Is getting better and better every single year, coming off of major college injuries from
Neck injury.
Clemson. And
He's a big guy, too.
He's
he
huge.
moves well.
huge. Moves well for a big guy. 1st and 10 right from the Eagles' 18-yard line. A little short out to Keenan Allen for about 7. It's going to be 2nd and 3, and now the Chargers are moving really quickly here, Matt. Hi, caramba. Just like that.
No, we're coming back, man. This is a bend but don't break defense, man. They only getting 3 down here. Don't worry about it. They only getting 3 down
All
here.
right, I'm feeling
This is
Dennis's
a
flow.
bend but don't break defense.
Yeah, I mean, they seem to have red zone issues almost equal to ours right now, and if they can get some pressure right now, drop into a little zone, I'd be
Tired of
very
that
hopeful.
damn zone.
They go I formation. It goes right to not Justin Jackson, who is not active because he's injured, and I forget who's backing up Austin Eckler, but stuffed. It is 3rd down and 1. So
Whoever that is backing him up is a terrible running back to be running right into the linebacker. We don't have no great linebackers. You ran right into him.
And look, I mean, I get excited when I see an I formation. I love fullbacks, but that was a sorry excuse for a.
Fullbacks are extinct.
all right, everybody, it is 3rd and 1. Let's get a little juice in here. Let's try and get a stop for some particular reason. And it is a quick screen to Herbert. The juice goes right out of the building for not only a 1st down, but a touchdown. And there it is.
Pharmacy Junior? I don't.
What did that take? 4 plays? 4 plays. A big shot to Mike Williams. They blitz, which everybody loves to do. Darius Slay with a tough assignment. Overcommitted already. 89 walks in right for the touchdown. And I don't know. I don't have a good feeling about this one, folks.
Yeah.
Because now
This got to be one
you
of
got
the
to answer
craziest
back.
plays.
Yeah, 4 plays, 66 yards there, Dennis.
Hey, we got to go back down the field. We got to score.
Yeah. That's why they teach you get your head.
Oh,
head on a hip.
and a missed extra point.
All right.
We'll take a missed extra point.
They're not ready for it.
16-10. I spoke ahead of myself. Yeah,
Let's
Ryan,
go, let's
I
go,
agree.
let's go, let's go, Eagles.
Everyone's 4-year-old son and/or daughter and/or grandmother and/or mother.
right, I'm feeling it.
98-year-old father could have tackled a lot
If you're
better
feeling it, put a finger in the sky.
than what Darius Slay did there. Overcommitted and everything. Unbelievable.
Block Rockefeller.
Hey, what's it like to have a quarterback who can throw downfield? Anybody know? Anybody answer that question? That'd be nice.
I have some type of glimmering recollection.
a moment.
I recall a left-hander. He also ran a lot, but
A little more zip on the ball with that fella, for sure. Absolutely. I don't know. How you feeling out there, everybody? That one took the wind out of my sail, not the sail out of my wind. That would have been weird. That'd have been against physics. But good music nonetheless here at the Henry James Saloon. The Guinness is flowing nicely, as we said before. A couple more. I think you've inspired some others to order the Guinness, so good for you. And we are brought to you by Liquid Death because it is the best mountain water that you can find, well, not only anywhere but in a can. 16.9 ounces from the Alps, murdering your thirst and saving the planet all at once. And you can carry this around a bar, and if you are done drinking beers and you're done drinking the whiskey, it doesn't make you feel like you're a complete loser and you're not wasting
Liquid
plastic
Death,
and
ladies
putting
and
it under
gentlemen.
Jimmy Hoffa's body
we
and
also
all
have
that
the
other
bubbly
stuff.
version
That is
if
right.
you want to really feel something.
That is right. Dennis representing the bubbles as he should be. So whatever it is, go to liquiddeath.com. Bubbles, no bubbles /bell. Get yourself some free shipping, or just come to the Henry James Saloon where you can drink it for free every single game day here. So you mentioned something great in the newsletter, Matt. And if you haven't done that already, go subscribe to that. Jalen Reagor, what to turn him into, where he's at now, active in this game, but not active in the game plan.
Correct, yeah.
Let everybody know what I think it's a fantastic point and where Jalen Reagor needs to go. But what What do you see as the future of Jalen Reagor in this offense?
Yeah, we've been talking about this, and I've kind of been taking to calling it the Patterson parallel, right? Similar to what we saw earlier, week 1 against Atlanta, how they're using Cordero Patterson. He's getting lined up in the backfield. He's getting handoffs. He's being available in the dump-off game for them as a running back, and he's also taking snaps at wide receiver. He's easily on pace for his most productive season, both receptions, rushing yards, everything except returning yards, essentially.
It took him about 10 years, right?
Yeah,
How long
yeah.
Cordell Patterson been in the
Been in
league?
the league a long time.
Out of the University of Tennessee.
That is
Let me
right.
Get that out the way.
What do you think of that? Using Reagor in more like a Cordell Patterson role while you're
him.
trying to figure out the rest of this running game and
Trade
get
him.
creative there. Trade him. Just trade him.
Trade him.
For a
Trade
seven?
him. Trade him. Trade Derek Barnett. Put them in a package together. If you get a third, that's good.
Dennis says, "Don't waste your time, Matt." I'm kind of in between you two, honestly.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I mean, you're in between us.
I
but-
mean,
I think he might
Quez
be
Watkins
done, but-
outplayed him.
Oh, easily, yeah. At the wide receiver position.
I'm
I'm
going to go to our,
put a guy like Reagor back there with his speed. He can be a little bit dynamic, or he can at least force the defense to look at the rest of the offense a different way.
So Eagles
Somebody
get the
else
ball
could
back
do it.
on their own 15 as they go RPO to Jordan Howard, and guess what? He goes nowhere. So at some point, you're going to have to throw the football, and I believe the Chargers have figured this out.
I mean,
It's back.
you should never be handing to Jordan Howard out of the shotgun.
Yeah.
That's
That's
mistake
why I
one.
said that I'll get back under the center.
Yeah.
Time to get back under the center. I don't think that's a
Sirianni
bad
walking
idea.
around like he in the grocery aisle again.
Yeah, if you're not going to throw the football, that's exactly what I'd do. Looks like they're going that way too, Dennis, actually.
Thank
They
you.
are. Under center.
Under center.
Yep.
They're
Watch
ready
how
to
much
rock and
smoother
roll.
everything is under center.
There's
Watch.
about 9 in the box. They run
Yeah.
blitz. It's a play action pass. Jalen Hurts has time. He goes pretty deep to the right-hand side to a wide open Devontae Smith, who's to the 35, crosses his way close to the 39.
You see,
First down.
you see how much smoother the offense is under center.
Yes, a nice play action play all around there.
And it looks like Smith must have
a,
fooled this guy.
that was
'cause-
an 18-yard comeback.
Yeah,
That was.
He had a
Very,
lot
very
of room
nice
to make
route.
that catch.
So they
he
go-
dropped that on the dime.
Back to shotgun, RPO, play action. Hurts has plenty of time, doesn't have to go anywhere, sails it,
Oh.
nails it, and it is caught again
The
by
Slim
Devontae
Reaper.
Smith.
The Slim Reaper, baby. Give him the ball. Give him the ball.
Here
Go
he
Bama!
So just as we're talking about,
And
Jalen,
that
you got to
looked like
throw the
pretty
ball.
decent coverage too.
He got 3 people on him.
Three
Decent.
drag route
That's
from
triple
Devontae
coverage.
Smith. They hand it off this time to Jordan Howard, who runs it up the middle for about 6. 2nd and 4. This is
Decent coverage.
Yeah.
I think that's a blanket.
so. This is what you like to see. Now you can do anything to this defense. They're stacking the box again on 2nd and 5. It is RPO. It is quick out to Dallas Goedert, who makes it around to the first
Turns
down.
the corner.
Rips his jersey to the 15, down to the 10,
I'm in-
or the
hey,
15, no, down
I'm
to the
investing-
15-yard line, and does do his best Mark Bavaro
Listen,
impression.
I think we need to take an investment out. Because he keep getting tackled with that shirt. I think we need to invest in getting him something that tucks under his pants.
I love this.
We need,
Fingertip.
we need to get him something lycra, something
Something
tucked
that rips
in.
away.
Something
Give him
nice.
something that rips
They're
away.
going
Or belly
tempo.
shirt.
1st and 10. It is a handoff to Jordan Howard, who somehow puts his butt forward and then his head forward and gets 3 or 4 yards. Yeah, the undershirt got ripped off a la Earl Campbell-ish.
Yeah.
You guys are probably too young for that, right? You
I know who Earl Campbell is. We ain't too young for that.
Earl Campbell
We
used
ain't
to
too
break
young
people's sternums with the
for
crown
Earl
of his
Campbell.
head.
Very tr- I appreciate Dennis picking that up. There you go. So, 2nd and 8.
I'm just glad we ain't run a bubble screen yet. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, now it's coming. Now Dennis
I'm
just
feeling
jinked
it.
us. Dennis just
no,
jinked us.
Get the ball in Quez's hands.
Shotgun, and they have is at Boston Scott out to his left. The Chargers blitz. Hurts
Three
backing
man.
up,
Ooh.
and just I believe that was they were bringing the house there, and good call, good time. How is Joey Bosa uncovered? I have no idea.
Joey
That's what's
Bosa-
confusing.
Yeah. If
No
there's-
one.
Mailata didn't even look.
That was the wrong.
No, he went for the wrong guy. That's all.
Yeah.
wrong protection call all around.
How many million is he due?
20.
A lot.
Almost. Who you talking about? Wait, who you talking about?
Mailata.
Mailata, I don't know. I think he got a 4-year deal for $48 million, I think it was.
Oh boy.
3rd and 8
Yeah.
upcoming now for
I think they did that because they're going to trade Brandon Brooks.
Jalen Hurts in shotgun, empty. It is 3rd and 8. Play clock down to 2. Has some time, scrambling out to his right side. Has the legs to go to it. He is going to have the first down and gets out at the 2-yard line.
You're going to dove in.
Going to be 1st and goal from the 2.
Know what time it is. It's Jordan Howard time.
Do I hear some boos for him going out of bounds? Is that what I hear?
Jordan Howard time.
Ridiculous.
It's Jordan Howard time.
It's Jordan Howard time. Here they go, 1st and goal. And it is directly to Jordan Howard and or Boston Scott. Can't tell which. It's Kenny Gainwell.
Gainwell.
Kenny Gainwell sneaking through.
Guacamole. Oh, whoa.
Kenny Gainwell down to
back to Gainwell. Oh, wait a minute.
Kenny Gainwell back to the half-yard line here.
Gainwell stuff.
They go quickly.
Give it back to Gainwell.
They go tempo. It is
Give it back to Gainwell.
once again to Gainwell. Again, he's up the middle.
Touchdown!
Kenny! They answer right back, ladies and gentlemen.
There's my late round pick.
And you can take the lead right here. Play the damn song. Taylor, where are you? Look at Gainwell for the touchdown. There we go. Eagles fly
on the road to victory. Fly, Eagles fly. Score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch those Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles fly, on the road to victory. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
That's right. And Jake Elliott makes it 17-16. Hey, Jalen Hurts is throwing a football. How about that? How about that?
Right back. What I say?
We're a running team.
We go under center. We're a better team. The offense look better.
Amazing. Great drive for Hurts. Indeed, Pack 6. And here, take me. Matt just sat down. I'm going to get some water. The blossom is growing here. The flower is in full bloom. And Vince Quinn is ready to take us home to the 4th quarter.
Hello again, my friends. We're doing it. The Eagles are up somehow, 17-16. Jalen Hurts making a couple of passes, making some things happen with his legs. How are we feeling, guys?
I feel great about it. Every time we go under center, we look good. I love it.
Matt, how you feeling?
I'm confused. I am so thoroughly confused. I think the NFL is broken. What team looks better when you start taking the ball out of your quarterback's hands and giving it to your 3rd and 4th running backs? This is absurd to me.
It is absurd, but also the Chargers' run defense is the worst thing on the planet.
They are bad.
It's
Pound
terrible.
that rock. Pound that rock.
Yeah, and it is working for the Eagles today. It took them a couple of drives, by the way. So if you didn't see us at the beginning of the game, you're just catching in with us now. The first couple of drives, Eagles pass, 1 or 2 runs maybe in those first couple of drives. Since then, Nick Sirianni realizes, the most obvious thing in the world is going to be good for me. And so they start running the ball. Jordan Howard gets going. Now it's Gainwell. And you see the Eagles up 17-16 with about 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
I'm starting to think with this new offense that Gainwell's the second half back.
Okay, how so? How so? Explain that. What does that mean?
In the 3rd quarter, he got the ball. But the first half, we didn't see him at all.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to think in his second half, he's the second half back.
So like a change of pace guy, basically, like a shot in the arm energy guy, 3rd quarter. Okay.
Like the second vaccine shot.
Yeah.
There you go. He's a booster.
I'm also thinking
Hey, Philly sports guy on the road. Philly sports guy in the house.
I'm thinking with the coaching staff and personnel-wise, package-wise, they are far more comfortable with straight-ahead Jordan Howard, straight-ahead Boston Scott, right? We don't really get that from Gainwell or from Miles Sanders. I think this is that's kind of a developing story, right? How willing they are to run without Miles in the lineup.
I think Miles is going to be expendable after this season.
Oh, Miles is gone after this season. There's no doubt about it. The Eagles are doing – oh, my God.
All right, I got to
terrible.
call out Coach Clay now. That's a random guy with dreads just taking it to the 40.
He just got crushed. So the Eagles' return game just came out of nowhere.
That's just a kick return guy, right? They have dreads, yeah.
So Eagles
Random
can
guy
hold
with
on.
dreads, though.
Yeah, come on. So, all right. So
Tony Romo, you have to have a better analysis than that. Getting $17 million a year. A random guy with dreads.
Well, I wish somebody on this panel was getting $17 million a year. That is not the case. We are getting beers and cheesesteaks, so I'll take that for what it's worth.
I'll take that for what it's
But
worth.
Bad return defense by the Eagles. Chargers start at the 40.
Linebacker work.
Here you go. So, Chargers.
You know something? A lot of people love
Davion.
this guy Taylor.
I do. I'm a member.
So, what happened on that play, guys, is the Chargers swing the ball out. Eagles defense all over it. Davion Taylor tackle for a loss. 2-yard loss. 2nd and 12 now. So we got 2:38 here left in the third. Eagles up 17-16. And the Chargers right now at about, the 36? The Eagles defense so far has been good, but the Chargers on their last drive,
2nd and 12.
big plays down the field, and ended up getting the touchdown. Herbert dropping back now, makes a nice, easy completion, something you don't see a lot in the Eagles offense.
Yeah.
And it's about an 8-yard gain here, so you're looking at about
Got an
3rd and
8-yard
4,
run,
guys.
Gain to Palmer over there.
And Herbert, he has that. It's that arm strength. He has a zip on his ball all the time.
No,
yeah, but he's an Oregon guy, so he's known to give us one.
So what do you guys want to do here? 3rd and 5, Eagles
I think
defense on the
3rd and 5,
field.
Yeah.
3rd and 5, you play man.
I think you got
And
to
you
bring
blitz him.
Singleton through the line right now.
So we'll see
You play
what
man and you blitz him.
they've been sending a lot of pressure so far. They send 4 here. Herbert with time throws to the sideline. Oh,
What's the flag?
Oh, all right. So here's what happened. Herbert throws the ball to the sideline, little out route. Darius Slay gets in front of it, swatted it away. There is a flag on the field. We're going to see if this offense or defense. It looked like a great job, and it's holding on Darius Slay. So that hurts on 3rd and 5, especially given the field position, because now, given where the foul occurred, you're going to be looking at Chargers ball around the 50-yard
As
line.
he was going down,
So
they showed it.
that's a tough one for the Eagles, which, by the way, penalty-wise, have played a really good game today. They have not been penalized much today, only 2 for 20 yards.
I love it. I love the disciplined football that we're doing now.
It's been better the last couple of weeks. Chargers look like they're going to run here on 1st and 10. Herbert drops back, and no, he's going to throw it. So underneath, again, where the Eagles have been getting killed with that today.
Easy couple yards.
Super easy 4 yards. Nobody even remotely close to the tight end there in Anderson.
That's the third tight end on the team that they got the
yeah,
ball.
so
Darius Slay
Slay
is
coming
living
up
up
now.
the field.
Darius Slay struggling. He looks frustrated. Maybe a hamstring. I don't know. He's limping around a little bit.
They got to tape up his ankle. That's all.
All right, yeah, he's on the trainer's table. They folded down the
Get
blue
some tape to
tent.
get back in the game.
Somebody put cleats on Zach McPherson.
Who?
And we got
Tay Gowan. I don't know, somebody.
all right. So
Who?
2nd and 7, 2nd and 7 for the Chargers here. Little motion, pitch out to the right side.
Got
Eckler
Whoa.
going to the edge, and
There's
he's
a
going to.
hole.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
like that flag.
There we go.
All right, so you get to see the flag there. Hopefully the Chargers moving back 10 yards on this one. By the way, guys, Eagles' run defense has been great today.
Yes, it has been good. I have to agree with that.
Yeah. So you got to give them the
week by
props.
week, we're getting better and better defensively.
Yeah. So the defense today, I mean, as of now, like, if you're looking and judging both sides of the ball and what's won this game for you so far, you got to say it's the defense more than the offense today.
Easily, yeah.
So
I would say it's both.
you're saying it's a full okay.
I say it's a full
See, this is
effort.
my sports radio like gene in me that's like, it's got to be one. It can only be one. It's only the offense or the defense.
No. But you got to play both sides. It's the offensive line, the defensive line. The interior is killing for us.
Two sides enter, one side leaves. So here we go. Justin Herbert takes a snap on 2nd and 17.
Ricky Bobby, the
And-
Highlander.
It's a nice, easy throw again. I mean, this is the Chargers today. It's quick stuff, quick stuff,
We play
quick
a lot
stuff.
of zone. That's why.
Yeah, and they're picking it apart. So still long down in distance, though. So you got a couple of yards there. Now you're at 3rd and 9. So 3rd and 9. Bells are ringing a little bit. Bells with Bobby Dubs. You like to see that?
39. Let's do it.
So
As
we're
they
gonna
say,
see what
the
happens
bells will
here.
be
Let's go,
ringing.
Sweat.
Herbert's under center. You only got
Let's
one
go,
guy really
Sweat.
split out wide. It's a tight formation. He's making some motion here. Eagles sending a lot
Let's
of guys
go,
in the
let's
line
go,
of
let's go
scrimmage.
get 'em.
They're looking like they're going to send a couple
Go
of
get 'em,
guys
boys.
here. And this is where you send that pressure. Oh,
They took a timeout.
man.
They were
So
nervous.
The clock runs out.
They were nervous.
The booze rains
seen the
down at the
dogs
Henry
coming.
James Saloon as the Chargers don't run a play. The third quarter expires, and we are right now 17-16. Eagles over the Chargers. As we're getting some 90s techno blaring here And if you want to come on down, you can't make it today, no problem. We're at the Henry James Saloon every game day. Pre-game, through the game, post-game. We got a mic for you. We'd love to have you on the show with us. Same way Dennis has just popped on from the Ignorant Thinkers podcast. Dennis has been here with us before. It's a joy having you here again, Dennis. It's been a lot of fun.
It's great to be here. Live broadcasting on the game. This is definitely practice for me because I usually don't do this. I'm going to have to say this is great. Y'all doing a great job here. Bell and the Birdman. Thanks to my guy, Robbie Dubs over here, Bobby Dubs.
Yeah, we got a lot of love for Bobby Dubs down here. And by the way, look at this cheesesteak that Matt Maratea's got. Let me just let me just show this to the people. I'm not going to drop it, I swear. All right, here we go. Look at yeah. That is good stuff
That's
there.
Right there. That's called Philly cheese.
The cheesesteaks are fantastic, and you don't wait nearly as long as you do for that place down the street. It begins with a D. Don't worry about it. But looking at what we've got going on right here, would love to hear your comments, by the way. Hit us up in the chat. What do you want to see in this fourth quarter?
I love it.
What are you looking for from Nick Sirianni? How do they pull out this game? 17-16 start of the fourth quarter, and it has been a fun one today. A lot of ups, a lot of downs. Generally, to me, the standing feature so far is Barney pops in. Is the Eagles' defense on those fourth downs so far. They've been the two biggest plays of the game for me, and that's why the Eagles are winning right now, 17-16. But, Barney, what stood out for you so far today?
I mean, I think to piggyback off what you just said, yeah, the Eagles are actually making plays on defense. They're actually getting off the field. So, for instance, third down, fourth down, they're actually like wrapping these guys up and stopping them versus actually tackling them and letting them run for an extra 3 or 4 yards. They're actually tackling them at the line of scrimmage and then stopping them. That's the main factor I've seen on defense right now. They're actually executing on defense. So
I would have to agree with that. Usually we miss so many tackles and mess the game up, but now we're being disciplined. We're making tackles. We're not getting as many penalties. We're playing differently than we did in September than we are now in November. You know, Nick Sirianni said he was getting the roots together. I'm starting to believe him. You know, you got to believe in something.
Okay.
You got to believe in something.
We're getting some belief in Sirianni here. By the way, I was dead wrong. This is an 80s song. This is Sunglasses at Night. So I blew that. It sounded 90s techno at first, but that's what happens. So here we go. Chargers. Wow, quick play. I mean, camera flashes back to the game and just, bam, Herbert zips one down the field, right down the middle. Looks like Keenan Allen, maybe 15 yards. That was, woo! Just
immediately for
rocketed that in there. Keenan Allen finds a soft spot in the zone, falls right over. First down, Chargers. Slay still getting worked on at the table. Avonte Maddox had left this game earlier as well. He did come back, but some injuries in the secondary today for the Eagles. Could be a short-term or long-term problem. We'll see.
Stretching it out. He'll get it together. He's going to come back.
So a lot to worry about there as Herbert takes another snap, and he hands it off to Eckler, who on the draw play, shotgun draw, gets a couple of yards, nothing dominant. I don't know what Eckler's – I keep harping on the Eagles' run defense today, but I really don't know what his longest run of the day is. I mean, Eckler has not torn the Eagles up. Run game, pass game, nothing. It's really been Justin Herbert, which for the Eagles' defense and what these corners have been, I thought they'd hold up a little bit better. But that zone defense, guys, the zone defense has been getting picked apart today. Not great.
No. But I like what I'm seeing out of Davion Taylor this game. And that might be why they cut Eric Wilson.
Let's go
maybe
defense.
For him to play more
Second
snaps.
and 5.
So
let's get it.
Maybe they actually found something in him. You know, maybe they see something they like.
Yeah. So here we. Oh,
another one.
All right. Yeah. Chargers try to run the ball 3rd and 5. Austin Eckler piles up, and then he kind of like Chris Berman, whoop, like backwards and falls over. So not a great play from Eckler. Great play from the Eagles. You're looking at 3rd and 5 now. And they're moving into Eagles territory here. They're getting deep in Eagles territory. So maybe a lot. Well, let's see what the field goal yardage would be. I'm going to wait till they get back to the line of scrimmage here, and I'll let you know in just a second. But you're probably looking at like a 45, 47-yard kick, and there's a flag.
Please tell me the offense jumped and I just didn't see it.
That's encroachment.
Yeah.
Neutral zone infraction.
Penalties coming up
Derek
late for
Barnett.
the Eagles
Who did I
here.
say that we need to trade? Derek Barnett.
Like Nick Sirianni always says, it's always him. It's always him.
No, it is always
I hate
him.
to say it, but it is. Like,
but also, Barnett's had a pretty good game today. I'm not going to go after Barnett too much right now. That is annoying as hell.
Yeah.
And for him, every time he does it, people are that much more sensitive to it. You know what I mean? So you hate to see it, but He's played a decent game. It's 3rd and 1 now, and they sneak it, and that's an easy one.
Sneaking for an easy first down.
It's an easy one. Herbert's a really tall guy. You know, he's like 6'8"?
He's 6'6".
He's like tall. Yeah, he's like oddly tall. You know, a lot of quarterbacks are like,
6'4",
6'5". Yeah, with the hair.
6'6", but he's from.
For what it's worth, I'm like 6'4" right now. With the you have to measure from the top of the flower. I might even be 6'6" with the flower. So
this actually looks like a small giant in person.
I don't know what small giant person means, but I'll take it. 17-16 Eagles here. Chargers moving down the field. They're right outside of the 20. They pitch left.
Oh, my God.
And no.
I was just talking about broken tackles, and there goes one. That might be the longest play Eckler had.
Yeah, that might have been his longest play of the day. They pitch it left to Austin Eckler. He breaks a tackle, and he goes from about the Eagles' 20 and rumbles his way down to the 7. So 1st and goal for the Chargers. Eagles 7. It's a 17-16 game. Just under 12 minutes to play here in the 4th.
Let's go, Eagles. Bend but don't break defense.
And that's what it has been for the Eagles. They had a red zone stop early in the 1st quarter. That's what's been the difference in this game so far. Josh Sweat's so close, and Herbert's walking in.
Herbert just walked in for a touchdown.
Yeah.
We have got to get some linebackers on this team.
Sweat comes around the corner. Looked like he was going to have an opportunity there. He misses. Herbert breaks loose up the middle. Offensive line does a good job. And he had enough open field that he was a yard into the end zone before he got hit. So where's the negative fight song coming from in a game like this?
You got to remember you got to remember some people are drunk. Philadelphia Eagle fans. You know, we just won a Super Bowl, 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago?
Yeah. Oh,
and now they're
hold on. So here we go. Chargers going for 2, which is the right play for them with the missed extra point. It's 22-17 right now. Herbert's rolling out. He's got space, but man.
Yeah.
And they got the 2-point conversion.
All right, so he throws to a receiver that was open, kneeling in the end zone. Herbert makes an easy completion. He rifles it in there on a rollout. And now you're looking at a 24-17 game. So they make up for the missed extra point. It's a good call by the Chargers. And now for the Eagles, you got to rally it back. Guys, what do you do?
Yeah, but then they doing a lot of pushing over there, man. He pushed the guy right off of him. I just don't. The refs ain't calling it.
Hey,
it's interference.
I mean, you want them to make the calls, but now, it's one of those plays where I didn't think it was so egregious. The guy was wide open. I don't know what I think it was just a good play, and you got to do better. But
Justin Herbert's a good quarterback. He's a hard guy to stop, especially in the red zone.
But let's get into this, because here's the thing now. You got to have a comeback drive here. You're in the early stages of the 4th quarter. Run game has slowed down a little bit for the Eagles. So what do? Are you still leaning on the run game here to start this drive?
Definitely still leaning on the run.
You got to.
And I think I would continue to run the ball with Jordan Howard, obviously. Yeah. I think he has shown that he's been your best running back in this game. You need to utilize him more, get him more touches. It's effective. Why? If it's broke, don't fix it. I don't see the problem.
Okay.
So.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
So let's I want to hear from you in the chat, by the way. So if you want the Eagles to stick with the run, hit us with a 1. Hit us with the likes and the hearts. If you want to see them pass and lean on the pass this drive, give me a 2. So 1 is run, 2 is pass. Hit us up in the chat. Hit us with the likes and the hearts if you want to run. Because I'm going to put it all towards the run, because that's generally where people's hearts are. Yeah. So we'll see how much of that reaction is there. Okay, Taylor wants to pass. So there's a start. I'm leaning towards pass as much as Hurts has not really had it today. He's got to make plays. He's playing for his job. That's what this season is about. This is where he's got to earn it. Jordan Howard at 4 yards a carry can only do so much. I mean, you could try a drive here. So
what I would do is line Hurts up under center every single drive.
Yes.
And if you're going to pass out of play action. Run the ball, I-4 formation, and then play action pass. That's the only reason why you need to pass on this drive. And it will work. I mean, he had huge success with the play action pass last week because they continue to run the ball.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
It's basic football. Just keep doing it.
Yeah, and we're getting run the balls in the chat. Gainwell and Howard. No Boston. He said no Bart, but I assume that's no Boston. So, or Bart. He's Bart now.
Bart Scott.
He's Bart Scott. Yeah, Bart Scott is lining up at running back for the
Bart
Eagles.
Scott on defense right now. I'm not even gonna lie.
I might too.
Bart Scott could probably still play a game.
Edwards and Taylor have
Eagles
been
got the
okay.
ball at the 21-yard
okay.
line after the kickoff. That was Quez Watkins on a return.
All right, so, yeah, Eagles are going to be starting just past the 20. And the return game for the Eagles, I mean, all season it's been pretty limited. Quez had a nice return to start the game, literally the first kickoff to start the game. But outside of that, I mean, you haven't seen a whole lot. So they're going to be starting just outside of their 20. You got 11:25 left here in the fourth quarter. Chargers up a touchdown.
Plenty of time left.
Plenty of time left. Jalen Hurts needs to make it happen.
Let's go, son.
He's been bad passing today. He just has been. It's been a limited game for him. He's missed a lot of opportunities, especially early. Start with the RPO and a little screen, and oh my God, no. Ew.
I said I didn't want to see the bubble screen. And
There we go. Yeah, Jalen Reagor.
Jalen Reagor.
It's making me miss my sanity in the backfield. Jalen Reagor gets a little bubble screen. He cuts back and then runs backwards like 3 yards, 5 yards, and then he doesn't go anywhere. Like, that's the return game.
Now we have a loss of yards because this is the play that you want to do.
That's the Reagor experience,
you
though.
can't go a game without doing a bubble screen.
I really don't want to see him in shotgun the rest of the game.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
that's where I'm at right now.
Hurts is going to live in shotgun, but
No,
now
he's
they
under
put him
center.
under center,
He's
of
under
course.
center.
But I just hate Reagor
Now
running left
watch
and right.
the difference. He gets all his steps in, and he makes a great pass.
And we'll see. So
Play
RP, play action, and he's going deep. And
Look
there
at
you
that.
go.
But I tell you,
Look at that.
there's a difference because he gets his steps in. It's all about the footwork.
It's true.
It's all about the footwork.
This is why I always say that the run pass option doesn't work. It's because of the footwork. You're giving that extra motion, taking the ball out of the running back's hands to pass, and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But with play action pass, look at that.
No, so what you get there, play action. Hurts makes a nice throw. Devontae Smith about 15 yards down, cuts to the outside. Nice ball by
all about the
Hurts.
footwork.
Smith
It's all about
falls
the
out of
footwork.
bounds. And now you keep on moving here. 1st and 10 for the Eagles, down 7. And you get the handoff to Boston Scott. Boston Scott breaks a tackle. He breaks 2. Boston
First
Scott
down,
Boston
Eagles!
down.
Let's go!
We're going to ring the bells.
Let's
We're getting
go.
some ones in
Let's
the
go,
chat.
Boston.
People want to see the run game, and you know what? It is working right now. So look at that. That run from Boston Scott is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
You know he's slippery. It's well blocked. Lane Johnson comes across the formation and comes a lead blocker on the right side, or left side, I should say, and did a great job there. Now you get a quick play.
Quick pass to Dallas Goedert for about 5 yards.
All right. Little tempo. Yeah, nice little out to Dallas Goedert.
Let's go back under center. Come on, Nick
This is what you want to see in the
Sirianni.
fourth quarter, man. Their defense is gas.
Let's go,
They're not trying to
Nicholas.
tackle these guys right now.
No,
Keep
they-
running the rock. Let's
Keep-
go.
Let's
Keep running
go,
the rock.
Nicholas.
And
Run
now
that rock under center.
Eagles in the huddle this time, so they don't do tempo here. They're going to the line of scrimmage. Hurts is in the shotgun.
Come
Looks like
on.
Boston Scott is to his right.
Second
This
and
is
6. I thought he had 5 yards. Second and 6.
Not exactly Jordan Howard scenarios here, so we'll see where that goes. And Scott, he breaks outside. I mean, that looked like a dead play. Boston Scott
That was a really
uses
bad
speed,
handoff.
stretches it to the outside. He gets about 3 yards there. Solid play from Boston Scott.
Yeah.
So
About 3rd and
positive
4.
yardage.
About 3rd and 4.
Positive yardage, stay on schedule. You're in 4-down territory at this point in the game. That's what this is about now. It's positive yards. 3rd and 4, they're at the Chargers 49. So you're at midfield, and we're getting around. Okay, Bart is correct. Good job, Bart Scott. Eagles running back. As we get some motion for the Eagles. Hurts is in the shotgun again. And he's got time. He's moving now. He's moving to the outside to his right.
Son.
And he's
Keep
going
running,
around
keep
the edge.
running,
Go,
keep
go, go,
running.
go, go, go. Oh,
That's my
Let's
son.
go.
Jalen Hurts
That's my son.
runs to the outside.
Ain't
and
talking about he can't pass. He's a fucking winner. That's why.
Woo! He flips
The fucking
over
winner.
a defender. He jumps, he gets clipped on the legs, and does a full somersault past the 1st down marker. And what a great play.
Jalen Hurts with the
Jalen
Willie
Hurts.
Beeman moment.
Woo!
Any given Sunday.
Oh, we
Do
under
the
center, baby.
Here we go. Yeah,
Here we
Eagles
are, the
getting
center.
right after it. Let's go. Let's go. Keep it moving. And we get a handoff here. Jordan Howard.
It's
Jordan
so
Howard
effective.
makes an appearance. He gets you 6 yards there.
I like
We
it.
are right now.
I like it.
7:45 and
really
counting.
Like
Here
it.
we go.
I want it.
It's so sad. He's a
Know
significantly
it.
better runner
Just
than the passer.
keep
It's
running.
the truth.
Jordan Howard all day.
He's
Let's
way better
go.
as a runner than a
again.
passer, but He's moving it right now, 2nd and 4. Under the center, handoff to Howard. He doesn't go anywhere. And he might have even lost a yard.
That's
it's going to be 3rd and 4.
I'll take it.
3rd and 4, but you're deep in Chargers territory. It'd be it's 4 downs. I'm not talking about field goals. It's 4 downs.
I would actually set up a play action pass right here. It's a perfect opportunity for it.
You taking a shot?
With Jordan Howard, because they're still going to expect a run on 3rd down here. Because, like you said, it's 4 down territory. There's still a threat of the run because it's 4 down territory, especially with Jordan Howard. Play action pass. Let's go.
I see a quarterback sneak, but I think they're going to blitz the crib.
Well, we'll see what happens here. So we got a couple of different play calls here.
This is not a bubble screen.
And we got a stoppage on the field. Is this a timeout? Chargers timeout? Cameras on Brandon Staley. Chargers call a timeout. By the way,
They nervous.
Chargers clock management in the first half, terrible.
Yeah.
You used timeouts way too early. Bad clock management at the end of the quarter. They were terrible early. Now, by the way, Eagles still have all 3 of their timeouts. Chargers now down to 2. Again, Chargers still up 24-17, 6:55 left, and it's 3rd and 4. So, Barney, you wanted to take a shot. Dennis, were you calling like a quarterback draw?
Not now.
Not now. What do you do now then?
Now since they called the timeout, I think they're going to blitz the crib. I think I just sit back and I give it to Devontae Smith, the Slim Reaper.
Okay, so we're going to call for Devontae Smith. For me, this feels like a shotgun spread him. If Hurts can run with his legs to the outside, things break down, you do it. That's the main thing that's worked for them today. That's the most consistent big gainer they've had.
Kenny Gainwell is in the game.
Okay, Gainwell, who's obviously the receiving aspect. He had a rushing touchdown earlier today, which was a little odd. Eagles Eagles on the field, getting ready to go here. Ball is snapped. Jalen Hurts running for his life on the outside. He's got space though. He's got space. He's going to get the first. There you go. He got
the first down. That's
he
my
tiptoes.
son.
He tiptoes down the sideline.
My son,
and
he's
gets
a
an extra
bleeping
3
winner.
or 4 yards.
My son, he's a bleeping winner. Wins and losses are how you win in this league.
And by the way, for the Chargers, who have injuries all over the secondary today, did not have their starting corners for this one, now have another injury in the secondary, and we're going to see how significant that is. But Joey Bosa was a lightning bolt off the edge there.
Swing and a miss.
And his swing and a miss is
over
correct.
$20 million a year, you still can't catch my son.
We just got to hope that Asante Samuels don't start playing like his daddy right now.
No, he out the game, ain't he?
Is he out the game? All right.
Well, I hope he gambles it. Well, Asante's not playing today, unfortunately, which would have been fun.
Oh.
But again, so Ryan Smith is the injury for the Chargers, so that's their 3rd cornerback that is not available right now. For Jalen Hurts, as bad as he's been as a passer today, it's an opportunity to go and take advantage, take the lead. You got 6:35 left, and you got to score twice to win this game. So they got to get moving here. You still have 3 timeouts and a 2-minute warning, but you got to get moving here. And we'll see what they do. Is 1st and 10. You're at the Chargers 28. So Hurts is in the shotgun. He's got Boston Scott to his left. You got 3 wide to the left. And he takes the snap. You got time. He steps up in the pocket and fires. And
Touchdown!
Devontae Smith deep across the field. Hurts nails him. Hurts goes across. Touchdown to victory.
To the Slim Reaper.
Bye.
Eagles fly. Score a touchdown. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch those Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles fly, on the road to victory. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! Woo! I like it!
Let's go. Let's go. All right, we're going to kick the extra point. It is good. We have a tie game with 6:07 left. I'm
Get
going
it to the Slim Reaper.
And John
That's what I'm talking about.
He's going to be making his
God damn
way
it, we
in. You
finally
hopping in there,
drafted
Johnny
a good
boy?
wide receiver.
Let's get him on the broadcast.
All right.
Woo! My voice
About
is going.
time.
It's about time.
Sunflowers are not built for play-by-play. I'll tell you that. Woo! All right, we're cracking one. We're doing all right. Hit us up in the chat. How we feeling, folks? How are we feeling in a crazy, really ridiculous game against the Chargers? The Eagles are hanging tight. Jalen Hurts is making passes. in big moments. And John Barchard,
Oh,
how are you feeling?
Oh my
Feel like
God!
John's recharged.
I feel so much better than I did about 7 minutes of game time ago. I was just literally there sitting going like, how can I come up with another excuse for Jalen Hurts when he doesn't throw a football? And man, that was a big-time throw. Big-time throw. Devontae Smith has come out like lightning in this third and fourth quarter. It's what you like to see. And man, this is buckle up.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Hold on, Allah. We're coming in for a landing.
And Barney is how much faith do you have in the defense right now? I have little to none. I'm hoping for a turnover. I'm hoping for a
You know what?
3
I
and out,
surprisingly
something.
do have a lot of faith. I think it's a really loud environment in there right now.
Hell yeah.
If I know the Eagles fan base like I know the Eagles fan base in the fourth quarter, this is where they get loud. This is where they get hyped.
Yes.
It's going to be hard to hear the play call in your helmet right now. So let's see what Justin Herbert's got.
Hell yeah.
So let's
Hell
go.
yeah.
Let's
Actually,
go.
Vince Quinn, is there another liquid death next to you? I'm going to probably need one.
Yeah, hold on.
Well, now that I'm thinking about
Let's
this,
get this
shout
man
out to
some
them for
liquid death.
keeping our voices hydrated, murdering our thirst left and right.
There you go.
16.9 ounces right in front of us, just like that. Woo. It's like drinking that special water from Waterboy. You just bounce right back up and have an amazing, refreshing feeling. Make sure you go order yours today, liquiddeath.com/bell for free shipping. They'll send it to you right away. And, Dubs Dude was one that they called Jason Kelsey, and I got to say, for this whole entire second half, between Nick Sirianni, between allowing Jalen Hurts, great point by Dennis, allowing Jalen Hurts to get his footwork in, and that's making him a better passer. Imagine that. So keep switching it up. I'm not against the RPO. I'm not against under center. I just like the mixture of what the offense has done so far. I'm pumped, man. This is good.
Yeah.
This is good. We're so. This is what's crazy. We are 6 minutes away from this entire city believing that this might be a playoff team.
Yeah, that's all it takes.
Please, God.
Big
We
win
need
today
this.
changes everything. It changes everything. And think about where we were just a week ago with the Lions and
Yep.
inevitable doom and tanking.
Yep.
You know, I mean, it's wild what's happened in just a week's time. But, man, to be here in this moment and think they can win this game against the Chargers is a beautiful thing.
Pretty awesome.
Woo!
Pretty awesome. We're going to get this bar very noisy as long as the Eagles defense
All right, this
gives
is a
us
big
something
drive.
to root
we
about
go.
here. As we
And it's
get
1st and 10.
1st and 10. I formation. Now they motion. I believe the tight end out. Single back. It's Austin Eckler. Allen in motion. Goes that way to him to the right-hand side. He's to the 29.
Nice tackle.
Gets stopped there. Great tackle by, wow, is that Zach McPherson out there? Or
Whoa.
Zach
Wait,
McPherson?
he's not allowed to play.
Apparently-
He's not allowed to be on the field.
Apparently he is. So
We need him.
just a 3-yard gain there on a looks like Darius Slay is out of the medical tent, by the
He
way.
was smiling for a second, but
But
he's got no helmet on.
No helmet on. So
Not good.
Backup secondary's been playing a decent here as they go trips to the left. And
They're
it
gonna
looks
run
like
the ball
Mike
again.
Williams
Oh.
is on that fresh new corner, Zach McPherson. They don't go that way.
Oh,
Austin
no,
Eckler
Davion.
just makes, who was that, Sean Bradley? Just completely whiff
Yep.
for a gain of about 15 there. So another first down for the Chargers. 5 and ticking as we go along here. So going to need a turnover or a stop here on this next set of downs here, bud.
You know what? You need a negative play, and Tim just said it in the chat. He's 100% right. You need a sack.
Yeah.
They haven't been able to get it today. They've been sending pressure. It hasn't worked. I wonder if the Darius Slay injury makes Gannon more conservative.
Definitely.
They should play aggressive ball. You need to stop. You need to score again. You got to be aggressive here.
Yeah, McPherson is asking a lot of questions pre-snap here. It's a pitch out to Austin Eckler to the left.
God.
Cuts back up to the middle for a good 10-yard gain
See,
there across midfield
This
now.
feels like old Gannon.
Yep.
Yeah.
It feels like old Jonathan Gannon, and I don't like it at all.
He's
rather-
making it way too easy for him. Like you said, it's old school Gainer where he's playing scared. He doesn't know what to do, and he's basically just hoping that they just don't score, and that's just not how you execute in the fourth quarter. You can't just hope they don't score. You have to make sure they don't score. And to make sure they don't score, you blitz. You form plays that they can't run the ball or they can't throw the ball or. What are you doing right now?
So they go shotgun here, 4 wide. Running back to Herbert's left. He drops back. He looks to his left-hand side. He's got another
There you
completion.
for about 4 or 5. The backup running back.
It's the easy underneath stuff. Like what it kills me. And now the clock is ticking. Chargers are on the Eagles side of the field. It's about 3:50 left. You got 3 timeouts and a 2-minute warning, but like, man, tick, 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 and you got to score again. I hate this right now.
Almost 3 minutes off the clock. Herbert
Matt's calling for him to let him score and get the ball back, and I think some people are starting to get in that camp, but I don't like it.
11 straight completions for Justin Herbert thus far. That goes back from the start of the fourth quarter, 2nd and 6. Quick throw out to the right, incomplete. Intended for somebody that's probably going to get cut next year, and this is going to be a huge 3rd and 6 for the Eagles defense here.
This is where your guys, like, this is a Javon Hargrave moment. For the way he's played this season, for the money you pay him, this is it. This is where these guys are supposed to make it happen. You didn't trade Fletcher Cox. This is where he's supposed to make it happen. Can you come up with a huge moment in the game here?
And
3rd
here
and
they
6.
come as we're going to get the bells rolling here on a 3rd and 6 and yell some things. Here comes Herbert. He is back. He is throwing. Yeah! And that is going to be 4th down there. They're definitely going for it. They're definitely going for it. I'm not going to get too excited. It's a stop. It's going to be about 4th and 1.5 yards.
I don't know if they're going for it.
A big. I would be shocked if Brandon Staley's not going for this.
Brandon Staley, if he doesn't go for it, fire him now.
Yeah. They are plus 50.
What side of the 40 are they on?
They're on the Eagles' 40-yard line right now. It's 4th and a long run, and here it comes. They are going to go for it. Keenan Allen, 12 for 104 today. They are lined up in a split eye formation. It goes right to Austin Eckler. They're going to give it to him. Initial step right there. The 2nd and 3rd. Advances got it there. It's going to be 1st down, and that 2 minutes, I got to start thinking about using timeouts here or letting them score, Nick. Yeah. And right now, you let them score. If you want to wind it down to the 2-minute warning, fine, let them in the end zone.
The problem with letting them score is you're also letting them eat up as much clock as they want. They're not going to score quickly. If they score, they're going to score by killing clock and running the ball. They know they have us where they want them.
Play clock, by the way, is 1 second behind the 2-minute warning, so they can tick this down to 2 minutes if they choose. It looks like they're gonna.
Yeah.
Yep. So 2 minutes to go, and man, I just don't like this when you're going to end up putting it on the defense to come up with a stop, or at best here. At best, you are now saving your timeouts for what? I mean, like, I don't think you'd save your timeouts here unless you get down to 1 minute.
Well,
no.
The tough thing is, I mean, for what's worked with the Eagles today, the passing game's been incredibly spotty. You have injuries in the secondary, but it's been spotty. What's worked for you is Jalen Hurts using his legs. You're going to have to hope he gets out of bounds. Like, I don't know. You're in a very tricky situation here when you can't rely on the passing game down the field.
Right. Yeah, it's and just for, like, what do you think the Chargers' strategy might be here, Bart? I mean, like, I would say that they're going to try and force the Eagles to use all their timeouts.
I agree.
And then try and kick a field goal with basically nothing left. That would be my goal if I
were the Chargers right now, my strategy would be to run the ball as much as possible, force us to use all 3 timeouts. Hopefully we can gain maybe 5 or 6 yards and put ourselves in a better field goal position. But, yeah, I think right now they're pretty much settled on killing the clock, getting a field goal, and trying to win the game. We need to make sure that they don't get any yards and we get them off the fucking field, because that's the only way we're going to really win the game.
Yeah.
Letting them score is not going to do anything. We need to basically back them up, stop them, get them off the field, and then score ourselves.
I think my pen got a little excited.
It's like,
all right, question from Vince.
Some form of strategy got really excited in Vince's pen there. That's amazing.
Vince is over here aggressively writing notes.
What do you think, actually? 1, let them score. 2, just try and drive them out of field goal range here. Honestly, if that's your goal, to get them out of field goal range, you need to dial up blitzes. You need to do something. But they're not going to do that either because they're so petrified of, like, letting up a touchdown here. This is worst place to be if you're the Eagles defense. What's Vince, what are they saying over there?
Yeah, so let's see. The Sunflower Vince brings comedic relief. Also, the Chargers hate flowers and the environment.
It appears that they do. They want to stomp on every freaking daisy and lily pad all the way through here. This is disgusting. So, hey, Barn, we're going to live and die with these guys. This is what we signed up for. Well, some of us signed up for.
Listen, they don't call it an all-out blitz for nothing. because this is where you basically use it. You're going all out. You either stop them or you go home. So I don't see the point of being conservative right here.
No,
You're in
neither
a
do
shit
I.
situation, balls to the wall, let your nuts drop on the floor, and fucking go for it.
Herbert comes out, and Chargers do as well. They look like they are going to try and milk some clock errors. They go in I formation, and we've gotten offsides from the Chargers almost instantly. I believe somebody was trying to tie their shoe or something. What the hell happened there? But just like you said, Barn, there you go, 5 yards back, probably out of field goal range at this point. So
And that's what I'm saying.
do you risk it all, Vince Quinn, and go with the 0 cover, engage 8, bring the house? They have not made Justin Herbert feel uncomfortable for this entire half. They need to do something.
No, they've had a moment here or there where you kind of sort of had pressure, but he hasn't really had to run for his life all that much, and I'd be willing to do it. It's harder with Slay out, but I'd be willing to do it.
They're not going to do it here. Little motion in for the Chargers here. It goes off to Eckler. It is a fake, a pass it out.
Oh,
to,
no.
I don't know who that is. One of their other tight ends.
That is the
for
opposite of
about
what you should be doing.
9 yards there, would you say, guys?
Yeah.
Or so. So we're going to face about a 2nd and 4. So, geez, make that 11 yards, or whatever that ended up being.
Yeah.
16 yards altogether.
Clock keeps ticking, so they're saying 6 yards, 2nd and 4. Eagles burn their first timeout with a minute 51 left to play.
Yeah, and Sirianni's livid because he wanted the timeout earlier, didn't get it, it looks like, and is yelling at the ref. So this all feels like a loss.
Doesn't feel great.
I'm praying that the defense or special teams makes me wrong here, but feels like a loss.
It feels like you're going to get the ball with like 30 seconds left, and you're going to have to go down the field and score a touchdown.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. I hate to say it.
John, I want to see some of that same energy you had at the end of that last show. I want to see you get hype, get aggressive. I want to see you believe. I want to feel that. Feel that same energy.
Listen, they need to do it. This whole last defensive drive is exactly like, well, are you going to blame the defensive coordinator when they don't have? I mean, you're dealing with a guy that they don't want to touch the field at all. I don't know what you would do, to be honest, but you can't play scared, and that's the difference. You got to make a decision.
This whole drive they've played scared, and the underneath stuff is killing them.
Yeah.
It's killing them. I get Slays out, and like I have some slight hesitation, but man, I mean the Chargers' run game in this last quarter has been a lot better than it was in the other 3. That's what it is. You know what I mean? You got to be aggressive. You got to send the linebackers. You got to force Herbert to get the ball out quick. He's missed some open throws today. Stopping the clock, that would help you a ton.
Yep.
They're not sending the pressure right now. That's a Gannon problem when he's coached a pretty good game today otherwise.
Yep, and honestly, to our point earlier, Barn, like, even if you're blitzing with 10 and you allow them to score, who gives a crap? At least you got a minute and a half as opposed to 30 seconds. So
I can agree with that. But you also still have to score at that point in time.
But like to have an opportunity versus no opportunity,
let's not
that's
forget,
what we're dealing with.
This is a tie ball game right now. So theoretically, if they don't score, we go to overtime.
Well, but
That's a Kirk Ferentz way of thinking.
they'd have to miss the field goal, though. Like they're
Well, we'd have to get them out of field goal position.
What's
which-
that say there, Vince? Sorry.
Eagles offensive coaching staff could learn a thing or two on how the Chargers use their tight ends.
Definitely.
Tyree Jackson, a non-factor today. Also, Josh Sweat in the medical tent.
Awesome.
I'm pretty sure Nick Sirianni isn't aware there's a middle of the field that you could actually utilize. I feel like he feels like, routes are just towards the outside or underneath or behind. Just throw it towards the middle of the field, dude. Come on. It's open. I guarantee you it's open.
It always is. Always is for everyone else, apparently. Just not the Philadelphia Eagles or Nick Sirianni. So here you go, 2nd and 4. They are in I formation, ready to run this son of a gun. Probably right down the throat.
Like I
said. It is a little bit of motion to the fullback, and there is Austin Eckler stopping short, and Eagles immediately call a timeout, I believe.
A field goal is not automatic from 30 yards. It's
You
not.
got to throw everything you got at this play. This is the play. You got to throw everything you got here.
So
I'm sending everybody here. And if you give up a touchdown, so be it.
Oh, yeah.
No harm.
Right.
Just send the house. See what happens.
Yeah. I'm with that, actually.
Yeah.
Because guess what? If you don't stop them here, you lose either way. So
Right.
Yeah.
There's plenty of time. There's 1:48 on the clock. You let them score, or let them make the decision to sit on the 2-yard line or whatever it is.
Yep.
Here.
3rd and 2. They don't get it. They kick a field goal. Great. You get the ball. You have one timeout right now. You can burn that and get the ball with about a minute 30 left, a minute 40 left. Well, plenty of time.
I see single highs, so that's a good place to start. But I don't. I won't get excited until they actually line up here. Hey, we got a Milton Williams sighting in on this personnel package play here.
I don't like
Brandon
that, honestly.
Staley.
I want to see a
Here they come. Here they come. They are bringing the house. 3rd and 2, and it is. They stop them. But no. The Chargers are going to get a timeout. The Chargers are going to get a timeout, I think. Is that what I'm hearing? Yeah, the clock has stopped. The Chargers got a timeout in before 3rd and 2. That is complete bullshit. Unbelievable.
No.
This is. Because they knew it was going to get blown up, I guess. Matt Maritere saying, why would they do that? That's.
Oh, that is terrible.
I'd like to see the replay.
That is terrible,
CBS,
man.
if you could.
It's a great timeout by a rookie head coach over there.
Well, they won't be running that play again.
My God.
Well, we're going to have to do it again with some more heart attacks.
Again. Send him again. There's nothing else to do. You send him again.
Yeah, you're right. Here we go.
Let's
3rd and 2.
Come on.
They do go single back. 3rd and 2. They hand it off this time. It is a leaping, and we're going to have to see about the knee, but it looks like they're going to give it to him.
Oh, whoa. Ref
looks
looks
short.
like he has him short.
He looks a little short, and I would be, again, shocked if they don't just go for it
And
here
the clock
either way.
gets stopped. They're measuring it.
Well, here's the thing. If he's short, they're going for the field goal.
Where's his
Yeah.
knee?
There's no way in hell they go for it on 4th down when you can kick a field goal on the 30-yard line.
Now, here's the key.
They moved the
Austin
chains.
Eckler, he's
They're
a
moving the
tiny man.
chains.
He's
Son
a
of
very
a bitch.
tiny man. And so if his knee is down, that reach, you know what I mean? Like, odds are,
He's good. He's good. His knee was completely up in the air.
Yeah,
Landed
his knee
across
was
the
up.
First down marker. It is, man, it's really close.
That is so hard
it's
to
really
tell.
Close.
that is so hard to tell.
They're going to
My
measure.
God.
They are going to measure. So at first they move the chains. Oh, no, they're not going to measure at all.
That
First
marker
down.
on the other side looks like it's an inch or two short. Oh, Chargers
They
are
already
going
moved
for it.
They already moved
They're
it.
going for the game.
Wow.
Oh, they didn't. It's 4th down. Oh, my God. They didn't give it to him. Sorry. My
That
bad,
is
guys.
insane.
So here you go. 4th down. 4th in the game, I guess, here, unless they're trying to draw him off
They're
sides.
trying to draw him off sides.
It is. They're waiting. They're waiting. Clock
Yeah,
down
they're
to
going
10.
offside.
Now in motion. Now down to 9. No one is moving. I believe it's a bluff. It looks like a bluff. Down
gotta
to
be a
5.
bluff.
Down to 4. Play
No
clock
way
down to
this
2.
stupid.
Now 1. They're going to let up.
Yeah!
They're going to let up. Hey,
go!
hey, all right.
Let's go!
There we go. They hold him to a field goal, I
All
think.
right.
God
All
damn.
right.
All right.
Yes.
Chargers call the timeout in the end. So, just trying to see if they would jump. No one has any timeouts left. The Eagles are going to have 1:45.
Woo!
Well, 1:42 by the time the field goal gets in to drive hopefully no more than 80 or 75 yards down the field.
Woo!
All right. If there was
Oh.
ever a time for a double doink,
Patrick
this
O'Leary.
is the time.
Patrick O'Leary says they're going to block it.
I'm going to be losing pedals over this, man. I can't handle the stress. I can't handle it.
Taylor is saying what? What's Taylor saying? I can't see it over there.
Let's see. In what world would they actually run a play in that instance? It's a terrible cowardice move from the Chargers.
They're going
Let's go
for
Eagles
it, guys.
from a
They're
Browns
going
fan.
for it.
Oh, and they are
They're going
for it.
They decided against it, and they're flipping it. 4th and 1. Here's your ball game right here.
Come on, come on.
And they get it. They get it. Game's probably going to be over. So all they got to do is wind this down. I think that was actually pretty smart of Brandon Staley, if that was his true strategy, and to waste more clock, call a timeout. Now they can't. No one can stop the clock. Now that would have mattered anyway. And it's going to come down to a field goal.
You know, part of it is, you think of the adrenaline of the moment, right? That 3rd down stop, massive adrenaline. It's a timeout. The play doesn't count. You get another stop, adrenaline. Then they do another play, timeout. They don't run the ball. So then you have 4 plays that are the play, you know, and they're able to get that yard right up the gut.
1st and 10 to Eckler. It's out to his right, and they actually get a loss on the play, about a loss of 2. Clock is just going to wind down here, 54, and keeps winding down. There's 32 on the play clock, so they got to get it away with about 20 seconds left or so. Patrick O'Leary just keeps mouthing fumble.
I mean, I don't care what anybody says.
Bad
That's
snap,
a bad
anything.
call by
Anything
Brandon Staley
here.
going for on 4th down. It worked, so it's a great play.
No, it was.
But
it
that's
was
a
what are you
stupid
talking
call.
about? It was the exact right call.
It's the exact
right
call because it worked. You know what I mean? Only because it worked.
26 now down to 22, 23. Play clock at 4. Now 3. They hand it off to Eckler. He's going to run. Let him score. Oh, my God. Ugh. Well, it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
They
Well,
clock it.
they
They're
get
gonna clock it
time.
here.
8, 7, 6, and 5. Brandon Staley knew exactly what he was doing.
He nailed it.
Exactly what he was
He
doing.
nailed it.
And that's what wins you football games.
Man.
Former Washington kicker?
Former Washington kicker.
Oh, right. Hopkins. That's right.
Yeah.
So
He misses.
first we called fumble. Now we call miss. I'll take anything at this point, folks. I'll take
Let's go double
whatever
doink.
it takes to not make this kick. I'm totally down.
Double doink.
No, it's not gonna go in. No, it's not gonna go in. For some reason, it's not gonna go in. And it's going right down the middle. So, we need a Cal Stanford with 2 seconds left to go. And
Maybe they'll run it back.
we can start possibly, maybe. Well, not yet. Not yet. We can't say that officially. I was going to say maybe we can start talking about the draft. But I hate to say this, there's still only a game out of the wild card, even if they lose this game, basically.
Where's Darren Sproles on kick return when you need him?
Yeah. Well, Jonathan Hightower, that's your only hope right
yeah,
here.
if only. I think Deshaun signed him with the Raiders.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Oh, Deshaun, yeah. Well, that was some
Deshaun is
news
a Raider.
breaking around just before halftime. Congratulations to him. So
He doesn't have to move. Well, he doesn't have to move far. I keep forgetting
That's right.
the Raiders aren't in L.A. anymore. My brain is still thinking like, oh, yeah, he's still in L.A.
Las Vegas and L.A. are basically the same thing.
It's like a 3-hour drive, right?
In a $29 flight. Yeah, well. Not that I know that. So, once again, if you're just joining us, the Eagles are breaking our hearts, and looks like the Chargers are just that much better. Although I got to say, I haven't been too impressed with them at all. They're just a team that's beaten up on a now Darius Slay-less. I mean, like, that could have been the worst possible scenarios to not have Darius Slay for the last 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Just sucks. Keeps you worried, keeps Gannon worried. And now, here comes a miracle. As it's a squib kick to the 20. It is picked up there by Greg Ward. Greg Ward flips it over to Jonathan Hightower, backs up all the way to the 10. He is going to get tackled, but he flips it backwards, and the Chargers recover around the 3, thus ending the game there. And we are obviously hit that one more time, my friend. It should be good to go. There we are. As that'll do it as your Philadelphia Eagles lose 27-24. Barney, some final thoughts before we start the post game and the podcast there for all the friends.
Final thoughts are, do they still have edibles in Denver? I mean, what do we have to look forward to next week?
Edibles in Denver, apparently.
No, but on a serious note, I think we actually played a really good game. We barely lost this game. We only lost by field goal. I saw a lot of improvement in Nick Sirianni's play calling in this game.
His game management, too,
He
yeah.
committed to the run, which is kind of like what I wanted to see from this game. I wish Gannon had played a little more, with a little more intensity, a little more chutzpah, as they say. But, we're still a flower that's blooming and growing. We just need a little time, a little cultivation, a little more sun. And then soon we'll blossom. Maybe by week 13 or 14, I don't know.
Some buds, some rosebuds kind of popped
Maybe we'll
up
get
today.
some rosebuds.
All right, Barney. Well, let the people know where you're at, and Vince and I will get the post game here started, my friend. We appreciate you hanging out as always.
You can find me on Twitter at PusherSteen or on Instagram at PusherSteen. Yeah. See you soon. See you next
Very
week.
soon.
There you go.
As,
Barney,
thank you
always
as
a
always
pleasure.
from the Henry James Saloon as we can get this crowd started for what's going on, Philadelphia? Well, is Bobby Dubs right in there. We're live from the Henry James Saloon. Thank you for tuning in to the podcast. Thank you for tuning in to the live stream. I am John Barchard, joined by a very sunflowery Vince Quinn, and the rest of the Bell and the Birdmen crew have been fantastic supporting the entire show today.
We have drinking many liquid deaths. And unfortunately, Vince Quinn, we asked coming into this game and on the pregame show, are the Eagles a playoff team? Can they do this? Can they make it so we can believe again? And unfortunately, the city of Philadelphia, I believe, will be checking out after today. Honestly, I thought it was a pretty good game overall for the Eagles. A lot of just silly mistakes, a lot of injuries kind of caught up with him again. Nick Sirianni sticking with the run, I'm sure, is going to make people feel a little happy. But the focus for me really comes on not being at least confident enough to get Jalen Hurts' passing game going to work in right away with that dominating run game for like the first 3 quarters of this, really. And that's the difference in this one is Justin Herbert and Jalen Hurts for me.
Yeah, I mean, it does come down to Jalen Hurts was not a good enough passer today for the Eagles to win this game. He's a great runner, and he made a throw to Devontae Smith late that allowed them to tie the game at 24. That took 3 corners being out for the Chargers with 2 starters not in today and another injury late in the 4th, and that was the one play they capitalized on. But he was sloppy today. He had moments to get the ball down the field. That pass to Dallas Goedert early really stings. And to lose 27-24 with a perfectly executed end-of-game drive by the Chargers, you just feel like they're the better team. It was close, but they're the better team.
Yep, and not by much, too. That's just what stinks is because you knew they were going to hang with this, but you're looking at Justin Herbert's stat line, 32 for 38, almost 400 yards in this one, 2 touchdowns, and at one point during that run in the 4th quarter, and honestly, I don't know if he threw another incompletion, but he was at 11 in a row that ended up being 12 or 13, and, the last 6 minutes without Darius Slay, I mean, I don't know how it definitely mattered. It definitely mattered. That's the one biggest thing that stuck out to us was just Jonathan Gannon got so stone cold at the end of that game that, we're sitting here thinking if you're doing 0 cover blitzes at the end, if you're engaging 8, if you're doing all the Madden type shit just to get some pressure on Justin Herbert, which he's shown time and time again that he will make mistakes when you do. None of that happened really throughout the day. And at the end, when you probably needed to do it the most, at worst, they score and you have a minute and 48, 44, 40 left, and you try to go down there, but they don't give their offense another opportunity. And Brandon Staley at the end with the fake, then going right back to it, just got out-coached in the last 6 minutes. And they can be in the same wedding party, but they can't be on the same field.
Yeah.
In terms of class.
Yeah, no, it was really unfortunate for it to go that way. And for Justin Herbert going into the game, Dubs mentioned this in the pregame as well. Justin Herbert throwing under 60%. 60, which today's NFL, it's not good. He was throwing under 60 the past 3 weeks. Today, 32 with 38. He absolutely diced the Eagles up. What is it? Easy stuff underneath, 5-yard throws, 7-yard throws, the very occasional deep shot. He hit 1 or 2, but they made completions like crazy underneath. It tore the Eagles apart. And as much as they shut down the running game, it didn't matter. Herbert was that good.
And to your point about, missing Dallas Goedert early, and then in the 3rd quarter, boom, right away, hitting that Mike Williams play. It ended up being a four-play drive. Thankfully, the Eagles came and answered on a longer drive. But, it was just that's the difference there. Is like you're able to hit those shots because of the talent. Mike Williams has been in that system for a while and more talent than any wide receiver that the Eagles have, too. So it's just, just looks like over the past 2 years, Justin Herbert, way more talented than Jalen Hurts, but still, again, a coaching staff which understands what it does best and what they do best and constantly execute it over and over. I actually thought Austin Eckler was going to be a humongous problem. Was at the end.
Yep.
It's just it's that complementary football that just never really sticks together throughout the end caps here. It's always in the middle. The offense and defense are never on the same page at the start of the beginning of this game, and that's head coaching lumps that they're going to continue to take here probably over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, for all this, the moments where you feel like things are growing, this is what happens with a young team. Inexperience, coaching staff, inexperienced, and, questionable starting quarterback. You have things where it looks good, and then it falls apart within the game. You can't trust this team week to week. Before the game, I was like, I don't know, they could win by 30. They could get blown out. I have no clue what the hell's going to happen. And early, that's what it felt like. The offense couldn't get going early. struggled big time. What happened? They were passing the ball. Hurts was bad. And then they start running, and it's working, and it's going. And then late in the game, like, it wasn't quite the same. So it's never that consistency, quarter to quarter, drive to drive. That's a young team. It's a team that needs more talent. But again, going back to the Herbert versus Hurts stuff, you know what they do for Herbert? They get those throws at 5 yards and 7 yards. The one play I talked about during the game, and I will keep talking about this play, Kenny Gainwell in the backfield, they motion him out wide. He runs jet across the field, does a light cross, and he opens up space for Dallas Goedert, who runs the same route behind him. Beautiful play, smart play. You never see that. They didn't do anything else like that the rest of the game. Like, where is that? Why don't they run that kind of stuff?
It drives me crazy because you see across the field and what their offense is doing. They've got tight ends I've never even fucking heard of before, running up and down all over the place. And 3 of them, I believe, today were made plays or made action or had snaps out there. And how can that not happen here? Like, the tight end has always been the quarterback's favorite safety valve, and it just doesn't look like they're interested in getting Dallas Goedert involved outside of maybe the first 15 or 25, a deep shot there with the tight end link, like we said before, but just it's very peculiar. And to the timing on the whole let's go get Jalen and Devontae going is weird, you know? And I want to swing it back to how this game kind of began a little bit, too, with, I mean, man, Jordan Howard looking like he kind of did against the Lions a little bit there last week as well. Boston Scott kind of the same thing. Kenny Gainwell not in there until late. I thought they missed a huge opportunity to do anything that they wanted to this Chargers defense. Maybe that is because of just like, is it literally just the lack of trust in Jalen Hurts, and that's why they don't go to it? They're like, let's not have this game get screwed up. It's going well. No one wanted anyone to stop the run, but at the same time, there's just so many good opportunities in a loaded 7- and 8-man box. We could have gone up and sliced them and diced them. They chose not really to do that, or limited the amount of opportunities to go and do that. So I don't know. Do you think that this is something you have to carry into each week, and that's the only way that they can be successful?
Well, yeah, it's tough because, again, Hurts was bad today. I mean, as a passer, he was bad.
Yeah.
His legs were incredible, and that kept them in the game, but he was fighting himself, you know? So it's hard to trust him. And then with Jordan Howard, when he's got those moments where, yeah, he gets you 4 or 5 yards, and he can do that when the line's doing its job, the problem is he's not a pass catcher at all. So late in the game, they gave him 1 carry, but that's it. You have to have Boston Scott on the field. You have to have Kenny Gainwell on the field. Because if you want to run tempo and you want to pass, you need a legitimate threat out there, and Howard isn't it. So he's a limited player. He's got a slot. We'll see what they do with him. We'll have a conversation about that later this week of what happens with Jordan Howard. But, man, I mean, it's one of those things where that, again, it's the thing we've been talking about all year. What is that reliable, consistent thing that they can do every week? What are those plays that are the bread and butter? They don't have them, whether it's Howard or Scott or Gainwell or Goddard. It comes and goes day by day, drive by drive. It's frustrating as hell.
Yeah, it really is. And, you know, honestly, one of the biggest talking points from this game, and it's interesting because I know I would assume people are going to come at the defense again. And towards the end, rightfully so. They deserve every ounce of criticism. It was so poorly coached. But, like, for 7/8 of this game, the linebackers, which were completely new in terms of starting, I believe it's the first time we didn't see Alex Singleton come out and start.
Yeah.
Came in a little later on in the game. I actually thought didn't lose this game for him altogether.
No.
You know, at all. And I honestly believe the defense did a lot of good things early on. Man, really, to me, this game just says talent. You know, like the Eagles are starting to gel a little more together. And honestly, I thought between starting linebackers and changing that up, and a little credit to Nick Sirianni for keeping Jalen flowing between under center, in shotgun.
Yep.
I thought that really helped him. And our friend Dennis was saying the entire time from the Ignorant Thinkers podcast was all over, like, you know, Jalen Hurts and his footwork under center, it's a lot more comfortable. He's got time to set his feet and throw the ball. And you saw that later on with Devontae Smith and all that. I would like to lighten the load with the RPO, honestly, if that's how he throws as a pure passer under center. It's one big takeaway, at least, that I saw from this game.
Well, let me say this. I didn't think I'd say this, but maybe he's Nick Folesy. Maybe he is the rhythm guy, and it is getting him in that flow of things, and he'll be better when you coach the offense that way. So the under center stuff, and I'll say this about Sirianni's credit. One, they didn't get penalized a ton in this game, maybe 3 or 4. Wasn't bad at all, although it was worse late. And they did keep him under center again, and they did run the ball again. So in terms of the growing process here, it does look better. It's not good enough, but it's better. And you have that all easy schedule the rest of the way. So those are all encouraging things. But in terms of what the offense is going to be the rest of the way, it's those short passes are really the big sticking point for me. It's the 5-yard, 7-yard, move the chains. Like, how often, honestly, all season, have you seen this team in a 2nd and 3?
Oh, no. This is – sorry, we're getting into the comments here. Random person on YouTube right now is saying Jim Schwartz was actually good.
For a while, Jim Schwartz was good.
Yeah. And then we have
and I like this one.
Yeah, what do you
from
got?
Joe, who says Gannon needs to become a booth guy.
You know, that's been going on for a long time. What's that? We got Hurts will always
be a bad passer.
I don't think that's true at all, by the way. Don't blame the offense or defense. Blame Howie because.
And that's where your point was. You know, it's the talent's not good enough. And that was part of the game today, right? Like, I mean, you lose Slay late, so that hurts and that sucks. Sweat hit the medical tent late, but you look at the Chargers, I mean, they were missing both their starting corners today, and they held up just fine.
And both of their starting right side of the line, too, as well. Like, you would have figured there had been some pressure from somewhere. Josh Sweat going out late absolutely probably did not help at all, probably making decisions towards the end there either, that's where my mind goes. Like, how on earth are you going to get any form of pass rush when your two best pass rushers are – we'll have to see what happens with Josh Sweat. And Kyle, let us know if there's anything from the Josh Sweat injury update. But, yeah, man, I mean, less and less talent is not going to help this team in the next couple of weeks. So you have to hope that that's not anything major. But at the same time, I mean, it's a weak offensive line. They should have been doing something.
Well, and that's the thing, right? It is coaching. Like, what we thought this team could be, would be. It really started with, I mean, the roster was good. It's good, not great, but like okay. And you needed it to be coached well. The coaching, now they're getting to the point where it's becoming an okay, acceptable young coaching staff, which it was not before. It was abysmal. So now they're becoming at least an actual coaching staff that's still learning and growing and earning their spot. But they're not making this roster better right now. They still need to get better themselves. So when all of it's growing together, it's going to be lumpy. And you know what? Brace it for the rest of this season because we're talking about the easy games, but also there's going to be easy games they lose. That's a certainty. You're probably going to lose to Washington or the Giants, or God forbid, they might lose to the Jets.
Yeah.
And you know what? With the way this team is, it's expected.
I mean,
it is.
I don't think it's expected.
It
it's
is
just
to me,
It's just not assumed that, like, anything's really a win, except in it's just like unless you're a Detroit Lions team or unless like you're the Jaguars. Like they can beat the 1 and 2 win teams right now, and they're just in the thick of like the middle of it. Ben Baldwin, who if you're not following on Twitter, does a great job of this every week and just points out where everybody is in terms of point spreads and where it keeps going and shifting to. And the Eagles are constantly and consistently in that. I hope you didn't trade your first round pick. Type of spread that's going on there as well. So, as the great Francisco Rojas is saying goodbye to us,
a.k.a.
we thank
Gumby,
him for his. Gumby might be coming back after this week and yelling at Nick Sirianni. So, but it's just been a weird year to figure these guys out. Would anyone say that there's like you said, is this stepping stones for anybody here? Like, are you looking at this in any form of positivity because we kind of anticipate what's expected in this offseason? Jalen Hurts is not going to be starting more than likely, and there's going to be another veteran quarterback of some level in here. So if in terms of like what I can finally see them doing, I'm still on Jonathan Gannon is lost and doesn't have enough talent, and Nick Sirianni doesn't have enough creativity right now with the quarterback that can't throw really well. And that's what you're really at. So now that it seems like even me, even you are coming down a little bit on Jalen Hurts and what he can really provide.
Yeah.
Do I feel weird flipping the script and asking a question and hedging and saying, is this really all you can do with Jalen Hurts, and have we been fair to Nick Sirianni? If he knows now, all I can do to be successful is run the football, and that's the first option that I have, and my second option is to pass with Jalen Hurts. I don't think we'll ever understand Nick Sirianni this year either.
Yeah, maybe not. I mean, let's be real. It's a limited offense because of Hurts. It just is. And when he doesn't have that ability to complete passes consistently and they want to go down the field, I mean, what's his downfield percentage? Accuracy percentage. It's not great. Like, Quez Watkins, for example, totally botched a play last week. Terrible jump up. It becomes a pick, so I don't want to penalize him for that. But, like, actual deep ball accuracy, it can't be good, and they like taking those shots. That's a good thing, you know? You want those chunk plays. And that's the frustrating thing. Talking with Matt Maratea during the game, he was like, you know, on some point, I want to count Hurts' rushing yards as a negative thing, because when you're trying to get these explosive plays and he can't make them and he has to run to mitigate that, sure, you're getting 7, but you're not getting those chances at 35, 40, 50, 70 with Quez, you know?
And I'll push back on that a little bit because, like, there's this whole thing going on with – I think both things can be true. Jalen could be a limited passer, but there's also the coach is still not helping him out in terms of that. And secondly, no one's getting open. This whole bullshit about, these wide receivers are all open all over the place. No, they're not. And that's a big problem. Those two things are combining together. You are not giving Hurts any form of confidence to throw the ball down there anyway. Because now there's so much pressure on him. If you screw up any pass, like, I should have been a run player, this should have been this. Howie saying what? Howie
wanted Hurts and got Carson Wentz to run out.
Good. Does anyone not understand that that's a good thing, even if Hurts doesn't work out? Like, you've eliminated that horrible contract of his. And guys, he had one of the most awful games against a contender in his own division, and then went and beat up the Jets, which Vince Quinn can go do. So 4 days later, everyone changed their mind and be like, oh yeah, here we go again with the Carson Wentz shit. I am so happy he's not on this football team. It has nothing to do with how good Jalen Hurts is or isn't. If he ended up hitting the moon, amazing, great, you can build around him. But now you don't, and you still have enough ammo to go get another quarterback, and hopefully you keep Jalen Hurts here in some deal. Dennis is asking who? We've been saying Russell Wilson. Maybe it's Derek Carr. Maybe it's something like that where you can do. But the Eagles were always planning, it looks like, to make a trade for a veteran quarterback. First it was Watson. We all know that situation got blown up. They moved on, and we believe their target's Russell and somebody else. Like, I don't think after this weekend, if you can convince yourself that anyone is worth taking in a top 10 with these quarterbacks, good luck to you. If you're all happed up on Matt Corral and like you think that's the answer, it's not. This team is in a weird spot where it needs to make a decision. And this is, I guess, where I don't think Howie Roseman's going to sit back and wait for this thing to grow for a very long time. I just don't have that feeling at all.
Well, no. I mean, honestly, there's not a whole lot to grow right now. I don't know what you're growing. Like, Hurts, he's getting his opportunities. He doesn't have games where you go, oh my God, he's legit. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing where he's blown me away outside of the Atlanta game, and we know that was a fraud. So for everything else, he's had good games, and it's like, all right, he's not bad. It's nothing like, oh my God, this guy's a star. This guy can be really good. It's like, all right, he can be acceptable as a game manager. So that's not growing. Rager's not turning in anything. Quez Watkins is a limited guy. The only thing you're looking to grow is Devontae Smith, really. And you know what? He doesn't have a great quarterback throwing him the ball. So, like, and the other weapons around him aren't that good. So how much is Devontae Smith going to grow? I don't know. Like, a little bit maybe, but there's not a whole lot to root for. You're looking at, if anything, it's the defensive side. Like, does Milton Williams become somebody and get a couple of pressures? Does Avonte Maddox keep this thing up and get a contract extension with the Eagles? Do the linebackers
stay the end here too? Yeah.
Right. Do the linebackers turn into guys that you can continue to start and grow and sign somebody else or draft somebody else, but they can stay on the roster and rotate in? Like, that's the only growth that I'm really looking for. Dickerson settled in as a run blocker.
Yep.
Everything's fine there, and that's about it.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, right. And you're just
And I'm a flower, so I understand these things.
Vince has been blooming as this wonderful sunflower. If you can't see him on the podcast, but has like what 5 feet worth of sunflower around your head?
It's a lot of sunflower. I'm a lot of flower. It's all real and it's spectacular.
So I would also like to point out that Vince Quinn, who tried to put a lion's costume on to make the team tank, flipped his role and tried to make it Bud, and you see what happened here. Can you stop doing that?
So do I need to dress up as a horse next week?
I think that's what we need to go.
All right.
The nihilist flower as Taylor's pointing out, is an amazing addition to the show, and I couldn't agree more. Absolutely. Kyle Bennett, if you would pick up that microphone, because I have a question to ask for you. Really, it's just, where do you go from here, honestly? Like, what would you qualify this as? There's no more moral victories at this point in the season.
No.
But if you're talking in terms of next year, are you okay? That was fine to know why they lost. They got out-coached at the end.
I think if you're looking at it from a next year perspective, it all depends on who's on this team next year. There's so many question marks, even now, going into next year, that it's impossible to know how you can judge what this season is without knowing who's going to be here next year.
Well, who do you not want to be here? Maybe that's a better question. On
how much time do you got?
Well, I think we got the Henry James Saloon is open until midnight, so yeah, the
There
floor is
plenty
yours.
Of time. Pull up a chair.
Yeah, I just don't. It just seems as though we didn't pay attention enough, but it was saying, hey, they're waiting for next year, like they're preserving Ertz. Do you think they're preserving Dallas Goedert, and maybe that's the issue here? Are they preserving him? Do they not want him to be targeted? Because it just seems
a strange optic to want to try to trade somebody, and it's like, oh, we're not going to showcase it.
Yeah. Or, like, I just don't get it. Are they trying to drive his price down? He's obviously going to walk and go take somewhere else. Like, I'm very confused on all of the personnel decisions that are still here. The Fletcher Cox thing where you try to trade him and then you make it impossible to, essentially. Like, I just don't know what. It seems as though, again, they're doing the Howie thing where they're running 2 different systems at the same time. You know, and
takes me back to that draft room scenario, and I forget who it was pissed off about the pick they made.
Yeah,
Howie
Tom
was
Donahue.
high-fiving everybody.
Yeah, and I don't, and there's nothing too much big-brained about this game either. I mean, they did simply just they lost it in the end. They couldn't out-execute them, and that was pretty much it. And yes, Brandon Staley is a lot smarter than Nick Sirianni and probably half of the coaching staff. So
yeah, I mean, their offense ran better today. It's an offensive league. And for the defense, they made big plays early, which kept them in it. And they were able to have the lead at halftime, which was great. Then that second half, I mean, I don't know if they had a single big-time impact play that actually switched the flow of the game. And that's the problem. I mean, they had that third down stop late, but then the Chargers go for it on fourth, and they were able to convert those late. They bury the Eagles with a field goal, and that's your ball game. So,
well, then I got a stupid gripe. You ready for my stupid gripe? Why on earth is Tyree Jackson active when your game plan is let's go run the ball and demolish this team? And whether we like to admit it or not, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside blocks and is probably going to be out there for a lot longer than Tyree Jackson if there's not one ball that's going to be thrown to him or not. I just think that's a silly thing to do. Tommy G checking in. Are we going to become the Broncos and start slinging away? Oh, signing veteran quarterbacks. I mean, is that such a bad idea at this point?
not when it's Russell Wilson.
Oh, yeah, Russell
If it's
Wilson.
like Tyrod Taylor and Teddy Bridgewater, no, don't do that. Like, that's a waste of your time. Honestly, you're better off going young and experimenting or going all in on an older guy. But to have somebody that's a proven veteran that isn't good enough that multiple teams have given up on, you know what it is. I mean, unless you're trying to sell tickets and you're a small market struggling team. But otherwise, Philly, you don't have to do that. The Eagles don't have to do that. They shouldn't do it. I don't like it. No.
I don't think they go bottom of the barrel there, Kyle, but I would assume someone like a Bridgewater is going to make their way here next year, a Flacco or whatever.
right? Something like that.
Everybody's favorite handsome paisan, Jimmy G, is going to be here
Hey!
next year. I'm
All
telling
right.
ya.
That's something that maybe you and Coach Gary, who's making his triumphant return to the podcast, by the way. Kyle Bennett and Coach Gary, going to take over the post game show once we've kind of wrapped some things up here. But outside of trying to find old quarterbacks or rooting for Russell Wilson again, Vince, is there any other big takeaways from this one that you're sitting here going like, man, the only thing is just missed opportunities, and the one thing that sticks out of my mind is Jack Driscoll, who is unfortunately we haven't had any updates from him, but the last time we saw him, Jalen Hurts was tripping over him on pretty significant 3rd and 5, and I think that play changes the game. There's these are the types of things where you're going to go back and rewatch 3 or 4 times and be like, oh, right, they could have punched that. They could, and honestly, before it gets lost, it could have been a lot worse. I mean, the first opening drive for the Chargers was 99 yards. Defense ends up stuffing them. So the defense lost it in the end, but they kept him in it in the beginning. It's just that whole timing thing, man. They can never be on the same. They'll never have a perfect game outside of playing the Detroit Lions. It just won't.
Yeah, I mean, there was some encouraging moments in this game. Again, the coaching staff got better. They had some big plays early, but couldn't maintain it through the whole game. They let the Chargers really take over, especially that running game in the fourth quarter got a lot better for the Chargers. And, yeah, it's talent, like you said. It shouldn't feel as bad as it does, but as Billie Jean has taken over. But yeah,
broken out into Michael Jackson here, Vince. Sorry.
It's so distracting, but that's how it goes. The main thing is you hope that next year it gets better, and the team's trying to get better, and it's a growing team in their first year together, and coaching's got to be better to get you out of the hole like this. It's not there.
And Kyle Bennett showing us on the Twitter.com that, in fact, an Eagles fan threw an entire bouquet of flowers at Nick Sirianni at the link tonight. He was not happy about it and pointed up to the fans and all that fun stuff. So, yeah, you're just opening yourself up in the city of Philadelphia if you start talking about flowers. Obviously, Vince is representing that here, too. At least it wasn't oranges or, dog biscuits or anything, or batteries. So it's just flowers.
Snowballs.
Or snowballs. So we're making our way up here. Kyle, anything you want to that is on top of your mind is I don't know if he's actually in. Is he in or not right now?
He's in the waiting room, but I don't know if his camera's
All right.
on.
Well, we'll see if we can get Gary on up there. I do want to remind everybody of a lot of different things. First and foremost, this podcast and live stream is brought to you by the wonderful, and always supporting Bell and the Birdmen, Liquid Death Mountain Water. It is one of the best looking cans that you have ever seen, as you can see that right up front. And if you've seen any pictures on our Instagram or anything like that at Bell and the Bird, you know that this is one badass can. It looks like you're drinking booze. It looks like you're drinking high energy drinks. But honestly, it's just keeping you hydrated and murdering your thirst. And we have massive cases here at the Henry James Saloon, as we always do for every game day. And we're very excited to tell you about something that we are starting brand new with our company, Last Out Media. And we're inviting every sports podcaster to come join us, not only here on Sundays, but if you have a podcast and are available on Thursday nights, and if you want to talk about the Flyers, or you want to live stream about the Phillies, or all Philly sports, the Sixers, the whatever it is, if you have a podcast and want to get paid $50 and eat $50 worth of free food, have a good time and bring a crowd and try and earn more, well, my friends, just go hit us up in the DMs. It's Vince Quinn at John Barchard. We'd love to hear from you. We are starting things off on Thursday, November 19th, right here at the Henry James Saloon. That deserves a bell ring, with our good friend Trill Bro Dude and his podcast, You Know Ball. So if you're a Sixers fan, it is going to be Sixers Nuggets here Thursday night at 9 o'clock. Vince and I will be here, and honestly, we want to turn this into one of the biggest caster clubs of all time.
Yep.
And just hang out and try to get you to wherever you're going with your podcast, your live stream, your digital content. Should be fun. Once again, hit us up in the DMs. Also, lastoutmedia.com if you're ever thinking about recording with us. And, of course, as we just did, if you go to our YouTube page after all of this, we had the great Ian Tolino in from Maryland to take his first cheesesteak tour, which we successfully completed.
and we loved every ounce of it. If you are a fan coming into town and want to hang out, want the true Philly experience, that is all in our link tree, in our description of this podcast and YouTube. Go find our store, and you will see all sorts of membership tiers. And if cheesesteaks aren't your thing, that's okay. We've got roast pork tiers. We got all sorts of stuff that we love. And more than anything, make sure you are subscribing to our newsletter, where you're going to get great content from the great Matt Maratea, from Bobby Dubs, from Ashley Woods, from Francisco Rojas, from me and Vince, and it keeps tabs on everything that we're doing here. So, wanted to get that all out to you. Vince Quinn, some final thoughts before we hand it over to Kyle and Gary. Actually, is Gary in there, Kyle?
Yeah,
okay,
so
beautiful.
So Gary is there. Well, getting ready to buy my horse costume, John. I guess it's what the people want. I'll see if I can reverse the curse. I'll dress up as a horse, and we'll see if we can will the Eagles to a win next week.
I love it. I hope, shout out to the Broncos for beating the Dallas Cowboys today. It's all moot because it doesn't matter. The Eagles lose. We are going to hand it off to the great Kyle Bennett, who's been producing this show, and, of course, Coach Gary to continue on with our post-game show. I see Gary in the stream. I'm going to let you guys take it over. Gary, overall, he sent me some pretty peculiar texts, and especially to Kyle, some peculiar texts. Want you guys to get started there, but right now, are you guys in or out on Jalen Hurts? I'd like to start there.
Oh, that's the frustrating thing. I literally texted you, in the fourth quarter, saying that I'm just not ready to wave the white flag on him. I said this after the Atlanta game week 1. The guy has McNabb-like tendencies when he moves within the pocket, but he doesn't have the arm strength to be an NFL quarterback. It's frustrating. It's like we're just waiting for that next major step to happen. And, we're now 12 games into Jalen Hurts from last year. There's just so much more to see, and the good news is this season's essentially just a big preseason. It doesn't matter what happens. You just need to see some type of development from him, and he's not showing that. It's just that he's still good at the movement and the pocket presence, not pocket presence, but buying more time. He just doesn't have an NFL arm, and I don't think you can develop that. I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like. It is. I like that, point that you bring up. It is just an extended preseason. You're kind of seeing what you have with this roster across the board, because you truly don't know. This coaching staff is very questionable, and I'm sure you and I are going to get into Jonathan Gannon as well, but you don't know what you have in the coaching staff. You don't know what you have in a ton of these pieces on the offense, and it's just such a giant question mark right now that you're just throwing things at the wall to see if they'll stick.
And it's funny because it seemed like a theme between Kyle and John was essentially the roster. I'm sorry, Vince and John. It was the roster, and you're sitting with basically a major roster question going into the offseason after this basically extended preseason. Is you have a lack of young talent, but you have a plethora of picks to recoup that. But the problem is you don't have a quarterback, and the quarterback's not in the draft this year unless you're a really big believer in a Malik Willis, a Matt Corral, or whoever the kid is, I think from North Carolina State or something. I don't know. But those two guys, Corral and Willis, are the ones that are talked about the most. And then you're going to have all these veterans. So it's like, are you going to go ahead, move your draft capital to get a veteran but still have lack of talent on the defensive side of the ball and just young talent, because this team is in a desperate need of defensive playmakers? I don't think they sacked Justin Herbert one time today, did they?
I don't think they did. I think there was only one sack in the game, and it was the Chargers getting that sack on Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
There's no type of pressure that they can create from any phase of the defense, whether it's, up front on the line, they can't get any pressure coming through. You and I were talking during the game. Their linebackers just are not it. They're not NFL players, and they don't create any type of, different type of schemes with their secondary to allow them to go in and blitz, and you're dressing like 12 corners a game. And it just makes no sense that you're not getting creative on defense enough.
And I think it speaks to that scheme, right? Jonathan Gannon, I think it's been explained. I want to get this out here, and I think I have an understanding of what the defense is. It's a bad defense, but it's a very analytical approach defense, right? So the idea is to not let them beat you deep, make them complete 13, 14 passes per drive, and try and make them create a mistake. The problem is, if you're going to give up that open space underneath that you can't tackle because you have undersized linebacker, it's a flawed system. You just basically took one of the variables of that analytic and basically changed it to pi because it's a never-ending mistake. It's just ridiculous, right? I think it's malpractice how this team has ignored still a valuable piece of an NFL team and a football team in general. You need linebackers to win football games. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers went on an all-time run last year with 2 elite linebackers who can play sideline to sideline. You don't need 3 linebackers. You don't need the guy who's going to get you 185 tackles a year. You just need guys that can make tackles and play in good space and coverage, because that's what the NFL is giving you. That's what the college game is going to be giving you. You have to adjust to what the college is giving you, and that's spread, spaced out offenses. And you need to adjust defensively. The offenses adjust, the defense is not yet, and the good teams are the ones that are figuring out, like Tampa Bay, like the Rams, like Green Bay. They're doing these things, and the Eagles just continue to ignore the middle of the field on defense. It's absurd.
It's like every single team in Philadelphia just hates defense, except for the 76ers. But I think
in the one league it doesn't matter. They care about it the most.
I think the biggest thing, you and I were also talking about it, some things I noticed during the game defensively. The Eagles in this game, where big plays happened, they got thrown on mismatches in coverage. There was a moment in the game where Derek Barnett was covering a wide receiver.
Yeah.
There was a moment where Darius Slay was put covering, a 6'9", like 260-pound tight end, and he just brushed him up. The amount of mismatches that came from today's game plan from Jonathan Gannon was just so obscene, and it cost them the game defensively, because it wasn't just it was one time I was out of place. No, it continued to happen. You saw it, develop throughout the remainder of the game, and there was just no attention to detail on trying to fix that.
And you can't let your veterans off the hook here either, right? Because the Mike Williams deep pass, Rodney McLeod bites on a movement. You're a veteran in the NFL. You're Super Bowl champion. You need to be able to keep your base there and be able to run and be able to split the defenders until someone makes the move. He gets caught, Lee Slay on an island. Slay played it pretty well. Williams came up with a great catch. It's these breakdowns from left to right. They happen at just the worst times. I mean, the Derek Barnett offsides, it would have been a 3rd and long. They get a 3rd and manageable. They get a 1st down, and, now you're into this. Clock management wasn't an issue, but they couldn't stop the run when they had to. It was one of the more frustrating losses, but here was I guess if there's a silver lining of this loss, they played a good team well. And I guess that's where I look at it. Because I don't, like we said at the top of the show, wins and losses just don't matter this year. They just don't. I'm going to be a big dumb fan and talk myself into it. If you check my Twitter, I predicted them to win 31-17 today, and I was back in on the playoff train, and I'll do the same thing next week against the Broncos because I can't help myself. But this team is basically just like waking up and get kicked in the nuts just to go back in bed and do it again, right? Like it's a frustrating product.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's frustrating because it almost seems like they go into a week, whatever transpires, and then it's almost like nothing changes. They go throughout a whole week of practice, and you expect them to study the game film of the opponent they're playing. And, they came into this game, they started running the ball on offense pretty well. Chargers, worst run defense in the NFL. And then, for whatever reason, they just started getting pass happy and went away from something that was working, and it just made no sense to me when, the Chargers, there's no need to pass on them. Even with their 2 starting corners out, the backups that they have are still starting caliber cornerbacks in the NFL. You have Derwin James back there who's at an all-pro level this year. There's just simply no reason that they should have even tried to attempt to pass as much as they did, late in the second quarter and going into the third quarter. It was like, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Well, they also come out and waste the first drive, and then the second drive, they're backed up in their own end zone, and he's throwing deep on 1st down. What are we doing? Run the ball, get 3 yards, get some space. Listen, I know people are going to pull their hair out, especially Bartram, when I say this game is still a game of field position at some point. You have to play for it a little bit, right? 1st down, take your 3 yards, and then you're working with it 2nd and 7, 3rd and 5. Like, you got it. And on the first drive, they just come out and throw it all over the place, and I'm like, well, this is my exact fear. I thought they were just going to throw the ball all day. But luckily, they didn't. They went back to the run. And Jordan Howard, tell me this guy shouldn't have been on the roster since week 1.
Where has he been? You know what I mean?
It's almost, again, like, was he nursing an injury? They didn't want to disclose it. Like, I don't know. Or was it, like, because Vince made a good point. All these injuries happened and no one touched him. You would think the Ravens at some point would be like, what, let me just get a guy who's rushed for 1,000 yards and go get him. So maybe everyone really did think he's cooked. And I know there's the conversation where he's not a pass-catching back, but maybe become creative and go with some 21 personnel. Put him and Boston Scott on the field at the same time. Get some different looks. There's a value of still having a thumper in the league. I mean, Tennessee built an entire offense around it and gone to the playoffs multiple times behind it. It's just that I feel like, I don't know if it's coming from the top, and I hate being this guy, where it's Howie and Jeffrey Lurie, it's Howie and Jeffrey Lurie, and they're passing down this message. It's like, we want to be this new creative, new wave offense that's throwing the ball all over the place. We don't want to run the ball. You would think Jeffrey Lurie's seen on football at this point, blocking and tackling still wins football games, and you can control the clock, control the speed of the game. You can take the will of your opponent away. It's still there. I know it sounds old school, but it still works in the NFL. And you can dice in that new spread RPO look. It works. The Bucs do it to a T. Just, I don't know, find a guy who's going to be like, listen, I'm not just going to be puppeted around by these guys. I'm not saying Sirianni is, but it's just felt like that since the Super Bowl, hasn't it?
100%. And I think their biggest issue right now is like they try to show that they're running that RPO, but they either are way too pass heavy during games, or in games like they did against the Lions and early in this game, it was strictly runs, whether it was with, whoever was in the backfield or Jalen Hurts, that the defense becomes privy to that, and they're going to key in on what you're doing, and it just makes it so predictable that it comes to, okay, you got to be able to figure out some creativity, and that's just what they lack right now. It's so vanilla, shout out to Doug Peterson, that they have no – it's just such a predictable product on both sides of the ball.
And it's the one thing I really do like, though, and here's another silver lining. I think we only saw one failed screen pass today. Is that correct? Not like 6 or 7? So, I mean, maybe they're learning that way. Let's talk about one more thing, too, with Jalen Hurts, right? Jalen Hurts kept you in this game with his legs, but me and you had a conversation with John and Vince earlier this week. Insert Jimmy Garoppolo onto this game day roster today. Do they win this football game?
It's a good question. I think it's also a matter of, we were talking about it during the game, and I've been talking about it since September. They don't have enough veteran presence on that wide receiver core. Devontae Smith looks like a player, which is a good sign. But outside of Devontae, there's nothing there for no matter who the quarterback is on this team to get the ball out in space and get the ball to. And there's nobody to kind of lead this young wide receiver core in a direction of, hey, this is the tricks and trades of the NFL. Devontae Smith is in his first year in the NFL. Quez, Hightower, Jalen Reagor, they're all in their second year.
Your most tenured guy is J-Jaw.
It's J-Jaw and Greg Ward.
Has like 10. I don't even know if J-Jaw has more than 10 career catches. Yeah. I really don't know.
It's at that point where it's similar to the coaching staff, which I've also said, outside of Jeff Stoutland, every coach on this coaching staff is new at the position they are coaching in.
And I go back to this with the coaching search, and I've said this, you can go back and find it. I wanted that CEO type of coach where the offensive coordinator called plays, the defensive coordinator called the defense. If they were going to bring a guy in like Nick Sirianni, why not go get a guy like a Jim Caldwell? Just to put him on your staff, to have that veteran, calm leadership, the grandpa style of be like, all right, well, hold on a second. This still works in the NFL. But we're getting out there and talking about certain things. But I agree. This team is young and shows promise, but they lack that midline 27 to 28-year-old veteran who's done a good job in the NFL to just kind of be like, guys, let me grab you here and pull you back in and teach you the way this should really work. And I think they're going to address that in the offseason. They're probably going to address it at quarterback, and they're probably going to address it at wide receiver. And I just hope it's not they're addressing it all with our first-round draft picks that we're not actually taking.
Yeah, hopefully they hold on to the draft picks. And, next week, Denver, they went out and beat the Cowboys. So who knows what's on tap.
You're not dead yet. You're not dead. I mean, you're not even dead. You're dead in the division. You're not beating Dallas, right? It's not happening. The NFC is not that good, and you have a weak schedule coming up. This is where that big done fan. It's already creeping back in, Kyle. I just watched the bad game. It's creeping right back in. Get a win next week. You put yourself right back in the conversation again.
It's going to be interesting, and we'll be here next week when the Eagles take on the Broncos. But for John Barchard, Vince Quinn, Coach Gary, Kyle Bennett, this has been the post-game show on Bell and the Birdman, live from the Henry James Saloon. We'll see you guys next week.